because you're supposed to be here, but she thought she could play with me. And I had to let her know, like, I love you, but don't get it twisted. You're not going to disrespect me. And then you could buck up and you're going to be in for a rude awakening. You know what I mean?
She was just talking about she don't fight nobody.
I don't.
Did you see
but I wasn't.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
I knew something was off.
This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's why I was like,
a 16-year-old.
That's why I was like,
but guess what?
Just beat up somebody last week.
But guess what?
She came at me.
Because she came back and said,
number because I had a conversation with her. And that's another thing. That's another aspect to it. These kids don't know how to process their emotions, right? So the only thing they know is anger or whatever. I have to let you know that you cannot come to me thinking that you could disrespect me and still get things from me, right? But I also let you know that I still love you. This is where this stops. We had our moment. I'm not gonna not speak to you, Cap. I don't hold on to it. And that's what they care about, because they think that, oh, you were mad at me yesterday, and now you look at me. No, I still love you. Whatever you need. It was a misunderstanding. Whatever it is, you thought you could play with me. You fucked around and found out. And I still love you. That does not change how I feel about you, because I can see you. I see you. I understand you. I was you. I remember. You get what I'm saying? And I will have that. I have this conversation. I see you. I remember. I understand. I'm still here for you, whatever you need. But you can't get me if you are acting like that.
Yo, I wish parents knew how to talk to their kids that way.
It's a learned behavior.
Because resentment from parent to kid and kid to parent is also
crazy.
a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever meet a parent that resent their kids?
I was a kid who resented my parent.
And now your relationship, everything is through that eye of resentment. The
And
way they try to talk to you.
I'm 39 and I'm still working through it. I'm still working through it.
A lot of teachers too. A lot of teachers resent the kids that come in the building.
Really?
Sure, yes.
What is that? How does that?
What does that mean?
There's certain kids when they come to the door at the building, everybody in the building is upset. I'm talking about visibly upset.
Damn, he came to school?
Yes. I'm talking about dead serious. They will
and knows the kids
resentment or like just
being a nuisance.
This kid is here.
Both, because sometimes it's a personal thing where they might get disrespected and they hold on to that like an adult disrespected them.
Gotcha.
So they go
not
through.
Realizing that their mind is not fully developed.
It's a lot of people, and they will create an image to everybody else about how that kid is, and those are the kids that I love. Those are the kids that I talk to. Those are the kids who love me, because I see you beyond what they think you are.
Exactly.
I know a kid acting out. I got a kid right now, and he acts out all the time. He comes in my office purposely because he knows when it comes to your language, you got to mind your language. These kids curse like crazy. And he comes in my office and he'll say a curse word on purpose just so I could check him on it. Right? He always got something to say, and people look at him like a nuisance. His grades aren't bad at all. And I can see right through him. You just want attention, sweetheart. You just want attention. And guess what? He'll come in. If I'm not there, he'll call me because they all got my number. Where you at? Why you not here? Because I give you the attention that you need within, respect, but that it's
Why you
genuine
don't have
here.
a conversation with him about what the attention does for him?
I do.
Like,
I do. I told him, you are so smart. And I know that. I was like, you're a leader and you don't even know that you're a leader. You're using it in the wrong way. You can lead in so many different positive ways because people hear you and people listen to you. But instead, you want to be a class clown or you just want to get this attention. And this attention is not going to get you to where you want to go.
He don't see that far yet.
Not yet.
You don't see that far.
Not yet. But if I'm the first person, I don't know if I'm the first person, but if I'm the first person or only person saying this to you, it's going to take repetition for you to get it.
Right. Yeah, Chris, what you was about to say?
Man, I lost my thought.
Nah, it's just when I was young, parents, teachers, mentors, guidance counselors, they all told me shit that I heard, but I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Right, like you said, that later on down life, but there needs to be a shift in the way we communicate with kids so that they can understand it. Because again, I just feel like,
who teaches us that? Like, where do we have to?
Exactly,
because you got to be. I mean,
I think she does it in her. They relate to her,
right?
But I'm gonna relate to her way more than I related to Mr. Goldman.
No, same thing.
The Jewish,
because I come in just like this.
Exactly.
But
not
Danielle,
everybody
you
gonna
look
be
nice
like
with
that,
sneakers.
though.
You got. I know that, and I'm a problem sometimes to the higher up.
Yeah, because the deal is like my also what you have to understand as a young adult is that not all information is going to come to you the way that you need
packaged
it and how you want it.
Right.
Like sometimes you got to listen to somebody that you don't like or don't care for. You don't relate to them, and you still got to get that information and do what you need to do with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I feel like we'll have this conversation constantly, like on a week-to-week basis when you sit here and talk about music, because you'll talk about eras and talk about regions. And I do believe in just depends on where you're from and your age group. And I've seen a lot of people. I seen this clip floating around and it was kind of going viral. And it may be a little bit old, but it was, I'm sure they were from Chicago. And the dude was asking people, Jadakiss or G Herbo. And I'm going to play the clip and I'm going to talk about the comment section as well.
G Herbo, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't tell you a Jadakiss song.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you. He's from New York?
yeah,
I couldn't tell you a Jadakiss song.
G Herbo.
G Herbo all the way. Herb
More
for sure.
relatable. I done heard some Jadakiss though. Now if you would have said like Cameron, I probably would have went Cam.
Oh, so you like Cameron?
His freestyle's crazy.
He don't know what he's talking about. I'm going Herbo. Like the run Herbo right now, like he going crazy right now. I'm just going
You gotta
Herbo.
just listen to what he's saying. You know, like when you really sit down and listen and just vibe to, you really be like, he really speaking. Like
He just not making regular young moves. He really talking. Like he really talking real.
people's lives though, like he don't live the life that most people live in. So it's like you're just speaking about it.
G Herbo or Jadakiss?
And of course, I mean, like I said, that this video had like, I want to say like maybe like 7,000 comments, like closer to 8,000 comments. And of course, people was dragging. I even seen Nate Robinson in the comment section. And my only thing of it is when you have these conversations and you see these kind of topics like floating around via the internet, you got to remember, I think it's an age group on things. And then I do think it's a regional thing on sometimes where you actually live at and what you kind of grow up on. Because I can't sit here and get mad at a group of kids. And I'm not even gonna say kids, I'm saying young men in their early 20s, if realistically they from Chicago. Like I don't think what Jadakiss rap about, even if you sit here and say like, if I'm 20 something years old, I don't know what the last Jadakiss song that I can sit here and be like, if I'm 20 something, I'm from Chicago. And literally you talking about peak of Chicago, like when they really started to break through in the music industry, 2010, and just the style of their music. If you just go on YouTube and put in any of them, King Von, Lil Durk, Chief Keef, any of those Chicago rappers, and you can go on Trap Lord Raw's YouTube page and just pick a Chicago rapper and one of those 3 to 4 hour documentaries. I just think sometimes when people like, you can't get upset about somebody's music taste, especially when the age gap is so dramatic. And again, when we talk about regions, I do think the internet, again, sometimes when it comes to regions, have ruined how people consume and what they talk about in music, because in your region, you kind of will only, or in your neighborhood or your side of town, you will kind of only listen to majority of everybody on your side of town or in your area, in your city. They kind of listen to the same thing. And I think that was one of those conversations that I was having via on TikTok when we posted our clip from last week about the Mount Rushmore. No, what was it? It was two. It was kind of, they went hand in hand. It was the Mount Rushmore Joan of mixtapes, and it was the top 10 rappers of all time. The people was trying to give pushback on the whole Pusha T thing, because saying, oh, well, Pusha T don't rap over those certain type of beats. But I even broke it down to some people was like, okay, well, let's just tie this into, because the quality of music that they make in the street music, and they talking about selling drugs. If we was all getting picked up on a RICO, do you think that the judge would sit here and say, or when they bringing in the RICO indictments, do you think the judge would sit here and say, hey, because you use these certain type of beats, did you gonna get hit with a different charge? No, they gonna come through with the RICO and we all gonna get hit with the same exact RICO charges. It's not gonna be, oh, because you rapped over the 808 Mafia beats and yours was more on Pharrell beats, we not gonna lock you up. We still realistically both was talking about trapping. We talking about trap music. So I can't realistically, like, if I'm talking about just your clever way of disguising the word, instead of saying, oh, this is drug dealer rap, we call it trap music. Like, it's still the same thing. The context of the music is still the exact same thing. So I did have like a back and forth on TikTok with a few people with that one. And then even when it came to the mixtape Mount Rushmore situation, it was a conversation where it became what was the conversation? Oh yeah, somebody was saying, he said, because I guess because the way I clipped it up and it was talking about Jeezy made more money than Currency off of his mixtape series, and people like, well, what the money got to do with it? I'm like, bro, you can't sit here and say there's no rapper that you can sit here and say had a crazy mixtape run and you didn't, and they didn't have a crazy club appearance run with that, because those two things went hand in hand. Like, and so I understand, like, sometimes when I clip up videos or even when we podcast, and I don't say like, oh yeah, I was a promoter for over 15 years and I done threw endless parties. I don't talk about that type of stuff because I feel like it brings I mean, maybe now that you need some context to it, but I don't feel like most times with the conversation, it doesn't need that context. I do know a lot of people kind of always like to give their background when they sit here talking about certain things, but that's just a thing. If you had a popular mixtape as a promoter, oh, what's the mixtape that everybody listening to? That's going to be the artist that people book. So if you sitting here saying a Mount Rushmore on mixtapes, that artist still had to need to have a solid, strong club appearance as well. And I think because we live in the DMV area, you can even do your Googles back even when they was like, I remember it was a I want to say like it was a little mini documentary that Wale put out, and they was interviewing Kenny Burns, and he was talking about how the music industry always kind of wanted to keep the DMV area, especially that DC area, strictly a consumer base, because it was a market for consumers, like because the music industry wanted to push their products on the DMV area. They really never wanted to have a DMV to have their own, because they knew how we kind of was with go-go. With our own, we kind of just go watch and listen to go-go music 7 days a week. You'll go to a go-go show 7 days a week. So you kind of don't have those. They kind of wanted to keep that away in the actual music business, and kind of for a long time really didn't want rappers to kind of even break out from the DMV area, because they kind of wanted to keep it just that for sake. But I'm sitting here saying there is no rapper that you can sit here and say had a huge mixtape run who has not got booked multiple times. We joke about that all the time, like how often Jadakiss and Fabulous have done shows at I mean, well, they didn't change the clubs a million different times, the names of them, but from Lux or to Power, whatever, all the whatever different names they didn't change, or they didn't change a lot of these clubs names, or Bliss or whatever the case may be. A lot of them have got booked here multiple times, from the Boosies, the Gucci's, whoever. If you had a strong mixtape run, you got booked for a lot of shows. You can't sit here and say I had a mixtape run, but I never got booked for shows. Like that don't count. Like that's almost damn near like a local rapper. Now again, that wasn't no shade to Currency, but people were trying to give that some pushback. But it was still, to me, it was like, I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't think you can sit here and say a rapper had a strong mixtape run without having also a strong club appearance as well. Because if you had big mixtape projects, people 9 times out of 10 were going to book you to come to a club, because that's just how those two things just go hand in hand, and that's kind of how people wanted to. So I did, like I said, I seen a lot of people dragging the young dudes because they kept sitting here saying G Herbo. And the crazy thing is, what that made me, and watching this video go viral kind of made me go on Apple Music, because Low sent me a joint, G Herbo. And I don't know how G Herbo did this, but he literally got a whole freestyle mixtape out on Apple Music. Like he rapping over old Wayne beats, and he be going crazy. Oh my God, he smoked the best rapper alive, Lil Wayne Jones, Duffel Bag Boy. He of course y'all know he called Air Force Ones Fazos. He rapped on Nelly's Air Force Ones. He rapped over Dipset. I Really Mean It. He rapped over a bunch of Jones, and I was kind of like, damn, how he finessed this, or is he kind of just really just don't even care? Like I'm just gonna put it out there, and they take it down, they take it down. But I mean, it's up there, and it's been up there for a minute. It's now for at least for a couple of weeks. And I ain't gonna lie to you, he was kind of blacking out. So hearing that video and listening to them and their response, and then actually listening to him rapping, I was kind of like, damn, that is like, sometimes when we talk about like things that happen in the music business that kind of watered the music business down a little bit. I do think just making freestyles not as easy to access like just on straight streaming platforms. Because like I said, I mean, of course, people.
But that's why I think that's why a lot of, when you say like when mixtapes, like I said, that's how a lot of people made it on the mixtape circuit. Going freestyling, that's what I'm saying. That's like how you grew fan of certain artists. Because I feel like even today, if mixtapes was still a thing, a lot of these artists probably wouldn't even get no recognitions for real.
What you mean?
I feel like they versus, because now I feel like you just making songs, whatever, TikTok streaming wise, but for the rap, like if you had to be, I disagree with that, because I wouldn't say that, because you didn't give them a chance to, like but I'm definitely, but I wouldn't give you absolutely right. I wouldn't give a chance, but if we had the mixtape era where, all right, because like you even said before, I think you said, who was it, Jeezy or Gucci? What you were saying, like a lot of their hits was on their mixtape. That's how you tried your songs out, was on your mixtapes. You didn't put them on streaming. So just imagine, like I said, if you had a mixtape go out first, you heard those songs, you're like, all right, well, I'm not going to wait for your streams, or I'm not going to pay that, the money to get those to get that song. If I heard it on the mixtape and I'm like, all right, it's not all that. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I feel like a lot of these rappers or artists wouldn't be who they are now if they had to go through the mixtape era where you had to.
I mean, I disagree, because I feel like down south rappers still like Gucci Mane ain't put out no freestyles. His mixtapes was mixtapes. They were still like original songs. That's why all his old mixtapes is on stream platform.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. But if you had to go through the mixtape era where you had to actually listen to their music, do you think you still would be a fan of a lot of these rappers if you heard their mixtape?
What do you mean? Why would I not? What would be the difference? Like, you think Gucci Mane is a great rapper?
No, I'm not talking. I'm not. We talking about the new rappers. I'm not talking about Gucci Mane.
Yeah. So what's the difference? That's what I'm asking you.
You're talking about Gucci Mane in that era with that rap, right? So you saying like Gucci Mane new music now that he putting out now, you still listen to like the
no, but you bouncing around. You gotta niggas
no,
stick to
I'm
a
saying,
point and make
I'm
that
stick
point.
So
listen to what you're saying. You sit here and ask me, do I think if rappers had to put out mixtapes,
the rappers nowadays,
yes,
right? They had to put out mixtapes.
Yes,
they will still be successful.
All I'm asking you is what is the difference if it's still original music? Gucci Mane mixtape.
I'm not
is still
saying
original
music. I'm saying if you heard it first, like you heard their mixtape, would you be a fan of them to go buy their album? That's what I'm saying.
No, but listen, you're missing my point of what I'm telling you is what is the difference between what I going on live mixtape and going on Apple Music? What will be the difference? That's what I'm asking you. There's no difference. It's still the same thing. What are you talking about?
You have to pay for Apple Music.
What you mean? Okay, so I'm still paying for, but I'm still listening to the music.
You don't have to pay for what I'm saying, right? So nowadays most people have streaming, right? You don't buy albums. So it's kind of easy for you just to run up streams because all you gotta do is just listen to the songs. What I'm saying, like back then, the mixtape era where you had to actually buy the album before you can even, like I said, you listen to somebody mixtape, then you go buy, oh damn, I want to cop this.
Yeah, I still think realistically the people whoever you like, you were still gonna buy their albums. I'm not about to sit here and make it like went out and bought everybody's album. I still think I know for a fact I still got a handful of people albums that I personally bought myself. Like I don't sit here and think that I would still run and go buy everybody's album because I didn't run and go buy everybody's album then.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like in this,
but that don't mean I still wouldn't listen to their mixtapes.
Yeah, right. So you would listen to their mixtape, but you wouldn't buy. That's what I'm saying. So they wouldn't have those streaming numbers when it comes to the album sales, right?
I don't think those streaming numbers help them anyway, and I think that's why most of them run and go do tours and go do all these festivals.
That's why I was saying like with the whole mixtape era, it's like all right, you can get booked for shows for your mixtapes. That's what I was saying. People don't put out singles now. They back then, like I said, they was putting out mixtapes and all that. That's how you got booked for the shows.
Mm-hmm.
So now you just getting booked off your popularity right now.
I don't know what you're talking about because niggas still put out music. Every Friday is new music out. Every Friday.
I know, I get it. Every Friday is new music, but I'm saying, is that really getting you booked for because you putting out music? Is that getting you booked for a show?
It depends on if you like it. It depends. I can't sit here and tell you like if I can't. You want me to sit here and determine something that I can't. You're trying to. Yes. Okay. Perfect example. The girl who got that song, the Lululemon, she get booked for shows right now. I watch her every day. People are posting her doing shows and people and wilding out. I'm just young LA doing shows right now. He's like, you're getting booked. It's from a song. He not popular. That's the song is popular. So if you have a popular song, yes, you will get booked for shows. Like it's not people not booking like this is that day and age of hey, I'm just booking you because you on Love and Hip Hop. Them days is over, dog. When the last time you seen a flyer for somebody from Love and Hip Hop? If you see somebody on a flyer getting booked today in 2025, it's because people are actually listening to their music. Especially as cheap as promoters are now. Like you don't even see that many like people getting like when the last thing about the crazy thing is recently the last person I've honestly seen on a flyer if there's no concert in town or nothing, and was just randomly people was Young LA. A lot of people don't be getting booked for shows, but a lot of rappers do their own concerts as well. Like look at Glorilla. Like okay, cool. I don't have to wait for people to book me to come with Matt one because I'm sure her price is too big now to even go up into somebody's club. So of course now she got to do tours, and maybe I'll do an after party to a tour, and that's when most of the time when you see artists get booked now, it's either an after party to a festival, or after party to a tour. There ain't no real like just I can't like if you get it if you have a popular enough song and you are a small enough artist, yes, you will still get booked for club venues now. But some people are too like Meg. If Meg get a hot song right now, Meg ain't about to go run and do a bunch of club shows. Meg gonna go do a festival, or Meg gonna sit here and got to go back on tour. Like some artists get to, especially when their prices get to 100 and 200 and whatever. Like when I told you when Lotto was here, she wanted 40,000 just to host. So like think about like 40 bands just for Lotto to host. Like I love Lotto, but if I was a promoter, there's nowhere in hell I would sit here and give Lotto 40 racks. Like that's a lot of bread. Like that he's almost like, yeah, I wouldn't do it. So I think a lot, especially now, because a lot of rappers have got so spoiled off of the festival pricing, and I think a lot of those things have kind of messed up the club bookings for them. But I do think I said if you got a hot song, you got a hot song. But even what kind of even staying on music real quick, I seen two. I was thought about it, and then I seen Maya the Don. For people who may not be familiar with Maya the Don, Maya the Don is from New York City, and she had that song. What was it? Teffy or Tuffy? What was it? It was basically a song for Tell Fev. I forgot the way exactly how the song went, but it was popular on TikTok. And she was basically sitting here she had a couple of tweets that would start to go viral. And I think the Shade Room picked up one because they were saying like why dudes don't want to get buff and sexy no more. I think she posted like a picture of LL Cool J, and then I think the Shade Room picked it up. And of course, she's a heavier set girl, so I'm sure people got in the comment section and started probably trying to drag her. And in her defense was, men can kind of get away with looking like anything. But it was so funny that she said that, because in my mind, I thought like, okay, I was already thinking this, and then I seen her tweet, and it kind of just in line with each other at the same time. And I was like, I think Big X the Plug would be 100 times bigger if he was 175 pounds smaller. I don't think Big X the Plug is as popular as he should be, as popular as his song is for that. Like literally, especially during the playoffs now. Like I pay attention to the songs that they be playing during the playoffs, and they be playing that what's this song called? I'm the biggest. No, whatever. But that big. The name of the song is The Largest. But they play that song. It literally, they didn't play it the whole entire playoffs. I know the playoffs but they've literally been playing that song for a minute. But I kind of was wondering, like, if he was smaller, I'm sure he would get booked for more shows. And her defense was, well, he just got booked for Coachella. I don't like to, and I didn't want.
He got commercials though.
Yeah, but I don't think people know it's him though, for real.
Shit, how you don't? I didn't even know. I'm like I said, I knew it was him, the voice, in that Prize Pick joints.
Yeah, when he's the doctor. I'm sure. I don't know how many people know it's him.
If you know his song, I don't know how you don't know him. I never seen him. That's how I knew it was him, because I heard his voice.
But listen, that's my point. I think if he was smaller, you would see him more.
Nah,
I promise you would. I know for a fact if he was 100.
Okay, if he was, but because I feel like that's kind of because like with Drewski, you feel like the same way. If Drewski was smaller, he'd be more popular.
I think it's the difference between trying to be a comedian and being an artist. I think realistically, I think even for Rod Wave, I think if Rod Wave was smaller.
I think for them, because of who they are, I feel like that weight or whatever. I feel like that fits their character. If they were skinny, I feel like I don't think nobody.
If the songs was still, if the songs was still the exact same songs, we're not changing nothing about them. We talking about just their weight. I'm telling you, I know for a fact if Big X the Plugs was the same size as Kevin Gates, you would be tired of seeing him. Because that's how big and popular his music is, but I don't think that people show him a lot, because it's just like, bro, he looked nuts. Like he looked crazy when he on stage, and it looked like
nobody. But do he have a sound? He has a sound of a fat guy though. He don't have a sound of. I
can't say that because it's skinny niggas in Texas who sound like that. It was a joke.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he has that sound, like his that voice. He has that voice for him to be just like even with Raw Wave. I feel like they both have that voice that fits their body frame.
I don't know. I don't necessarily.
Because this is like even with Biggie. I don't feel like Biggie would be more popular if he was skinnier.
I think so. I think sex appeal got something. I don't think sex appeal discriminates on man or woman. I think if you are more attractive man or woman, I think it will help your success 100 times more. I think if Big X the Plug was 175 pounds lighter, I'm 100% positive he will be performing on from just like even instead of Jello performing at the All-Star game and all those things, I think Big X the Plug will be performing at a lot of those places. But I think a lot of people don't want to just be toting him around. Like people don't want that same backlash that people was kind of getting for promoting around Lizzo. Like when they was pushing her around and she was at her biggest, and people was like, "Oh, y'all promoting fat, y'all promoting unhealthy lifestyle." Like people was getting pushback from that, and a lot of people were constantly giving pushback with that when it came to Lizzo. And I think that's the reason why Big X the Plug don't get as pushed as much, because when you see him, it's always kind of like it's a joke. Like everybody like, "Damn, look how big this nigga is." Even the same way with the fat dude, like what's his name, Dave. I forgot whatever that Oxygen song is, whatever the dude who the fat dude, I forget Dave something, whatever the case may be. He be sitting down. If you listen to his music, bro, he's up 100 times bigger than Big X the Plug. His voice don't sound nothing like that. But if he was 300 pounds smaller, he would be 100 times more popular than what he is. I'm telling you that it's just that this could sound crazy, but I do think realistically America as a whole has a fat phobia.
That's crazy.
I hear you, but I just don't think like the big as that song is. I'm sure people, if you hear that, I'm the biggest, that whole little beat, people know that song, but some people still may not know what Big X the Plug look like. And I'm sure women ain't sitting here just like, "Oh, I suck his cock," and that. Like, that's just not a thing, dog. But if he was 175 pounds smaller, if he was the same size as Kevin Gates, I'm telling you, Big X the Plug would be the biggest rapper out right now. Because he got the music for it. And his music is popular for that. But I just don't think he's not a looker, so he don't get that extra push where the girls be lusting over Moneybagg Yo or they be lusting over Kevin Gates. He don't get that part, so it's just literally just the music for him. You need that extra push. You need that lustiness to you. So when people are lusting over you, it helps the extra promotion. Because, bro, Moneybagg Yo is dog shit. He been dog shit for a minute now. But what keep him afloat is women still kind of find him attractive. But like, what's the last Moneybagg Yo song? It's been a minute for him. But what keep him kind of in conversation? Why he still get put on some tours or whatever the case may be? Because people know women like him, so he can still help sell a couple tickets if you throw him in the midst of somebody else's tour. But if he had, if Moneybagg Yo had songs big as Big X the Plug, I'm telling you that he would be out of this world. That's my only thing. So I hear what she was trying to say, and maybe that was just in her defense. I understand, but I even think even for her, it was kind of like vice versa, where it was like I feel like her song got super big on TikTok because she was a bigger girl. Like people was kind of like, damn, this big girl job like going crazy. Where if she was maybe 100 pounds lighter, I don't necessarily know if hers would have went as crazy. Because I think some of the allure for her was that she was a little bit bigger, and you don't see women on a plus size that can really rap as crazy as she was going. So I do think it kind of I think it just depends on the person sometimes, but I do think for Big X the Plug, it's just like that was just a random conversation that I was just thinking about. While I'm just talking about music, before we get off of that, I do want to sit here and say shout outs to Westside Gunn. He just put out a new little EP. I think it's like 6 songs, and that joint was kind of cool. Like I know a lot of people don't really be a super fan of his because sometimes the voice for him be kind of like hit or miss. He do got one of those kind of like Shy Glizzy type of voices, so I know that's a voice where it's kind of like it has to be your preference of music that you may like. But I listened to the joint a couple times. I'm like, oh, this joint solid. And shout outs to Mozzie. I mean, of course, because the conversation, I'm sure if y'all have seen it, it was the little Mount Rushmore white rappers, and people kind of started to throw him in that mix where it's like, damn, he kind of is one of those people that kind of go under the radar. But I listened to his project. He put out a new project, and that joint was straight. Like he's one of those people I think he can rap very well, and he can do the melodic stuff very well. I do think realistically, maybe his biggest holdback for him is that he's white. I do think sometimes in hip hop, certain things do not go in certain people's favor. Like that era, like especially because he like one of those like, I don't want to sit here and say hardcore looking white boys, but he ain't one of them friendly looking Jack Harlow type of white boys neither. Where it's kind of just like he tatted up like he supposed to be in a bike club, but he dressed like he dressed like he a nigga from the hood. So it's kind of like I don't necessarily know if people kind of know how to realistically kind of digest his image. Pause. So I do think that kind of slowed him down a little bit. And why I guess even just my last music take for the day is a shout out to 3-0 Black. 3-0 Black put out a new project, but he was the song that caught me off of his project was called The District. And I think he did like one of those little freestyle video Jones. And it was just his punchlines that he was using was a bunch of like DC kind of like sports bars or whatever the case may be. He was kind of like going crazy on that joint. I was like, damn. And to me, I trust and believe I am super critical on him, not via social media, but just in our friend circle. It's been a minute for him. Like he didn't put out projects, he didn't put out songs, and a lot of them Jones was kind of like, buddy, I don't know. But this song right here is the Jones called District off his new project, and I like the Jones. I like that song a lot. I even wrote on the Jones like, nah, this Jones kind of like you went kind of crazy on this Jones. Like just the using all of the Washington sports teams and their players for punchlines. Like I was like, that was kind of hard. I'm not gonna hold you. But I mean, that was kind of it for me. I do think realistically, sometimes I pay attention to Black people and how they pick and choose what they want to go super crazy with when it comes to promotion. I seen everybody and their mother talking about Sinners. This is no spoil. I'm just talking about how I seen how people, because I haven't seen it yet. I'm definitely wasn't running to the movie theater knowing that all of y'all was running to the movie theater at the same time. And it was like, it's a holiday weekend. Yeah, I'm cool. I'll catch it sometime this week when I know everybody kind of at work, like kind of catch one of those little matinee Jones, because I just not a fan of just going to the movies when everybody, especially if you're not on a date. Like it's a different, like if I was dating and I was trying to go on like a date night, of course that would have made it for a fire date night, but just sitting here just off the solo dolo, is no way in hell I'm going to a packed movie theater off the solo dolo. But it was just you
don't go during the day.
Yeah, I'll go during the day, but that's what I'm saying. It came out
been packed on the day.
But it came. You got to think about it came out on the weekend. It didn't come out until Friday. So it was going to be the whole. I mean, like, well, you can't go during the day during the weekend. Ain't no such thing as during the day during the weekend. But like off of Monday, dog. Why you play that? What's the name real quick? What's the goddamn, I'm drawing a blank right now. What is this? Black Mirror, dog. Oh my god, that first episode. Real quick, I won't get into Black Mirror. Just the first episode of Black Mirror. But that Sinners, y'all, it was so crazy because I'm looking at like that. How many people? I've never seen so many. Especially, I'm talking about like, and I'm not saying like, because Black people talk about TV. We talking about everybody always talk about 50 Cent shows, but I'm talking about just actual black people in the media space or influence place. It was like almost like, I'm sure I'm not saying he paid this person, but I've seen people so proudly and so excited to just like talk and tell people, like, I seen this movie, you gotta go see it. Like I'm talking about, it got so bad where I seen people like, bro, I understand, like, we as a whole, as a black community, we trying to promote this movie, we want everybody to run and go see it, but please don't give spoilers. Like, y'all being ridiculous. Like, people was tweeting about that joke from like Thursday night, like when that joke came in the movie theater at like 12 o'clock at night, like people literally like first thing Friday morning, all I seen on Twitter and Threads was like, center, and people was like, all right, bro, come, like, because you kind of make you like, you hate when you, it's like you kind of can't even avoid it on your timeline. It's not one of them Jones, like, you know, like, okay, with 50 Cent Jones, like you may have to go like on the explore page and look at it, and then to kind of catch some of the spoilers. But it was like, for this John, it was like literally just up and down the timeline, and I was like, damn, what is it about? I want to see the movie, but it was kind of like, what is it to trigger everybody to feel like they had to talk about it? Like, I felt like people was going out their way, and I'm like, because these are a lot of people that I follow, and they don't talk about black. They don't talk about nothing black for real, like, unless it's like something super woke. Like, it's not nothing like, this is like entertainment fact, and you kind of don't really see how many people talk about that. Even when you talk about music, like even when we talk about Big X the Plug, like for him to have such a huge song and even have a moment, even being in the prize pick, I kind of always wonder, it's just like, when I see people like keep trying to like stretch the Drake and Kendrick conversation, I'm like, bro, it's still low key. So many other people just kind of making bigger moves where it's like, you don't have to talk about Drake or Kendrick. Like, yeah, now, of course, if you go into it this weekend because Kendrick Lamar on tour, he did whatever the little interrogation joint, then cool, I get it now talking about it again. But just still, even leading up to that moment, it was just like, it'd be so many rappers, and I'd be like, dog, sometimes I'd be like, are these people just so old and out of touch that you kind of don't know what else to talk about? So like Kendrick Lamar is kind of for like,
I think it's the same with sports. Just like how everybody talk about the Lakers, but you don't talk about Detroit or any of the other little teams. Just, it's marketing.
Yeah, that's I'm not a fan of that.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's the whole thing. Like, even with football, how many other teams it was that was actually doing good, people wasn't talking about it. You were still talking about Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City.
Yeah, I think the only difference between football is, I think locally you can kind of always cut your radio on, and
yeah, because you have a local
radios,
station.
and they'll always give you a deep dive on, especially on football.
But that, I think that's the thing that's kind of different. Like, all right, you cool? Are you saying local wise, even for here?
They got two stations here to talk about the Redskins.
Right, but that's sports wise. But when you say when music or anything else, I feel like you're not really going to talk about the locals like that.
I don't necessarily say, I'm not necessarily saying the locals, but I do think realistically, I think you can still talk about the people up. I don't think to me, every time, like, I kind of get irritated and almost be making me, I be catching myself from not hitting the unfollow button, because it's like, why are y'all still talking about Kendrick and Drake?
Because I feel like that is the catch. There's nothing else to talk about.
But then that kind of make me be, I can't say it's nothing else to talk about, because just when we were just starting and John, like, it's something new come out every Friday.
Yes,
you gotta pick and choose what to talk.
But when you come out, you talk about it, just like I said, just us just having a conversation. It's just like, all right, you listen more to it, and it's like, all right, yes, you listen to more of the younger, but I'm like, all right, I'm still stuck in my ways, but I'm listening to the people that I know. I'm not, it's hard for me to sit and listen to somebody new where, all right, I'm not that young no more. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's why when it comes to music, I feel like a lot of them now are much older. They're not about to sit in and be like, all right, well, let's talk about blah, blah, blah.
But that's why I think sometimes, but again, I think that to me will be, is like, then that's kind of like you gatekeeping a space. Like, but how to move out the way then and tag somebody else in younger.
But then when you say tag somebody in younger, but when you got somebody like Cass and that and all them, but really are you really tuned into that? Because that's a younger.
But I don't think that's. I mean, I don't think their platforms is kind of built on having music debates. Like, I think you can't. You're intertwining just because he's young, but that's not his space. Like, his space ain't. I'm not trying to debate hip hop. I don't have a crazy.
So who will be the younger show to watch to get a younger take?
I mean, I don't necessarily. I mean, it's people on social media, dog. You can just pick somebody.
But that's what I'm saying. But most people are not on social media looking for that. So that's why when you say that, when you look at these platforms, who has that platform for young? When you say besides the Joe Buttons or Ack or whatever, what I'm saying, like, who do you go to? What would be your What would be your outsource?
I mean, I can't sit here and say who will be my outsource because I'll just get on YouTube and watch whoever. I'm not a numbers whore. Like if I see somebody and they talking about something that I'm not familiar with, that's how I know who the Trap Ross nigga is. But his is not music. He don't have a music take. His is more deep dive into like documentary style topics where he's going into a 4-hour documentary on NBA YoungBoy's life or whatever the case may be, on Lil Durk life or whatever the case may be. But it's different. It's like what's the two little white dudes, and they kind of blow me because I feel like theirs is not like. One, because they white, but they young. If like you someone just off, if I'm just going off of just young topics, like they literally like every time I get on TikTok, they come down my page and they talking about, but they be talking about like Playboy Cardi and this. And like I kind of just like that for me is not. It's not. That's like a niche audience. That's not just young. Like when I'm sitting here saying young is like, okay, you're not talking about Polo G. You don't talk about again G Herbo. He literally just dropped the mixtape. He just had an anniversary to an older mixtape. I don't want to hear. And again, you may be right. It may just be older people. Maybe sometimes for me, I may be like, it's time to start to unfollow some of the older people because their opinions, that's all you're giving me. Is like, I don't want to sit here and keep beating the dead horse of Kendrick and Drake or keep talking about Doechii. And it's like some of those things where it's like, damn, y'all almost just as bad as Stephen A. Because you're right. Some of those older hip hop spaces do what ESPN do. I play it safe and I only talk about the safe names that I kind of know that people are familiar with. I don't go and introduce nothing new, but I do think that to me is like that's the place where you kind of leave that door open for the younger people to talk about something.
But that's why I say it's kind of funny because even the other day, I took the kids, we went up Philly, right? And so I had the radio on. So even listen to the radio here, and then once I got into Philly, like close to that name, listen to the radio. And of course, Angela Yee they had Angela Yee, whatever her little name on. They had her doing, her stuff. But the music was mostly Philly music. Like I was hearing all the old Philly, like Meek Mill, you know what I'm saying? Like they even played Eve. Like I was hearing Philly songs because, like I said, you was in that area. So the DJ, whoever's mixing that music, that's what you're hearing because that's a Philly radio station. So I think it's just like where you at in that. And I'm pretty sure, like if we was in Atlanta, it'd probably be a different. You probably would know more people who might talk about those other artists. And that's why I'm just saying, like I said, I get it, you're speaking on it, but I'm just saying, but when you talk about to the majors or like the big companies, do they really like who really is a fan of G Herbo? Like, do you really think you're gaining any new listeners by talking about G Herbo?
I think two things could be true. I think and I've said this a million times. I think the artists do a bad job in not searching to figure out who are people who are talking about them to kind of get your fans hip to these people. I do think that kind of plays on the artists. I think they do a horrible job at that because I do think artists should build up more of, hey, who's the new voice? Don't let it become the academics thing again because I think a lot of people learned in real time. And I think that's why a lot of people do run the cast and that. But I think his platform is completely different, where it's like he has a platform and he's entertaining, but he doesn't do what Joe Budden do. Like you're not going to cast and that to get,
but you're
not getting the Joe Budden experience from that. And not sitting here saying, and when I'm using Joe, I'm just using the person who's going to argue, or when here's a platform originally, because even for Joe now, he don't even do it no more. Like I kind of catch myself where it's not, I don't even rush to go listen to his junk no more, because it's like what I used to get excited to go listen to him for, where it's like giving me a music take or giving me a good debate or about some hip hop stuff. He kind of don't do that no more. It kind of be just listening to a bunch of old niggas sound like old niggas. And I'm like, bro, I'm really not like, I'm cool on that. Like, that's not like that. I don't want to, like, that would be that shit almost like me being in the sauna and cut my headphones off now. And to this point where it's just like, I'm listening to a bunch of random ass old men have old men conversations. And it's kind of like and it's some point to the point like, damn, I feel like I'm listening to the same show every week. You talking about the same shit. Like, it's nothing new. So I do think sometimes that goes on to the artist, because you kind of do have to search your name where it's like, all right, let me entertain. Because LeBron do it. You see LeBron highlight Nick Wright and kind of give, okay, I'm cool with whoever the case may be and whoever talk highly of me. And you kind of see it when it comes to just, I do think that kind of goes on to the rapper.
I asked you that question when I said the whole mixtape era, like how people had street teams, how you promoted yourself, how you pushed yourself. And that's why I just say a lot of these artists now are lazy, don't want to put the work in. You just saying, all right, well, I want to just be featured on this stream. And
I don't necessarily know if they lazy. I think sometimes it do have something to do with their contract as well. I do think sometimes their contracts plays a part.
But you signed those contracts, so that's what I'm saying.
But listen to what I'm saying though. If I don't have no money and somebody sitting here and say, hey, I got 200 bands for you and I've never seen 50,000, I'm going to rush and sign that contract. Like, I get what you want to say and say, oh yeah, were they the ones who signed that contract? Yeah, I get it. They did sign a contract. You're absolutely right. But I do think sometimes I think people don't understand it until it's later on down the line. And I think realistically to me, if I'm just even on the outside looking in, the only kind of label that let people kind of freelance and do their own thing is kind of CMG, because they kind of let ESTG come out the gate and drop as many projects as he wanted. Same thing with 42 Doug. Like they kind of dropped as many projects. Shit, even look at Glorilla. Like she went into like people talk about the album, but people forget that everything like shit. That song with her and Meg went like, I want to say that joint, I just recently seen her get a plaque for that joint. I want to say that joint like went 3 times platinum. And she put them Jones like right back, like back to back from each other. Them Jones was only months apart from each other. So again, like I said, I get what you're saying, and I do agree to you to a certain extent. I do think some of the artists need to figure out how, even when you talk about local, like I can imagine most even local podcasts or radio hosts, I don't want to sit here and even talk about people. If you feel like you too big to sit here and even repost my stuff or retweet it or whatever, if I'm talking about you, because I don't have to talk about you. You're right. A nigga could literally just, I'd rather sit here and just talk about, if you're sitting here saying, if we're just going off of just numbers and you tell me I get no interaction, I'd rather do, the safer thing would be to talk about Kendrick and Drake, because I don't need no interaction from them, because they already got built-in fan base. Again, tying it into the sports thing, where the Cowboys already got a huge fan base. The Lakers already got a huge fan base, where it's kind of like, I don't need LeBron to repost my stuff, because if I just talk about LeBron James, it's going to get traction. If I talk about the Cowboys, it's just going to get traction for some of the smaller teams and smaller markets, smaller artists. It's kind of like you have to interact with the people who want to highlight you, because if you kind of allow their stuff to go on deaf ears, they will eventually cave into, because we live in a day and age where people do look at stuff and they're going to kind of be like, well, damn, if I do talk about Kendrick and Drake, maybe I know for a fact I can get a little bit more views than I normally get than me sitting here keep talking about West Side Gun or whoever, or talking about G Herbo or whoever the case may be. So I mean, I get it. Those two things do kind of go hand in hand. Again, I do want to talk about Black Mirror real quick, because I'm not going to, this first episode right here with Tracy Ellis Ross and the Joan. And again, like I said, shout out to Sinners. I guess, I don't know, we kind of all over the place. Everybody go see Sinners. And if you haven't seen that Jonathan Majors magazine Dream Joan, if you're one of those people who like myself, and you kind of some days just don't feel like leaving out the house, Magazine Dreams is on Amazon Prime now. You can rent it on Amazon Prime and YouTube. I didn't know YouTube had a joint where you can rent Jones too, because I seen them. It was like on the Instagram. It was like you can stream it now, and they showed the offer. It was like Amazon Prime. It was one of them other platforms, and I seen YouTube, and I went to it, and I clicked the YouTube joint to see just how it come up, and it came up, hey, you can buy the movie or you can just rent it. So I was like, damn, I might rent the magazine, because I do want to see it. Because
you watch it on your phone.
Sometimes it just depends.
Because that might be why you probably don't see the whole renting situation. Like I said, but they always show that you can rent or own it.
Oh yeah, I be seeing it on Amazon Prime all the time, but I just don't never. I just
look
at it,
YouTube
but I don't
definitely been.
Yeah, maybe because of YouTube, I look at it on my phone. I never seen it. I didn't know the YouTube offered that. So now that I've seen it, I kind of like, damn, I'm definitely want to check out that magazine.
They've been doing that for a while.
I guess for parents, I mean, well, spring break is over real quick, because I did take your kids and our niece to go see what was that junk called, Minecraft. It wasn't a bad. I don't know nothing about the game, and I know it is a video game, so I was kind of just like. And that's one of the reasons why I'd like to go to the movies, and the movie theaters is empty as well, because it's like the kids get into certain things, and like you don't like, and because the movie theater empty, so you can just knock yourself out. But it was like little parts, and they would start to sing. I'm like, bro, how do y'all know this? Like, this is a game. I don't, because I'm so lost. I'm literally just felt like somebody's old ass parent. Like I'm just here, don't know what's going on. But it was just like little parts they singing along to, and I'm like, bro, this video game got songs to it. Like, because I'm thinking like ain't it the Minecraft is a video game, right?
Yeah. I didn't know it had songs. So.
Like they had songs, and the niggas started singing songs, and the kids in the joint singing, and I'm like, all right, knock yourself out, whatever the case may be. Like, and then the movie was cool though. Like, I'm not about to sit here and make it like it was just like, it's one of those movies where it's like I couldn't, like, of course I wouldn't go see it by myself, but it's one of those joints where it's like, as somebody older, when you go see movies with kids, you kind of have those nostalgia moments like, oh, this is a cool movie. Like if I was a kid, I probably would want to go in the house and play a video game.
Yeah,
like I remember
a talking character.
What you mean?
Like it's like a computerized, like it's just like the captions and all that. Like the person
no. They talk.
No, that's what I'm saying. Minecraft, the actual game, they don't talk.
Oh, well, this in the movie they was talking. But I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. When you say a song,
in my mind, it was like I felt like watching the movie. I kind of put myself back as a kid, like how I felt when I went to go see Ninja Turtles. How you just got excited. I can't wait to go. Nigga, I seen the movie. What you mean it's like that?
No, I'm telling you, but Minecraft, if I turned Minecraft on and let you see how it is, it's like a little computerized game where it's just like a little box guy just moving around.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
there's no talking in it. That's what I'm saying. Like the little background music, there's no talking in it. That's what I'm saying. When you say they have a song, I'm like, what song is it? There's no song. That's what I said. It must be.
Maybe is this their second movie? Did Minecraft had a movie before?
No, this is the first movie.
Oh, well,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't know how they was going to do it, because it's not, the character don't talk.
Well, on this joint, they definitely was talking. They definitely gave you one of those feel good, like it's a kid's movie. But if you are somebody who if you ever seen Mario Brothers or you seen Ninja Turtles or you seen Power Rangers,
that's what I'm saying. Like because what's name was in it? Jack was in it, right? The white guy.
I don't know who none of them people are. It was in that movie, so don't give me the line. You know what's so crazy? Dude, Issa Rae got a sister? Because it was so. I was watching the movie and I kept saying this like I gotta talk about this on the show because I was like, bro, this heavyset woman. Look, I swear to God, I was like, bro, dude, Issa got a fat twin. Like I was like, bro, this literally look. I'm talking her mannerisms, her face, the whole entire junk. I swear to God, I was like, bro, this gotta be Issa Rae's fat twin sister. Like I swear to God, I thought that was. I'm like, bro, if this girl was skinny, I would have thought it was Issa Rae. But I know that it wasn't Issa Rae because she's a heavier set girl. But I'm like, no, everything about her whole entire mannerisms and everything, literally was screaming there. I was like, bro, this is literally got to be Issa Rae. So like I said, if you,
I was about to say, Jack Black, he was in there. The guy from Panda Express, and he was in Mario. Like he do a lot of the
kid movies. Yeah, I don't know who he is. I know his face did look familiar, but I don't know who he was. But yeah, he definitely was in the joint. Again, like I said, going into Black Mirror though, it was episode 1, and this is when we talking about just listening to a lot of people. And people keep talking about. I've been hearing people talk about Black Mirror for years. I never wanted to go watch it because it's just like, all right, cool, I didn't care. But I seen people was kind of giving Issa Rae some hell for, and I believe that was episode 3. So I did make it to episode 3 today. And I seen people, but people was like, oh, Issa Rae played a gay person for pay. She gay for play. And I'm like, bro, she's an actor. Like that just was like the scene. Like y'all made it like she was having sex with this woman. They just had a kissing scene. Like, all right, cool. Dog. Like, who cares? Like, it's not.
You watched the whole thing, or you just jumped in?
No, I started it. I only seen 3 episodes. I watched episode 1. I watched episode 2. Episode 1 was the best one. Like out of all 3 of the jumps that I watched today, the best one was episode 1. And the reason why episode 1 was the best one because it was a couple. It was a married couple. It was this white woman, her white husband. The white woman, she's a school teacher. The dude is like he working.
Oh, I just thought it was season 7. I just turned it.
Oh yeah, this is it right here. This is what I'm talking about. This.
No, so you didn't. That's what I'm saying. So
I've never seen that, but you don't have to because this is one of them shows where it's like none of them jokes have nothing to do with nothing.
Okay.
So like literally episode 1 is completely different. Episode 2 was completely like none of the same characters. None of the storylines don't intertwine with each other or nothing. It's literally just like each one of them is their own like damn near like mini little movie type of situation. But with this, what I'm saying with this being said is like, so his wife ended up she's a school teacher and like I said he worked like in like I want to say let's say construction. But anyway, his wife is a school teacher. She teaching. She in the middle of her class teaching. She ended up passing out, and she was like supposed to go like brain dead or something. So of course, like she was basically supposed to be dead. So he in the doctor's office or whatever the case may be, and then they come up to him and be like, "Hey, well, we got this little this surgery we can do. We can put this chip in her head and kind of save her life, like she can be alive again." And so Tracy Ellis Ross, she worked at the company. She worked at the company to put the chip in your head or whatever the case may be. And then she go into like she's selling him the product. And like, well, I wasn't even supposed to be here. I could have been dead if I didn't get this chip replaced in my brain or whatever the case may be. So she sold him. It's $300 a month. So just think about this. This is your wife. Y'all married. Y'all in a happy relationship together. Y'all both hardworking people. So they barely don't got the bread for real. For like the 300 is stressing them out. Like he got to kind of like do a lot for the 3. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he got to work overtime to be able to afford this extra $300 a month to keep his wife alive. So that off the rip made me sit here and say, "Damn, would you like how many people really would pay $300 a month to save their spouse?" That right there. When I seen that part right there, say, "Oh, this is the perfect podcast topic," because I was like, bro. He could have let her, because let's be clear, they don't got it. He had to work overtime to keep his wife alive. And of course, eventually she been alive for like close to a year. And then they have one of those moments where they kind of like, he get frustrated. They in the car, they have like a little argument and because he's tired, she asking him like, "Hey, you want me to drive? You look like you tired." And he kind of being the man like, "Nah, I can drive this and the third." And then he kind of get in his mode where he was like, "You like I work, you don't work the type of job I work. Like you were just a teacher." And then she kind of like, of course she get her feelings like, "Well, I'm just a teacher and this and the third, like so." But in his mind is like, "Bro, I'm keeping you alive. Me working these extra jobs is keeping you alive." Now the crazy thing is, at his job, it's this little younger dude who be watching people. It's almost not. It's not like OnlyFans, but it's kind of like OnlyFans where you on live on a chat, but it's like to humiliate yourself. Mm-hmm. So one like he coming in the joint, it's a younger dude. He on his lunch break. On his lunch break, he be tipping dudes like so. The dude like he seen when one day he walked in there, he seen a dude. They was like paying him $20 for a dude to rip his teeth out live on stream. So this is something in the back of his mind. He hip to this thing. So like later on, He paying the subscription, it's killing them, whatever the case may be. But his wife, like, and the crazy thing is, it's so mind blowing how they did it.
Whoa. He's paying the subscription to watch that?
No. He's paying the subscription to keep his wife alive. But later on, that subscription, just the same way kind of with the phones, but it kind of play in with the health thing. Is like,
no, it's not the same.
No, listen to what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's the same because it's literally now it's like we got you kind of hooked on basically like, let's say if it was medicine. Now you need a stronger prescription. That's basically what it was. It was just like that. So that subscription he's paying to keep his wife. So they was trying to go on it. So like I said, the year came up. It was, I believe their marriage was like, their anniversary was June 5th. So they was going. So they were going out to. So right now, why they doing this? Her thing will shut off. It's shut off. Watch her. She talking right now, and boom. Now she go out. So it's like a sales service. So she damn near dead. So he panicked. Right now, he panicking because she lost the sales service. So it's basically like the little chip in her brain is like a sales service. So it's a $300 subscription to keep her alive. But it's just in a sales service. So now he turned around, and then when he turned around, and then she go wake back up because now you go back into the place where they got good sales service.
All right, now see, that's some bullshit right there.
So
money back.
No. But guess, you can't because it's not. You'll get no money back because if you say he said you don't want to pay it no more, she dead.
No. But you telling me so now I got to stay in a peripheral?
No, yeah. Until now they gonna offer you. Now this is when because that go back into the part where I was about to get to where he got to get extra money because now she's telling him you can up your service. So you can up the service.
Whoa. See, and that okay, now that's what I'm saying. The way you painted it right now, I'm paying the $300. That's to keep her alive, right?
Yes.
But that's not the best of the best. That's just a basic.
No, and originally when they first bought it, it was
like a cell phone service.
Exactly. So when you originally got this cell phone service thing, that $300 was the best of the best. But now
that's why I kind of say with you, where you couldn't compare to that guy tipping the guy, whatever that.
No. I wasn't comparing that. I was about to sit here and say, late now when he's trying to up, he's going to up the thing so she can get higher. She can get basically, yeah. So basically, so her cell phone service and her brain can go further. Now he got to pay an extra $500 because it comes $800 a month. But he he don't pay it off the rip. Originally, they were just like cool. The wife she was just like, she wanted those because basically it sounded like a plus. Like it's like, hey, you want the plus? Like it's almost like Netflix where it's kind of like, but the way they doing it and make it more relatable, it's a health thing. So it's kind of like, of course, if this was a regular cell phone, and people would be just like, bro, I just keep the regular plan.
My nigga. Because we stand in that damn service.
But that's how the wife was. But that's what she's saying. So that she's showing them like, hey, if you upgrade it. So anyway, realistically, what messed it up is it eventually. So they don't upgrade it right here at this time. So she go back to her regular day life, and now she's starting to read ads. So like, let's just say in the midst of the conversation, Erica
is suing these motherfuckers.
you can't.
Yes, I can. What? Nigga, I'm reading ads.
No, she literally.
Like your cell phone.
But no. But that's the whole thing is. You don't read the fine print of those when you sign up.
No, you're missing it though. It was no fine print originally. It started to grow as it grow on. Like she literally already lived a year. So now you're used to your wife being alive because it's not like you don't have her at that vulnerable moment. Now you know that this thing worked. She's alive. But now here comes some side effects if you want to give her the stronger plan. And they was, like I said, originally he was like, cool, nah, we're not going to do it. The wife was like, man, I'm cool. We can stay in our little, she's not tripping. She's just happy that he working enough to keep her alive because she know for a fact they can't afford it. So he working extra to keep her alive already. But now she in just the middle, like they talking about coffee. And then she end up running a coffee ad.
No, nigga.
So she asked him. So listen to what I'm saying. She asked him. She say, "Hey, have you ever had this espresso?" He like, "Nah, I never tried it before." And then she literally runs off an ad for some espresso coffee. So now he kind of like, "Huh?" And she don't realize what she doing. Like, watch him do it. Watch her do it right now. And she literally just read off an ad for the coffee. So espresso coffee, grande, richer, smoother tasting. She's reading off an ad right now.
I'm suing. I am suing.
You can't sue that.
Yes, you can. What if you got it? If you sit here and you went to the what's name? You got your tubes tied or whatever the shit cut, and you got pregnant. I'm suing that doctor if you get pregnant.
That's
right?
different.
That's different.
That's a medical. That is a medical procedure, right?
No, it's not because you already got a chip in your brain. What are you talking about?
But you have the chip in your brain. But what the chip is supposed to keep her alive, not make her a robot read ads. It was to keep her alive, right?
It's still keeping her alive, but they got.
So it's dysfunction. It's dysfunctional,
it's
right?
not dysfunctioning. If you want to up it too, so just the same way with your Netflix.
So hold up. So this is like, all right. So this like YouTube, right? When YouTube was first YouTube, you didn't have no ads.
Exactly.
So then when you start getting the ads, like now you pay for the premium ads, right? Cool. I'm fine with that. But if I was started off with the basics, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you did not discontinue my plan, I'm still paying the same. I should not still have ads. That's just like even with how I got Apple Music. I had Apple Music with my Android, right? Mm-hmm. So when I first got that Android, I had the Apple Music. Wasn't paying it through Apple. It was free with that whatever that phone plan was. Mm-hmm. But then when Matt whatever he did his upgrade, I lost it. So now I had to pay a whole new, you know what I'm saying? So, but because that plan at that time, that's what I had. So you telling me at that plan, I started at 300. This is what you got. That's boom, boom, boom. But now you saying, all right, well, here I'm adding all this too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it said we got a new plan.
Yeah, we got a new plan. Upgraded version. You can still watch it. Right now, she's about to read an ad. This little boy telling him about his dad, whatever his situation with his dad. So then after she hearing what he's saying, then she read off like, hey, you can go to this little therapy joint. Watch this. No, it's so crazy. Like it flow in regular conversation. Like it's not all topic. It's not just some unnecessary ad. The ad is literally on topic of what they're talking about.
So it's not like she, hey, this is former meals, you know, like not like
no,
that.
It's on topic. Now watch it. She want to listen. So he telling her, the little boy is telling her.
So she's still talking normal.
Talking normal.
She's not like reading.
Literally in the regular flow of the conversation. And then, so he telling her about now. She reading off a Christian, whatever the case may be. They got like a little therapy session for the family, for counseling, because look at it. This at her at work. This is like the little boy lost. Like, what the hell? He telling him about her mom and her dad, his mom and his dad about to sit here and separate, and they about to sit here and she basically, and they need therapy or whatever the case may be. So now she literally just came up with a therapy joint. So now they about to have sex, and then she said, and they get into it, and then she said,
she started doing Shannon shop. Oh, you need this?
No, exactly. She was like, you need some lube. Watch him. He's about to sit here and say, he started moaning and talking about, do you want some lube?
He's talking about, I ain't got a nigga. I'm calling somebody. Fuck this.
And they literally in the middle of the joint, and then she sit here and read an ad for just some lube, literally a lube ad. Riding smooth, thirsty. You need some trap lube. And he lost. Like, what the hell? And that's what make him want to up the jump for him, because now it threw the whole complete sex off. So now he want to see he can go get her another jump. So now when he go get her, when he
always trying to get your dollar.
But that's my point. But that just my whole thing of just even thinking about that whole thing was like that.
So what are you doing?
Huh?
So what you doing?
I don't know. I felt bad for him because I'm like, bro, this is your wife. But then it was kind of like she can't even really work because she actually in one of the other malfunctions and then she started to sleep more now. So now she can't get an extra job. So this real life really on him, like he's working to keep his wife alive.
All right, so what you know?
Man, it probably just depends on how much you really love your wife. Though. It ended up breaking both of them though. Like towards the end of the job, like when the whole
hey, my nigga, what are you doing? So you paying the 300, right? Are you paying the 300 first? That's maybe that's to be the first question. Are you paying the 300?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's your wife here. Of course, it's $300.
All right.
Like, I think what kind of get frustrating. And I mean, again, that's why I say I think you can where they kind of the way they played on it was perfect because it's somebody's health, and I think that you kind of tie that into how people feel about the healthcare system now, and that's why I think like this to me was the perfect episode. Like the next two episodes was kind of just like all right, whatever. Even the Issa Rae Jones was like all right, whatever. Though like this one, this was smart for them to start off episode 1 like this. This was perfect because this kind of like would have made me hook. Like they would have started episode 1, and I'm hearing people talk about Black Mirror, and the first episode would have been episode 2 or 3. I kind of like, bro, I'm cool. This ain't for me. But this episode 1, I was like, oh yeah, this shit was all right. Because it really make you think like, damn, how much do you really love somebody and how much are you willing to kind of put up and sacrifice? Because he was killing himself. Like this right now is still kind of playful, but when they kind of sit here and later on in the tomorrow they go into the episode and they kind of keep trying to up the prices and up the performance on her brain thing where she needs a stronger version or she need the plus, it's killing him because he got to work more hours. And then that's when the reason, and I probably messed it up a little bit because I was talking about him he end up basically starting the OnlyFans page. It's not OnlyFans, but it's just that's kind of the easiest way for me to explain it for people who haven't seen it. But he humiliating
himself
on camera.
That's crazy.
for the extra money. But he end up losing his job because the last thing he do, somebody say, "I give you $500 to take the mask off," because he was wearing like a little bunny mask where it was covering up majority of his face. All you can see is the bottom part. So, but again, remember what I told you? He got hip to this website through somebody that worked with him.
Cash. That's cool.
So the dude paid him to sit here and say, "Hey, I got $500 for you to take the joint off." He paid him $500 to take the mask off, but he got a dildo glove. So he take the mask off and he giving the glove some head. So he go back to work the next day and everybody laughing at him, and he end up beating up the dude, and the dude end up getting ran over by one of the construction trucks.
Whoa. Oh, the little young boy.
Yeah.
Oh, he was saying, "I'm gonna pay you $500."
No, they paid him.
Who? No. When you say that,
I don't know who else at the job.
That's what I know. No. I thought that's what you were saying. The dude paid the $500.
I don't know who paid the $500.
Oh, that's what I thought you were saying.
The dude may have paid him. I don't know who paid him, but when he went to work the next day, they had the picture up on the work board. Like at the work, everybody laughing. And when he come to work, everybody laughing. He kind of, and I'm sure in the back of his mind, he know why they laughing. But as soon as he come into the job, it's a picture of him with the mask off, him got the glove with the dildo on it, and it's put it up to his mouth. And then he noted the young boy. He know about the website through the young boy. So the first person he attacked is the young boy. And then the young boy end up getting ran over by one of them big construction trucks. And he end up losing his job.
Jesus.
So what would y'all do? Would you pay the $300?
I'll pay the $300.
Would you pay the $300? Would you keep going up, or would you allow your partner just to rock off the ass? To me, the ass wasn't that deep.
But I feel like it's going to get worse over time. Like your cell phone, like you be like, "Oh, I'm not going to upgrade it," but then eventually you're going to have to upgrade it, right?
Yeah, but that upgrade, like to the point, the point where I'm not going to spoil.
Can I ask one important question? Do they have kids?
Nah. But that was the part. But that was the part that was kind of messing them up because they wanted kids.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, okay. I'm not paying $300.
Why? Because if y'all don't got kids, you just gonna let your partner just die. You're crazy as hell. I'm paying the $300.
I'll pay the $300. Anything higher, we might have to have a conversation.
Yeah, pay the $300 and just let them run the ad. Like the ad wasn't even crazy. Like the ads was smooth as hell.
You just said we already struggling.
Yeah, I mean, look, and then she writing off an ad for some THC gummies.
Yeah, man. Hey.
And like I said, so shout out. Like I said, when I seen that first episode, like I said, episode 1 got me, but the other 2 episodes was kind of just like, all right, whatever. Like it was just, you kind of see how, I mean, I get it. They like a lot of the stuff was like a lot of technology kind of stuff. Like I get. I mean, to me, I guess that was still one of those shows. Like when I kind of be like, it make me judge people again. Going back into the original chain, when I was seeing him saying it's so crazy how many people was running to promote Sinners. Because to me, it was like I've been hearing people talk about Black Mirror for years, but it's kind of like I'm just not a fan of hearing you talk so highly about like a white type of show, and I don't hear people with that same energy when we talk about The Chi. And for people, just a sidebar, The Chi come back out May 16th, or hearing people talk about Power or talk about BMF. Like I'm just not a fan of that. To me, if I'm looking at somebody and you have a popular voice in the Black community, I'm just not a fan of like Black Mirror, and then it'd be like nobody really, it'd be crickets about The Chi. Like that's the shit that kind of annoy me. Just how people use their voice. And that's what made me think when I'm hearing everybody talk about Sinners, I'm kind of like, damn, what was the triggering part to make everybody feel like they had an enemy? Of course, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, and what's the fat dude from what was that from? What he played in the 50 Cent movie? Like both of them, all of them was doing. They went and did everybody, all the major radio stations, all the major podcasts. They didn't went and did all those jumps, but it still made me be like, damn, what made everybody get in line just to talk about it? Because it's like, if people spent that same type of energy, I was kind of like, damn, I wish people did that for The Chi. Because I feel like The Chi is a good show.
But a lot of these shows just kind of just fall wayside. Just like even Godfather in Harlem. I forgot that shit was still on. That shit like what, season 4 or something like that? Yeah,
nobody but that's my point. People don't talk about it like
because the shows are not, like I said, they don't live up to the expectations. That's why I say I get it. Cool, pro-Black, all this, not, you know what I'm saying, whatever y'all saying, but like these shows kind of just fall wayside. A lot of them shows that, like I said, what you're talking about, like they don't hold your attention that for so long. And I get, like I said, you saying why not promote it, why not just, but like I said, even with The Chi, when The Chi first, the first 2 seasons, and then when Shorty went off, it was like, all right, you stayed on it, but it ain't been the same since the beginning.
No, I can't say that. The shot definitely made a huge turnaround from those.
But it's still not as good as it was when at the beginning. It was not as good. Like I said, from the beginning, if old boy never left, I'm pretty sure yes, Shaq would be a talked about show. But like I said, you lost a lot of.
I don't know. I feel like the shot had its moments when it first came on. What was that? The first what was it? Was he on the first 2 seasons or just the first season?
The first two.
Okay, so I feel like the first 2 came out strong. Everybody was geeked. Of course, I get you on that one. Then it dropped for like 2 seasons. Like I feel like season 3 and season 4
because you stretched it with the whole old girl getting kidnapped and all that.
Cool. So it went definitely there. But then I feel like by what they about to be going on season 7 this year. So by 5 and 6 they caught back their swag. Like 5 and 6, nigga, that shit was on point. Like we talked about.
Wasn't that when old boy left, right? Because how long he been gone? He only been gone 1 season. He ain't been gone 1 season.
Who talking, Kevin?
Yeah. He ain't even gone a season.
He ain't been gone the whole season yet. He only been gone like, so he just a couple episodes.
Okay.
So like I said, I mean, I just pay attention to how people use their voice and what people talk about. That'd be my only thing for sometimes. Like it's cool. Like if you into TV shows, and I do feel like sometimes again when I feel like people go out on the limb and be just talking about some of these other shows, I'd be like, these shows don't be as good as people be trying to gas them. Like this, like I said, this Black Mirror Jones, this episode, you see, episode 1, cool. I got it. I was kind of like, damn, like this was kind of low key fire. I was mad at myself, but then when I got to episode 2 and 3, I was like, bro, I could do without this. Like episode 1 was fire, but then the next 2 was kind of just like, all right, cool. I may give it another episode to see what it is. Like I'm still kind of like debating on. I want to watch The Pit because I done seen so many people talk about it, and I seen Netflix got their own version of it. So I think it's called Pulse. So I'm sure that The Pit had to be that fire that Netflix hurry up and went and did their own version to kind of even compete with it. So I do want, because I'm still paying for my HBO Max, so I do want to watch it, but I just haven't ran to watch it because I mean, of course, it's the NBA, the playoffs, and all of that stuff is going on. But I guess while we talk about TV, they kind of move it along a little bit. I guess, man, shout outs to Rock. I'm not gonna lie to you. Rock is one of those people, and we talking about Raising Kanan, and Rock is just one of those characters that kind of just like, I almost feel like, damn, like Rock got to be like, she was a zodiac sign, she would be a Gemini, because she kind of like, you could tell she really got love for what's my man with Joey Badass character. I forgot what's Joey Badass character name. Unique. She got a lot of love for Unique because that's why even when everybody else kind of like ready to push the button and try to like go to war with him, she keep coming up with all these excuses for her. But even for the fact that she was the one to pull the plug on the moms, it was kind of like, I mean, of course they still had their little moment at the end of the episode, but it was still just like, I was just like,
she had to be the one.
Yeah,
I don't think none of them could have did it.
Because that just lets you know how off she is.
I know. I don't think it's necessarily off. I just feel like
I don't think she got too. Bro, that's
no. No, because I feel like it's just like, all right, if what's name would if Marvin would have did it the first, then you would have had Rock and they would have been hating you for what you did.
You never would have had to tell them.
You come on, you would have had to. I think he would have had to say something. It would have been eating you up inside. That's why I say I just feel like Rock was the only.
That family be doing a lot of little.
They do a lot of shit, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like Rock was the only one who really could have did that and got it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is just like she had to make that decision. I don't think none of them really could have. Like I said, it had to be going through Rock.
I disagree with that. I think if Marvin character was built like that, he could have really got away with it off the rip. He could have did it and nobody would have never thought twice about it.
But Marvin got the most bodies out of everybody, and that's what I'm saying. Even when she said it, was like,
yeah, but I think I think all of them have their soft spots for the people they got their soft spots for.
I like I said, I think Rock was the only one who could have did that.
Because Marvin was the one who basically told her how to do it.
Right, because she asked him first and he said no. You knew Lou wasn't going to do it.
But no, but did you but that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you actually did you listen to when he told her, hey, the nurse ain't there. So if you're gonna go do it now.
And that's why I said Rock was the one who had to do it. I feel like she was the only one who was really, like I said, everybody else, because I feel like if as much as Rock don't get along with her mother, if she would have had some, if she knew that Marvin did that. Oh, that's what happened to her. Because Marvin did that. Just like she got mad at Kanan for hiding that she had cancer. Yeah. And you wasn't talking to her, you wasn't taking care of her or none of that. You got mad at Kanan because he kept that a secret from you. That's why I say I feel like Rock was the main person who had to do that.
I mean, I guess I feel like any of them could have did it, but I mean, I like the way it kind of just the ending of that moment of just her having that super like soft moment. And like I said, just to me, that episode was just that whole episode. You kind of got to see her softer side, where you kind of just see where her weaknesses is. And like I said, even with the unique thing, you kind of just really got to see her just like. I don't even feel like even when she was in there, I don't feel like she was talking for her life. Like I don't feel like she feared him. I felt like she kind of I'm sure, like to me, I almost was like, damn, I wondered what she was gonna pull the papers out and tell him, like, nigga, I had your kid or whatever the case may be. Why would I kill you? Like whatever the case. Like I literally thought that was gonna be like her, like she was gonna come out and say that. Like, and when they was having that little heated back and forth in the kitchen, I thought she was gonna sit here and show him or tell him that she was pregnant, but she kept that one to the vest, and maybe she'll just use that scenario for a later date. I guess the only other big wow out of that episode to me was like the little what is it, midget? I don't even know if you're supposed to say midget anymore, but the small dude taking Kanan money was crazy. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that one was kind of like, and it was because his character just so like a nerd, and then he's just like a small person. So it was kind of like, damn, like Kanan kind of like ripping and running the streets, really doing his big one and kind of smoking people and putting pressure on people. And for him to get his whole entire savings stole from a midget is kind of OD. He was sick, dog. Like, you just think about it. Like, you out here real live applying pressure and you really getting stuff. And then they come to find out you just got hit by, like, come on, dog. Like, he was sick about that one. And Slim, like, real live a nerd.
But the girlfriend, she tried to tell him. He was like, nah, he cool. He good people.
He was watching the whole time.
Yeah, that one was tricky. What else really happened?
And he still ain't found him.
Do y'all think Rock had something? Yeah, no, he still ain't found him. Do y'all think really? Because I mean, of course, in Kanan's mind, because he's seen Rock giving the police officers some bread. Do y'all think that Rock had anything to do with Famous?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think she did either. I kind of don't even see what would be her point. What was the reason for her to even have something to do with it?
Marvin, maybe.
Marvin and the police. That's the only people I can really think.
He's been doing a lot this season.
Did Marvin know that Famous knew that information, or they was trying to? Because I can't remember now, like who knew that Famous. Did the police pick Famous up?
Lou, I think
Lou knew. No.
No, because he was in.
No. Somebody did see him, so I think Marvin did know.
Who saw him?
Because I thought, if I'm not mistaken, I thought somebody said that. Oh, he got picked up.
I think the father did.
Yeah, because when he had.
I want to say I think the father did before the father passed. I mean, before the father passed away. I want to say I thought that the father told. Did he tell Rock? I can't remember because like that's the only thing about it. It was so long ago.
I want to say Marvin do know. I want to say.
Could it have been the father?
No.
Maybe he did it before.
No, because he died.
But Famous was missing around that time anyway, right? Because that was the end of the season.
Yeah, he was.
In the beginning of the season, it was no Famous. He was already gone.
But why would he?
Yeah, because he wasn't. Yeah, the father wasn't even around. I don't even think to even do that. Was he around to do that interview? He
saw him.
He did tell Kanan. I remember him telling Kanan. I know for a fact the father told Kanan.
Damn, that's a good. You might be right. You might be right. Now that you say that.
What?
She might be right. The father could have did it.
I don't think he would have did it Famous like that. Not the way that they explain
He don't know Famous. He don't care. It's not like he was a part of their life.
He do know Famous because he's the one who got him out of jail, right?
He know him, but he don't know him like Rock and them know him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I do agree with Eric on that one. I don't think the father had no real attachment like the rest of them did. Like, I can't see. The way they explain how Famous I can't see Rock or Lou, especially not Lou. I can't see Rock or Lou or any of them having anything to do with Famous because bro, he was literally like one of the family members. Like when they was having family dinners, he was the only person who wasn't blood at the dinners.
So that's what I'm saying. So why the father? I want to keep him away from. I knew he was talking to the feds.
I don't know. I think that to me is one of the things that's kind of going to, I guess, hold this season off. They got 3 more episodes. I think that one is kind of going to keep people wanting to watch to figure out who did what to Famous. Because that's like, to me, that's the strongest storyline that they kind of still have left right now. I'm not going to lie to you. The Partisan Fund thing threw me completely. I cannot believe he went out like that. Like I was so surprised. Like when they got to the spot to go rob that house, I could not believe he hit like, he was like, nah, I can't do it. I'm like, what? Like all that crazy, the way he talking his raps when he was locked up, the way he was talking to Lou and all of that. I was like, huh? How you put this whole play together and then you come and then you just, and you come and then you get a change of heart? Like how you get a change of heart? Like,
would he be, I mean, just looking at them, would he stand out toward, I mean, with everybody else, would he stand out?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he felt like the dude.
His voice, him talking.
Yeah,
yes.
Of course, his voice. That's what.
That was my only thing. Thinking him saying something might. That's why you didn't want to do it. But if I'm just saying, like height wise, maybe
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they trying to. I don't know how they rap it. I mean, of course, in real life, he is taller than majority of rappers and stuff like that. So, but I don't know how they were trying to portray his character on the show. If he was taller than everybody else, like was he really gonna stand out? But of course, his voice it would have stood out. But I kind of just was like
clammed up in that studio. Like, God damn.
But that's my point. Like his character hit a complete left because it was like, bro, your character was so super tough. I'm like, on this rah-rah, this tough guy, like literally like his whole demeanor, even when he was still locked up, he was kind of made it like, I'm holding it down, I'm cool. And this, like his demeanor was so tough, and that demeanor went completely left in that van. Like, and then like, again, like what you said, when they got to the studio and he kind of thinking it like, you ain't even going there. Why are you acting so scary? Like you was there, but you wasn't there. You didn't go inside. Like nobody can't put you to like pin you to this whole situation. So it's kind of like, why are you acting like that? Like he was acting like, dang, he was acting like he was ready to snitch like on his damn self. Like that one was kind of crazy. Like I said, I mean, that episode was cool, but it was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. They got to kind of like 50 guys. You got 3 episodes to kind of get this Raising Kanan together because it's just like it's kind of just losing its luster. Like it's on. Like it went from a high. Like episode 6 was old. Like it was on point. It was like, damn, all right, the season back. And then the next episode, it was kind of just like, all right, it was cool. Like I mean, it was cool. Like I understood. Like you got to see different sides of Rock. You got to see her emotions. You got to see her soft side. But it was still just like. And I even seen that Marvin, I want to say Marvin and the young man that played Kanan, they went and did an interview on Sway, and they were sitting here talking about how people were sitting here saying this season been super slow, and they was kind of like, that's the point, allowing people to fall in love with the characters. But I think it's too, you can't do that now. Like this was a new show, cool, but just for what people are used to from this show, you cannot do no character development this late in the game. Like it's just too late in the game for that one. In other news, real quick, I guess we kind of switch gears. I told y'all for a fact last week, and sometimes you kind of like the way some of these rappers have been getting out of some of these situations. I kind of felt like I didn't feel like I went on a limb, but I kind of in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't want another I told you so moment. And I'm talking about TK. For people who don't know, I told y'all last week after his girlfriend took the stand, it was Rap City in the basement for him. So again, to finalize that Rap City in the basement, this young man has got hit with an 80 piece.
And the sentence for 55 years, that's a stiff sentence. This 80-year sentence is a stiff sentence. And these are cases where you have to serve half your time, and that's day for day time. And I recognize that. Hopefully you will grow, but based upon his age, based upon the number of years that he has received out of Tarrant County, and the number of years that he's received here, based upon his history and the lack of any type of good parenting. From what I can tell, his mother wasn't a good parent to him. His father wasn't a good parent to him. Child Protective Services was not good. And if you believe the testimony, I don't know why Child Protective Services would place children back with a father who put the children's mother in the hospital. Is there something else that needs to be done with our society? Yes. Is more money need for Child Protective Services and their workers? Yes. And I do realize that while this is a lot of time, and I tell people all the time, any time that you do in custody is a lot of time. But by that same token, you're still alive. And what the state has said is true. You're still alive. You can still better yourself. If you end up in prison for the rest of your life, you're still alive. You still can improve yourself. Your family can still visit you. But the complainant in this case is deceased. And you need to internalize that the complainant in this case is deceased and that his family is never going to see him again. So you're going to have to make changes. And you're going to have to remove people from your life who are not of benefit in the means of making you a better person. And I do understand that sometimes people will go to prison. They join gangs because you need protection, because you're there by yourself. You're young, but you're going to have to make better choices. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to sentence him to 80 years in the prison, give him credit for any time served. There is a $0 fine. This will run concurrent with.
Bro, you can't give nobody no goddamn time served and tell them you're giving them 80 years, bro. And for seeing here saying you're going to have to do 50 and it's running concurrent, he already had a 55-year life sentence for another case he already had. And this one on top of that, 80, bro, he is a dub for you. It ain't no time of, even if you do 50% of that, you shouldn't even want to come out of jail. Because he already like 20 something. Even if you sit here and say, if I got to do 50% of an 80-year B, to 40 years, like, bro, I'm not coming out of nobody jail at 65, 70 years old. Like, come on, dog. Like, you just, at that point, you playing with yourself. You might as well sit in there and just do, because your whole brain cell is just going to be, all you know is jail. There ain't no purpose of you coming home after sitting here doing 40 or 50 years. Like, it's no point, dog. Like, just hang it up. Don't ask for no parole or none of that. Just go ahead and do the whole time and just die in jail. And like I said last week, I don't feel sorry for him just because the brutality of the situation he did. And again, like I said, we kind of even tie that in. I seen a lot of people that Carmelo Anthony, and one, I hate that his parents even named him that. Like, why would you name your kid that? Like, that shit to me is just so, like, bro, don't name your kid after no professional athlete. I don't, like, that shit is dumb. Like, I'm never naming my kid after no athlete. Like, maybe if they had the first name, but not the first and the last. I don't even care if you spell it wrong, because now everybody got to say it anytime they bring up the story, Carmelo Anthony, but not the basketball player. Like, bro, what the? All right, but anyway, you see a lot of people kind of using that one to just, man, that's what sometimes with social media, it gets so tricky because you'll see so many people use that situation as just a race thing. And again, like I said, to me, I was even proud of myself just last week, kind of just like, bro, these are still kids. And I can't, like, I don't care what the scenario is or how they try to like break it down. I still know that it's kids. And maybe I think sometimes when I hear people and I see people try to, use these situations as kind of getting off their race topics or whatever, sitting here saying like the discriminations or how these people get to raise this money, but this black boy can't. Only reason I think sometimes when people speak like this, I think you don't live in majority black cities where you can kind of just like, I can go look at DMV Hoods and News, or I can go look at Kilmo, like, and you just seeing like even over the weekend, like, it's a nice day, and that's just so crazy because a homegirl of mine said this, and Top be sending me Jones, and I'd be like, I'm cool. I don't even be mad at him sending them no more because sometimes you want to be aware of how bad it actually is outside. And when he be sending me them Jones, all I always write back is like, bro, that's why I be happy to just be in the house playing a game or editing some videos, because it'd be like, it's just too ridiculous. Like, it was a video floating around downtown for people who don't know, Southwest DC. It said where the Nationals play it, and it was literally right there. It was I'm talking about hundreds of teenagers, hundreds. Like, even the police sending out alerts. Like, if you don't already have reservations to be down Southwest, you don't need to be down there because these teenagers have basically took down the waterfront. And I'm saying they by the hundreds. And my homegirl of mine wrote me and was like, bro, where are their kids at? I said, mama need a life too. You know where their kid parents at. You know for a fact where their parents are. It was an 80-degree day on the weekend. Friday and Saturday, it was 80 degrees on both days. And trust and believe, and most of these teenagers, and the reason why I constantly bring up these conversations, and the reason why I had that conversation last week, even when we were talking about the Carmelo Anthony thing, is because I'm to the age where I have friends who their kids are 17. Their kids are the kids is outside. I know people personally who have lost teenage kids. So it's not, you can't sit here. And I think sometimes when I see people use those, when people were so easy and quick to run and just grab the race thing, I'm like, you have not, somebody personally or somebody close in your age group hasn't lost a teenager yet. Because I look at it completely different, knowing that, bro, I know people who have lost teenagers to violence. So it's hard for me to sit here and make it be like, yeah, just because this kid was white, I'm not about to make it like, all right, this shit is cool, because again, Friday, Saturday, I'm watching hundreds of kids run down with grown people. People go down the waterfront. That's supposed to be kind of like a nice little date night. They got nice restaurants down there. Like they don't even have a bunch of like black, quote unquote, black events down there for real. They be having whatever they be having at the bullpen and that's not even like, and that shit is kind of just like more even like, that ain't even like on some hood shit. They be having like cool little Caribbean events and different little, like it's about like the Southwest. And
I don't think you gotta have anything down there for them to be down there.
But that shit was crazy. Like that video was
just fine. I don't think you like, even that's why they had the curfew out there at the National Harbor. Kids just go out there because it's nice out there. Stuff to walk. You just walking around. You don't have to have an event going on.
But this is what I'm saying though. That's my point though. Even just still, it's two different spots where they closed down over the weekend because it was just a ruck of teenagers. Even because you just said the National Harbor, bro, they closed down the Tiger outlets. I believe it was that Friday or Saturday because it was too many teenagers just running down there rapidly. It be just because again, like it make you sit here and say, the homegirl of mine, her son ain't as that. Oh yeah, he not to that age. I think he like 10 or something. And she was kind of just like, damn, like where are these people parents at? Like how did all of these kids just be able to
everybody
get together?
Don't parent the same.
Social media.
Everybody parent don't parent the same. Like everybody don't parent the same. And and that's why I say I get it. And you can't say like we had that in those days too. We had that back then. I think, but it was more of a word. It was more of a word of a mouth. It was more word of a mouth. Like this is like even house parties. How house parties got shut down or whatever the case may be. You got 100 kids in your basement. How you didn't know that?
Listen to what I'm saying though. I understand what you're trying to say, but let's just be real. I think a lot of parents and a lot of people do that when we was kids. But when we was kids, we actually went into places that you had to pay to get into. Where as a kid, when did you ever go somewhere that you seen it look like the way it looked down Southwest this weekend? You never did nothing like that, dog. Like, let's not sit here and keep making it seem like, yeah, when we was kids, you went to the La Pearl. You went to the CFE. You went to my brother's place. You went to Icon. You went to all of these. You paid to go somewhere. Yeah, it was hundreds of kids inside of a facility that somebody paid to get into. Yeah, you was at a go-go. You wasn't outside running up and down the street. Like that video. Did you see that video of them kids? They were literally in the middle of the streets taking over. Like, it looked like a damn fucking sports parade.
You're absolutely right. But that's the difference between me living in Maryland and living in D.C. I don't live in D.C. I didn't grow up in D.C. Maryland, we had cars, like we didn't catch the metro. I never rode no metro buses and stuff like that. That's a different lifestyle. So that's what I'm saying. When you talking about, that's what they do. They hang outside. You can't act like we didn't hang outside in our neighborhood. We hung outside. We did.
That's a difference between hanging outside. I'm not putting that just on hanging outside.
But in the city, that's what they do. You acting like they don't just meet up and just hang out.
No, it was probably almost 1,000 kids out there.
But how hard is it to be like, oh, the bitch is outside. Oh, look where I'm at. And you think niggas don't show up?
Man, that was nighttime, dog.
Right. So what are you saying? You saying it's nighttime like kids didn't go outside?
I hear you, I guess.
I think you kind of forgetting, like, dog, you talking about if high school wise, you talking about between the ages of 16 and 18. Most of them are out there.
They was probably younger than that.
You think they was younger than that?
Yeah, it was probably younger than that. Just like they had a whole at Six Flags, it was people out there fighting. It's like a meetup thing they get on social media.
And that's why I just think it's easier to, but just like even with that whole Castanet when people was fussing at him about the whole doing the shit in Times Square. How many people showed out there? It's just word of mouth.
Yeah, I get it, but it's a little bit different, dog.
Dog, no, and I'm gonna tell you, I can give you a perfect scenario where you wasn't there. Freaking what's name threw a party in the house, and it was word of mouth. And I'm talking about this looked like a go-go. And of course she was charging people and all that. But I'm talking about it was like damn near 100 kids out there. Off of word of mouth. She ain't pass out no flies or none of that. And sitting here, we ran down there, came down, some old cars everywhere. We like, how the hell all these kids get here? And this is when she was in high school. And they got shut down. And it was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Bama's got the shooting up at the top of it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Word of mouth, kids gonna get there.
I think the issue is they probably shouldn't even been there that late. Like, where are the parents?
That's my only thing. Like, I hear what you're saying, and I get what you're trying to say, but my thing is, again, where are the parents though? Like, how do you because that's what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying. Kids can meet up and they can do whatever the case may be. I'm not saying kids gonna be kids, but my thing of it is, as a parent, your kid should have a curfew.
I hear you, but everybody parent ain't the same. Everybody parent is not the same. Everybody don't, like I said, me. If my kid is going somewhere, I'm 9 times I'm going with him. I'm gonna be right there, brother. When he want to go to Sky Zone, all right, you can't go. You and your brother going. I'm not going to drop you off. But some parents are okay with just dropping their kids off, letting them go. What's name?
Yeah, that shit.
If I'm picking up maybe one of his friends, oh, all right, go ahead, let them go. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Some people are okay with that. Everybody don't parent the same.
I mean, I hear you and I get it, but some of that just be like, bro, come on. Like, when it's just be like, when I seen that, John, I was just kind of like, bro, where are their parents? And I know where their parents at. Hey, mommy need a life too. Daddy need a life. Oh, it's 80 degrees. You just as damn near, the parents are just as bad as the kids because you want to go outside and enjoy your 80-degree day. So guess what? You don't care. You don't care where your kid is because they just not in your face. But then again, that's how you had so many teenagers getting killed so early at such a young age. Like, let's be clear, all them kids down south, people got shot down there. So that's my whole point. Is just like, yeah, I can't, like, you can, man, I don't, that to me, I get it. Everybody parent differently, but just still somebody got to be a real parent.
They need to start charging the parents.
And that's why I said, like, even when my son was like, oh, dad, guys, season pass, I said, no, you're not. If I'm not going, I'm not getting you a season pass so you can just get dropped off.
But you talk about that. But you do have older kids that they might feel like, well, like my daughter, I'm not going to go with her everywhere that she goes. So, like at 16, 17, your parents not tailing behind you everywhere that you go.
And that's what I'm saying. But you can say, hey, I'm going to such and such house, and then you out there on U Street. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, right. Like kids are going to be kids. That's what I'm saying. You can tell your parents that you're somewhere else and you're not there. And that's why I'm just like,
but it's happening. The issue is it's happening way too much. Like, parents need to start addressing the issue. Like, if I help my daughter, then she definitely won't be doing it again. It shouldn't be like every weekend. This is like every weekend this is happening.
Literally two. No, we're talking about two different spaces. One is in Maryland and one is in DC. And you talking about they literally had you talking about, imagine if you owned one of the businesses down Southwest and you thinking, damn, it's the first 80-degree day. I'm sure you think like that. My restaurant about to go crazy, and you got hundreds of kids just taking over the street. Who the fuck, like, just imagine, like, me as an adult, I see this via social media, or even if, just imagine if I'm one of these, I'm talking as a black person, I can only imagine what a white person, they seeing this and be like, oh, we're not going to Levi's no more. I'm not going down to the Anthem. Did you see all those niggers down there?
But look, and that's why I say, when you, that's an argument that you can have when they shut down a lot of these, like with the whole, when y'all used to throw those go-go's that for the kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing with, what do they have to do? They don't have nothing else to do.
You gotta figure out something, though. Like, I can't just be like, it's nighttime, dog. Like, this video, it is nighttime. This is like, I ain't gonna see him make it like it's the middle of the night, bro. But it's like,
oh no, we're not.
And they just scatter, like, and people got businesses. I can only imagine if I owned I would be on the mayor's neck if I owned a restaurant down there. Like, first thing Monday morning, I would be on Mayor Bowser's. I would be on her head, bro. I'm gonna need some rent, reconstruction, or something. Like, there's no way, because you just fucked my money up. The first nice day, like, you talking about, and it was going into a holiday weekend. Like, that could kind of realistically, some type of videos could mess up my business for the whole entire weekend now, because now people gonna think twice about going down there. So, like, I mean, again, like I said, yeah, that's crazy, though. Like I said, thoughts and prayers to any kid if something happened to a kid that you may know over the weekend. But all I just was seeing and say is just like parenting, though. Like, just that, man, though. Like, people really just having kids and don't want to be parents. Like, literally just don't, because that's the only excuse I can get for some of their things is like people just literally had their kids and just be like, I'm cool on being a parent. Their parenting thing is I keep a roof over their head, I keep clothes on their back, and I feed them so they can go outside and they can do whatever they want. Like, that should be crazy. What else is going on in the world?
Pieces don't hit, you out of luck. Be in a restaurant embarrassed.
Are you choosing trapper, scammer, or 9 to 5?
9 to 5.
9 to 5?
Yeah, I'm done with the trappers.
The scammers be the brokest one. Personal experience, I'm having a flashback. If the pieces don't hit, you out of luck. Be in a restaurant embarrassed. They be like, oh God.
The trappers is better than scammers.
Yeah, because the money is there. With the scammers, it's a hit or miss. If the pieces don't hit.
I just only wanted to play that clip because that just was funny, and it kind of made me think of like, damn, if you was really out on a date with somebody and that's how you was kind of like paying for stuff and you was just using like your like the little card that you to finesse, and you go out on a date and the card don't hit and you ain't got no real cash on you, bro, you're gonna be sick if y'all gotta sit here and do the little dash on them people's. What else is going on in the world? I guess the Tracy Ellis Ross thing was like probably one of the bigger stories. And I think the only reason why it became a big story is because, of course, people just a week ago was dragging Trick Daddy to hell for saying the same exact thing. Like, I literally think if people did not drag Trick Daddy, I don't think that this Tracy Ellis Ross stuff would even be a story, to be honest. It wouldn't be a story. Like, I don't think people would even care if people didn't literally drag Trick Daddy. I think maybe not last week, but it maybe 2 weeks ago. Trick Daddy was on Ball Alert podcast and literally said the same exact thing that Tracy Ellis Ross said, and they killed Trick Daddy for it. And I think that's the only reason why the Tracy Ellis Ross thing even got made.
You know, as much as grief does surface for me around not having children and not having a partner, I still wouldn't want the wrong partner.
That's a great point for people to hear.
I'm not interested in that. You have to make my life better. It can't just be, you know, I'm in a relationship to be in a relationship. So even though the grief does emerge and that comes and I hold that, I think of what I've done, and I think of, I woke up every morning trying to do my best. I didn't wake up one morning and be like, I'm going to mess this day up.
That's right.
So I must be where I'm supposed to be. And I don't know, sometimes I think of all of the things I've done, the courage that I've had to have and what I've had to learn how to navigate as a single person with no one to hide behind.
Yeah.
And it's built a really beautiful experience around me. And I have reasons though that, because I had to ask myself that question. I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
There's that. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
I'm sorry.
No,
Craig.
I was going to say, so it's a generational thing. So it didn't matter how you met them, or is it just kind of the guys you're meeting?
That's obviously
too big of a
it's
generalization.
a generalization, but because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with homosexuality. I mean, something as basic as that there's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Yeah, what century are you?
Like, oh my God.
Where's your horse and buggy?
Yeah, like, I'm so sorry.
And your bedpan.
Yeah, for real.
Chamber pot.
Yeah, your chamber pot. Your chamber pot. Like, where I'm just like, yeah, this is not a match. And I have long been past the age where I feel like it's my job to teach somebody or grow them up.
Yeah.
That I'm not interested in. So, but it's interesting. I mean, there's so many different philosophies on dating. I'm up with mine. I have come up with what works for me and what makes sense for me and what feels safe for me.
Yep.
I mean, like, I'm not on dating apps. I have friends that have great success with dating apps, but that's just not something I'm comfortable with.
So you're meeting folks in the wild then?
That's the only way for me. Or someone sets me up, or I meet them at an event. I meet someone. It's usually people that also have a level of recognition that they, have as much to lose as me to a certain extent. I don't know. I mean, I haven't had great luck lately, but I do have to say I'm moving up on what it is that I'm looking for as a match. I'm up with mine. I'll not do it again. The reason,
first off,
that was a big difference.
What did she say? Well, she didn't say nothing wrong.
That's what I say. That's a big difference between what she said and what Trick Daddy said.
What you mean? What's the difference?
She said that Trick Daddy was like he wants somebody he can teach and show and groom. She says she doesn't want to have to raise or grow anybody up. She would like to date somebody that has an open mind as to how things can happen, as opposed to somebody that's, oh no, you should be.
And she's talking about younger than her.
Okay, so just to what you just said right there, I think one, of course, is wording. I think, and again, I think a lot. I mean, of course, somebody like Trick. No, but what they said was the same thing, because Trick Daddy's words was just more. I'm trying to basically where it's like I don't want to see, because they basically said the same thing, but his wording was almost like
no.
And she
Trick Daddy's going to talk to any younger. Trick Daddy's going to talk to somebody younger where he can say, "Yeah, oh baby, I can give you this." Boom, boom, boom. Tracy Ross. I mean, she's only talking to somebody with stature, like she said, that's on the same same level as me. Trick Daddy's going to date down. He's not going to date nobody his age. He's going to date down.
He's going to date somebody.
He ain't going to date nobody with no status. He's going to date down. So that's a big difference. You're controlling them.
But let's be real though. Even for Tracy Ellis Ross, how many younger people you think she can date down to date? Like, let's be real. Like how many people at her level? How many younger people can Tracy Ellis Ross date?
What you mean? They got money or status?
That's what she said. Yeah,
that's a lot of
people. She got. I mean, because she's older, so she got a Michael B. Jordan. She got well, she got a whole. She has.
She don't have is when she putting again. That's the difference between her and Trick Daddy. If you sit here saying
she had, why wouldn't you? I mean, I feel like I don't know her dating history, but I feel like
nobody do. I think this is the first time people actually.
But that's what I'm saying. But when
come
you
out and say something, but I think let me play what Trick Daddy said real quick. Here you go.
All the shit in the world.
Oh man,
they stuck in their fucking ways. They wonder why they can't keep them.
Now look, now you know they gonna get you for this. Now
I wouldn't give a damn. Them old hoes need to lower their standards and realize that unless you want to
Trick, no.
Unless them hoes want a nigga that unless they want a swap out, a nigga that's a swap out artist, unless them bitches want a yes man or a paymaster, bitch, I'm the sugar.
No, what's the difference? Because that's what she.
No, let him keep going. Let him keep going talking, because he, like I said, he did.
Daddy with no sugar. Yeah, sweet and low. I'm not doing whatever you don't do, you don't get paid for. Like, bitch, stop always complaining. Like, for real. Them hoes stuck in their way. I asked her, where you at? You ain't I'm not your bitch. I hope I'm not your dad.
Listen to what he said, but we just go just those two parts. Because what she said, the men are stuck in their ways and they're not gender fluid and they not fluid. And you know what's so crazy when she said that? It was so funny because I just seen a random video come down on Twitter, like one of them little porn jumps. And I seen a dude, and this shit was crazy because I was like, oh, is these niggas gay? Like, if you had to be gay to do this, but those two things went together. I see it was listen to what I'm telling you. I'm telling you how it went. It was a dude laying on the bed, a girl in the middle, and she was giving him some head, and another dude was hitting her from the back. The dude that's under them, his balls is on the other nigga head. So when she's saying that fluid, I'm like, so is that what you trying to get into? Some freaky shit? Like, what do you need a nigga to be fluid for? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Because when she said that, I'm kind of like, oh, damn, Tracy Ellis Ross must be really into some freaky stuff. That you kind of don't want no man. Because what was the purpose of her saying men her age is homophobic? So what? The fuck you trying to bring another nigga in the bedroom?
I don't think, because she probably be around a lot of them. I mean, hairstylists and all that. I feel like she still be around.
Choose to do, like, who cares if that's what she choose to do? Like, what?
So what's the difference between what Trick Daddy saying? I want younger women because they not stuck in it. I can groom them. I can teach them. They open minded.
He wants to groom and teach. And he wants them to be lower than him. She's talking to somebody. They're not going to be. They might not be at her pay
I want
level,
you to still have standards.
But we're still here. So I'm not. She said I don't want to raise or teach another man. That's what she said.
And just like you even said the homo thing. Like we sitting at a restaurant. I'm with, oh, I don't want to sit by that. You know what I'm saying? You say something offensive like that. She has standards.
I feel like it's a difference. She doesn't want to groom anybody. Come into the relationship like you're established, I'm established, and we can make it work. Trick Daddy wants to date somebody that don't have shit, ain't gonna get shit.
But listen, but I think it's just because she's know how to word it better. Her wording it was saying
that's the difference.
No, he used the word I want to be able to groom, and she just basically said I don't want to date no older man because I don't want him to be able to come in with his old habits and stuck in that old masculine, masculinity.
But her dating down is all right. How is she, like 50 something or whatever?
She's close to 60.
It's close to 60. So okay, her dating down somebody in their 40s. somebody in their late 30s.
It could be somebody.
Trick Daddy dating down to somebody 20, 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? In their 20s. That's a big difference. And
I think the difference before them too is because, of course, she said she wants to still date somebody basically in the entertainment space. Somebody in that space where they
so
both got
he's just
something
sitting here fucking around with young girls that's in the club.
But I think that's the difference between women and men is I think for an older man, he don't like you don't have, bro. I don't need nobody else to I don't need you to be in the music business for me to date you. And that's the difference between women and men.
That could be a preference. That's your preference.
And that's why I say that's the difference between the
and
both
you date
of them.
somebody in the industry, then we understand each other's schedules. I understand we can't do this because you got to do this. It's an understanding that we'll have.
And that's why he said, "Oh, I don't, you text me telling me where I'm at. I'm not supposed to be." You're like, come on.
I feel like those two things. I feel like their conversations is not too far off. I just feel like, of course, Tracy Ellis Ross is just better with words than Trick Daddy. Like Trick Daddy is Trick Daddy. He going to sound. Him and Slim Thug is running neck to neck for people to just be like, all right, bro. Like at this point, when I see them pop up on one of them pages, I don't even click them. Like it's like Slim Thug is there for me. Like I may click a Trick Daddy video before I click a Slim Thug joint, because I feel like Slim Thug is just like, at least Trick Daddy is old. Trick Daddy is old, and then he kind of like his health is bad, so it's kind of like I'm not taking too much of what he say. He an old nigga from the South, and he got bad health. Like at this point, it's kind of like it is what it is. Like I'm not looking, but Slim Thug, I be feeling like he be just saying shit just to kind of like piss people off at this point. And I'm like, cool, bro. I just don't need to be pissed off every day just because you feel like you got something to say. But even with the Tracy Ellis Ross, like I'm not mad at what she said. I think more people, like I said, I don't think people would have made it even a thing if the Trick Daddy thing wasn't a conversation like 2 weeks ago, because it's like, I mean, cool, you date who you want. I get it. Like she don't want to date older men because older men aren't open to the things that she may be open to, or older men may come with more baggage, because I think realistically that's the conversation. Like after you get of a certain age, the older people get, the more boundaries they got, the more trauma they got that need to be unhealed. And I think older people just need to be honest and say that. And like I said, that's what I said. I'm not mad at what she said, but let's just be even a little bit, instead of trying to dance around and use words like toxic masculinity or older men being homophobic. Just call it a spade a spade. A lot of older people, man or woman, the older you get, the more trauma you're going to come to when it comes to dating. Because guess what? 9 times out of 10, if you actually have tried to pursue a real relationship before, that means you done got your heart broke before. So now that you done got your heart broke before, now you got certain things that you don't feel like doing, or you're going to drag your feet on doing. We talk about it all the time, because I mean, that's just a part of just getting older. And then some people will say you're just getting wiser. But I mean, when it comes to love, sometimes your wiseness can kind of like slow down the pattern. So you kind of want to date somebody younger where they're a little bit more green. They don't have as much baggage. They may not have no baby mama, baby father drama, or they may not have ever been divorced. Because think about it. If I'm 50 years old, 9 times out of 10, if I'm trying to date somebody else that's 50 and they both single, that means they probably got kids. They probably been divorced before. So I understand it, man or woman. Maybe I want to date somebody a little bit younger, so I don't have to deal with somebody who's been already married before. In their mind, they like, I want my marriage to be your first marriage. I don't necessarily know, because I'm not that old, but I understand where people do be having just different little boundaries for themselves. I do want to play this other clip that kind of, matter of fact, real quick, before I do play this other clip, I do want to say shout out to Michelle Obama. Her and her brother damn near look like fucking twins. I don't know if they are twins, but I do think, I don't even know where this podcast come from. I mean, we're like, what are they distributing it through? But I'm sure Spotify probably feels some type of way, because I know originally they gave the Obamas a lot of money. When they gave Joe Rogan that crazy bag, they gave the Obama some crazy bag. And I don't think at that time the Obamas didn't put out no real podcast, especially not no podcast to get these type of traction or get people even having a conversation. So for Michelle Obama to kind of figure out a way to kind of just be a little bit more brutally honest, because this is like her second clip that kind of went viral since she's been doing this new iteration of a podcast with her brother, because of course the first one was her addressing, and I forgot, I don't think we talked about it last week, but when they was talking about it was rumors that saying that her and Barack were separating because she wasn't going to no events with him no more. Like she kind of stopped going. She didn't go to the Trump inauguration, Joan. He went. She didn't go to, I forgot, one of those presidents who recently passed. She didn't go to his she didn't go to his funeral, and that
was only 2.
I thought it was one more. No, they said he was at a basketball game recently, and he didn't. He wasn't. It was a Clippers game, and she didn't go to. But she was just like, bro, I want to do my own thing. I had to be by this man's side and go everywhere with him when it was mandatory. It's not mandatory no more, so I'm cool. Like I don't have to go everywhere with him for us to be in a bad space. I just want to be able to do my own thing. If I don't have to go, I'm not going. And like I said, I ain't mad at her for that. Like, I mean, and it's cool. I do think that people should be able to go around and do their own little separate things. But again, when we talk about dating preferences, this one kind of like this one hit home for me because I'm not into. I still, if I see a good battle rap come down like my Twitter timeline, I will go on YouTube and search it up. But that was like a pastime. I mean, like I remember dating this girl like in my probably mid-20s, and I remember she was I think I talked about this before. She was like in a bad car accident, and that was like our thing because she was like on bed rest. And I'm talking about, we would literally watch every battle rap from like, I'm talking about for hours on hours. So when I heard this little clip, I kind of resonated with me.
Do you like battle rap?
Battle rap?
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it. I know people that did it.
Who's your favorite battle rapper? Do you like battle rap?
Battle rap?
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it. I know people that did it.
Who's your favorite battle rapper?
Probably, what is his name? He got in the car accident. From New York. I can't think of his name. I can't think of the name. Yeah.
I mean, I love battle rap. Like, that's my thing. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I go to a lot of battle rap events because it's like the community and it keeps me grounded. Okay. And I love Black people. Yeah. And for that many Black people to be in a community together and not be, volatile, and that's something to me. So you don't even know your favorite battle rap. Papoose. He's not a battle rapper. Do you like battle rap?
He do it.
He's not a battle rapper.
So when she gave that description of even why she likes to go to the battle rap events, I kind of like, damn, that's kind of fire. I never even thought about it like that, but it is kind of low key one of those. It's guess,
not fair.
Huh?
It's not fair.
What you mean? What's not fair?
Like that's me saying, all right, I like go-go. I listen to go-go all the time, but I can't date somebody because they don't like go-go. Like I can't do it with you because you don't.
I think it's having a real preference. And even when she said it, I didn't never even thought about it. Like that is probably one of the purest forms of rap that's not really been gentrified, to be honest. Like if you watch a battle rap, it don't be no white people in the crowd. So when she kind of even said that, I was kind of like, damn, that's kind of like, it's low key something to where it's like, it's still just literally because it's still so underground. It's literally a Black thing. So when you go to one of those events, I never looked at it like that until she said it. Okay, it's like a Black event.
But then when she give you like the list of her rappers and what she listened to, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that you kind of like you cutting off everybody because it's like, all right, if you don't like, because like who's battle rappers that
I mean, I'm sure people who listen to battle rap, I'm sure they may feel the same. Like I'm sure listen to what I'm saying. I re-seen it on Twitter because all the battle rappers was re-sharing it. So I'm sure there is. Listen to what I'm saying.
But I hear that part, right? But I'm just saying, like, if you're in that pop the balloon situation, right, and she's asking you that question, right? So if she asks you that question, who is your favorite battle rapper? What would you say?
Favorite battle rapper of all times? I may say, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of fuck with Charlie Clips. I know people be giving him a hard time, but I like Charlie Clips. I ain't gonna lie, he get busy. I could go Charlie Clips. I could go Sue Surf. Sue Surf be talking. Oh man, he be talking niggas greasy. I can go Sue Surf. Even if women, I can go. What's that? What's her name? Is her name 40 Bars? I like Miss Hustle. Both of them look good too, and they both can rap. You can always go Murder Mook. Like I feel like you can't never go wrong with Murder Mook. Like you could he could have even if you just don't know nothing else, you could even went Jay Mills. Like him and Murder Mook had that crazy OD battle since like but you gotta think about I'm old enough to I bought Smack DVDs. So I grew up on that. So that's what I'm saying. Even her saying that, I kind of like, damn, that's kind of fire. Because you think about those something small like that, if you can find a woman that you can find something like that in common, that's something that you can build on because that's something that of course you can
but how common is that?
It could be a bunch of women in them crowds, though. Don't get it twisted.
I'm not saying it's a bunch of women everywhere. But my thing is with your preferences. Now, if you into the battle rap, you go to battle raps, yes. But like I said, when you did that conversation, it's like, oh, battle. Jay Mills. I never seen Jay Mills battle. I'm a fan of.
Just don't remember it.
No, I never seen Jay Mills no rap freestyle.
I promise you, if I pull up the video, you've seen this video.
You can pull up any. I don't watch battle rap. I know like I said, what I know Jay Mills from is not from no battle rap.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't listen to battle rap. I don't watch it.
All right. Okay. Cool.
But that's what I'm saying. But
you just wouldn't be for her then.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's kind of not fair. Like when you say that, like battle, like that's just like, oh, you don't watch basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of. I feel like that's not.
Yeah, but I feel like you listen to what you're saying. You basically sitting here saying it's not fair. But some people don't want to sit here. Some people will be like, my pet peeve would be somebody who don't watch battle rap. It's enough people that watch battle rap that you can date somebody that watch battle rap. A lot of niggas, because niggas be so thirsty to be in relationships, niggas won't even put their foot down and be like, I'm not talking to no woman who don't watch basketball. I'm not talking to a woman if you don't have a favorite athlete at all. It's cool for me. It's clip. I'm not doing it because that means you're going on the weekends. You're never going to be able to understand why I want to sit in the house and just watch the game. You're going to always want to, let's go to brunch and let's do this. No, bitch, I want to watch this game. The playoffs is going on right now. You take your monkey ass to brunch by yourself. Like that's when you're going to have those conversations, because if you don't have no respect, at least, and that's why I think I can say about DMV women, they probably have some type of male figures in their house. They at least, even if they cool on basketball, they at least have at least a football team that they can fake like it's theirs.
Is battle rap popular around here? In this area?
Kinda. Like it's let's be clear, it's niggas here who battle rap. I'm not. It's not. No, of course, it's not.
Like, is it like I'm guessing, like, even like when I listen to Joe and them, like when I be hearing them talk about it, do events like that be here?
They have them. They be having them in Baltimore. They be having them here in the DMV. It's a girl that I follow on Twitter. I forgot her name, but she used to be heavy in the Go-Go's, but she be promoting battle raps now. Like it be battle raps, they be here, but they don't be like the bigger artists, because them niggas do be charging a crazy bag. But so you probably have to really be into that community. But shit, one of the biggest battle rappers out right now, his name Tay-Rock. He from Baltimore. So it's like he be in all the Smack Jones, he be battling he was up under I forgot the Jones that Sue Surf called there. John Blunder said like their Jones like the gun club or something, whatever. But everybody that's up under their Jones be doing a bunch of gun bars. But he from Baltimore. He from Baltimore. So like I said, I think it just depends. I mean, that's with kind of almost with anything. It would be like, I get it. Like if you was trying to date a woman and she was really into country music and be like, I don't want to talk to no man who can't at least go to a country square concert dance with me. Like you can't. I'm not saying square dance, but you got to be able to be open minded enough to even at least go to a concert with me. If I want to go see this country artist perform, you got to at least be open minded to go here with me. That's why like I said, I'm not mad at what she said, because I do think sometimes we kind of just too easy to kind of like push what you really like to the side just to be in a relationship, because you're gonna eventually bump heads on it.
No. I that's what I'm saying. I hear that. I just think, like, me just personally looking at, like, now, if that was sports, then cool. I got you. Like,
what's the difference? It's what you like.
No. But sports is more of a broader. It's more accessible. You can go to games. You can see different games. You can go.
What's more accessible than maybe to get on YouTube and watch something for free? I can't watch basketball for free. Period.
You can watch basketball for free. That's why people watch it on YouTube. On YouTube, they watch their highlights.
Again, and on highlights is different from actually watching a real basketball game, and that's why we be having so many people in the comment section, because it's a whole generation of highlight niggas, and we can get to that in 2 seconds, and that's why so many niggas was getting their ass blown out, and the Lakers look like pure dog food, because niggas live in the highlights, and that's why niggas thought that Luka and AD trade, because it's too many niggas watching highlights and not watching basketball games. So again, like I said, watching battle rap, something that I can do on YouTube for free. If I can't afford to go to a battle rap, I can still get on YouTube right now, put in battle rap and watch endless. I can watch battle rap for hours for free $95.
And you can turn on ESPN and watch sports.
Nigga, that's not free though. It still costs. If I can't afford ESPN, I can't watch basketball. If I don't know none of the bootleg, somebody don't send me a link to go watch some of the games off the bootleg app, I don't know. If I'm just a regular person who live by regular people's society and I pay a cable bill, or I can't afford it, so I don't watch it, then I just don't get to see it. But you're not about to sit here and tell me, oh, I can sit here and say if a woman don't want to watch sports or she don't like sports at all, it's okay for me to not want to date her, but it's not okay for this woman to sit here and say, I don't want to talk to a man who don't like battle rap. Like, it's the same thing.
No, I'm just saying, I never heard nobody say, hey, yo, and the bitches at the battle raps. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying. You're proving the point of what she's saying. You're absolutely right. It may not be a bunch of women at a battle rap. So for her picking is going to be more, because she's a woman looking for a man who's in the battle rap. So if I'm a woman, I go to a battle rap, it's going to be a bunch of dudes there, of course. But as a woman, It's not. It may not be. Of course, it's gonna be way. It's going it's going to be 90-1 for every 90 dudes in there. It's gonna be one woman in there. But so cool if you find this the same way. Like if you know a woman and she really into sports and she actually just don't be watching, but she know. Like it'd be girls who have like a miscellaneous. Like this is a girl I follow on Instagram and like her favorite player is Russell Westbrook. That let me know she really like basketball. Because that's just that's not some rant. That's not like, it's not like LeBron or it's not like Steph. It's some players where you kind of be like, oh damn, that's low key fire. Or if you know somebody, a girl, she from the DMV area, she be like, she like the Boston Celtics, and you be like, damn, you like the Celtics? Why you like the Celtics? And I'm gonna be a real live Celtics fan. Like it be just certain things where it kind of catch you off guard and it kind of let you know, like, okay, this person ain't just doing this just for a facade. Like they really actually like what they talking about. So to me, that was fire. And that's why I said, this joint was, I already seen this go because of course I be watching all the little pop the balloon stuff on social media, but I seen it go viral again on Twitter because I follow a bunch of battle rappers on Twitter and I seen all of them starting to retweet it. Like, let's get this girl some, you know what I'm saying? Let's find her a match because this is kind of cool because you won't, I mean, it's rare. You wouldn't normally hear that. So it is something left. That's why I'm not mad at you for seeing it saying like, damn, it's kind of crazy, but I do respect that she kind of like, nah, I'm standing firm on what I'm looking for. You don't like battle rap, it's clip for you. And he didn't know, so it was clip for him. I'll get real quick because we was talking about favorites or things that you like or top of your head. I guess I got a question for y'all because of course they are burning a hole into this Mount Rushmore thing. But of course, one of my favorite things to watch is adult film industry. So they had a Mount Rushmore adult film. And I mean, we all older. So I wondered, could y'all, off the top of your head, if you had to, could you give a top 4 for your Mount Rushmore of adult entertainers? And this is how you kind of really know you're a hornball. If you seen that picture and you would knew at least 2 of them people just off the strength of their Mount Rushmore picture. Because this ain't a real picture. This was some, of course, y'all know what Mount Rushmore pictures look like. It's the recreated in a rock. So for you to know off the fact, if you could just see that picture and you knew who one of those people was, you kind of like a horny toad.
You the horny toad, buddy.
You didn't know who none of the people was?
Oh, I didn't see it.
You seen it, Erica?
No, I'm trying to find. You put it in the thing.
I don't think I did, but I'm gonna send it to you. Hold on, because it was going. It definitely was going. Damn, I can't.
You talking about actual picture? The only person not Mr. Marcus because he had the hat. If you don't have Pinky got the hair.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Did she have the pink hair?
Yeah, she had the pink hair.
That's the only way I would know Pinky.
I can't believe I ain't say this, John.
I don't think I would know anybody else.
Who had?
I definitely wouldn't know Super. Is Superhead on there?
Nigga, Superhead wouldn't be on nobody goddamn no top on no Mount Rushmore, no goddamn
Shit, I don't know why not.
Damn, why this John? It was I'm mad at this John.
Oh yeah, you the only porn expert then, buddy.
I can't believe it ain't come up. Oh, here it go right here.
No. I will only know 2. And I don't even know her name. I know it's something with a J, right? Or Rams is
it's what is that?
I know her face, but I don't know her name.
That's not Cherokee. That's
no, I'm not. I definitely know it ain't Cherokee. It's I know her face, but I don't know her name.
Damn.
Pinky's the only person that I know.
Real quick, and then
she definitely ain't going.
You don't know none of them people?
No.
You don't even know Pinky?
I mean, I've heard of her.
Yeah, no, nigga, you
But
don't.
I don't. I can't name any of those people.
Oh, that's crazy. Y'all are crazy.
Nah, nigga, you need some help, buddy.
Nigga, everybody know Pinky.
So
nigga,
who
but
are they
nobody.
then?
Hold on, I'm trying. It's Pinky, Cashmere Styles.
That's who it is. Right.
Yeah, Pinky, Cashmere Styles. Hold on. I think
Wasn't even in the top 20. Now I have to give you guys a goonery lesson in my top 10. My top 10 will be ranked on longevity, who they face in their prime, and of course, who I had the most of in my collection. Number 1, my GOAT, Cherokee. She faced everyone in their prime: Charlie Mack, Wesley Pipes, Brian Pumper, and she had chemistry with all of them. All-time great performances, plenty of classics. It is undeniable that she is the GOAT. She faced a young, hungry, up-and-coming future legend in J-Mac. Put her up against the best of the best today, and she still will dominate. Number 2, I'm going to admit now I wasn't a big fan, but she faced the greats and collaborated with my GOAT Cherokee plenty of times, Pinky. Pinky was a true pioneer of her time. She's one of the first women to be fully independent with her own website. She gave other women exposure through her website. She gave back to the game. Her decline was steep. It was like watching Shaq on the Celtics towards the end. If you look at the old Vlad TV interviews, you will see what she was going through, and you will give respect for the performances that she put on while she was going through all of that. Number 3, Jada Fire, straight killer. She made scenes better with just her presence, went up against the best of the best, collaborated with the best of the best, no debate. Number 4, one of the veterans in the game. She was more than a pretty face. She did all the dirty work. Olivia O'Lovely. She went up against all the greats, collaborated with the greats. Ask your uncle about those double-sided DVDs. He will sit you down and tell you about how great that woman was. Number 5, Maya G. She came in the game at a later age. The industry spits young women in and out to this day, but she stuck around. She was a consistent top performer. She put on classics with Nat Turner and Lex Steele. She never had that mainstream classic, but if you know, then you know. Number 6, this one's a little controversial, I'm going to admit. Alexis Texas. Yes, I know she did not go up against the best of the best. We know why she didn't do it. We're not going to talk about it. If you look at the performances she put on,
and this is again for people who don't know, Alexis, and this is I did not notice. I don't watch white people do nothing. Only reason why I know about this because she did do Rory and Maul podcast, and she did do Joe Budden Jones. She don't do no sex scenes with men. I mean, not men, but she don't do no sex scenes with black men. So that was that was why he said she didn't go against none of the best because all her sex scenes was against white people. Again, to me, if I had to do a Mount Rushmore off the top of my head, I would go Pinky, of course, is the GOAT. Keiki will be number 2. What's my girl name? They look better than I like her better than Cherokee. Roxy Reynolds, that's who it was. Roxy Reynolds. For Roxy, that was the other person that you was looking at. Yeah, Roxy Reynolds. I would go to me, yeah, Pinky, Keiki, Roxy Reynolds. I mean, I guess you got kind of
hold on. So I gotta ask a question, right? So when you go looking for their
not no more because I mean it's just like that shit is old. Like and most of them after I mean of course after OnlyFans came out, a lot of them started to take their stuff down.
No, but that's what I'm asking. Like when you say they're the GOAT, like you've seen them, like I've seen Pinky videos or whatever the case may be. I know, like I said, she's known for.
But what I'm saying. I don't remember. Before OnlyFans, you can. I mean, at one point in time, if you got on Pornhub, all of their videos would come up. Even the I feel like the what's that girl? What they say? Jasmine Cashmere or whatever her last name. She was one of those people I kind of got hip to late. Like she wasn't somebody like. My younger days, I feel like Pinky and Keiki kind of was like one of the GOATs. And I even really just got familiar with Keiki just off the strength of when I used to sell hair with Mark, and her and Mark was actually like friends. Like they brought her here a couple times, and then I met her like at the Ebony Inn or whatever case may be. Like she was cool. She was like a regular person. But she kind of like just to me, her skill level, I mean, is she Keiki. Like if you ever seen a Keiki video, you kind of know why she just on some GOAT type of shit. But just to see that even become a Mount Rushmore and see how many people kind of knew it just off of
y'all niggas need help.
It was endless people who knew it. Like I said, this video got damn near 8 million people who watched him explain it.
To be honest with you, I think like now for the men, if it was like the men mouse, I probably would know them.
Nigga, that's worse.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what, but I'm just saying because of like I said, because he had the hat, I knew him, and the Brian Pumper dude, he was the old swole nigga that with the headline. That's what I'm saying. I probably would notice them before I notice them. If I don't see their body, I don't know the face.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. But that's what I'm just saying.
That's kind of gay, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But I'm just saying. But I'm not saying I know what they shit look. I'm just saying because that's what I'm saying. Because of the hat. That's the only thing. The signature.
I don't care what you say.
I said if you didn't say Pinky, if she ain't had a pink hair, I wouldn't have known.
I guess. I mean, that was her signature look. So I mean, I ain't mad at Pinky for that one. Okay, we can kind of switch gears. I'm trying to figure. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This was definitely one of those slow weeks. I do want to what else is really going on crazy in the news? Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates and Kevin. Oh, I need to play this clip of Kevin Gates, bro. He is just one of them niggas that be like, bro, all right, you trying to get in that same category with Slim Thug and them. Kevin Gates. Here we go.
This is how the conversation came up. we were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah. Right. And then I was like, maybe I notice shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Right. But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play with him? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh, they be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is Bet, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like, I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't, like, you not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here. Like, so, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. Because when I've been around that dude just, his spirit so loving and giving, it hurt me. It hurt me to see it. Like, you done eject away from my partner, man. Don't do that, man. You dive on the floor behind that nigga, man. Dive on the floor behind him. But, you know, like, I know a lot of people gonna hate what I just said, but I'm gonna be honest, like, if everybody like me, then I'm pussy, so we can do whatever you want to do about it. I'm gonna die about everything I say, so I love LeBron, and I hate that for him, bro. I hate that he gotta go through that. As a man, I hate that he gotta go through that, bro. In the playoffs.
So, okay, I guess.
Give me somebody else. Huh? I get what he's trying to say, but then I'm just like, you're talking about groupies that's looking at
That's
something
what
you can have.
That was exactly what I was about to say. You
Because
can't.
that's what I'm saying. If you would have gave me somebody else, like give me somebody else, or say, because that's what I'm saying. The way you just explained that, you talking about some how to white. I'm pretty sure black women look at him the same way. That don't have him. You don't have access to him.
Of course.
So you look at him.
I mean, this video was old, but our cousin sent the junk today. I mean, of course, and that's when I sit here and say old people send like Instagram realistically is like the new Facebook. It's for old people because he sent the video that was like super viral on TikTok a minute ago when this girl tried to make it seem like her and LeBron was making eye contact. She did like a whole get ready with me video and went to a Lakers game. But it was a minute ago. But anyway, so I get it. So you're absolutely right. I think the two things is completely different. The way groupies or people who can never get a chance with LeBron, with any celebrity. They don't even just got to be LeBron James.
That's what I said.
People
I wish you
are going to be like, listen to what I'm saying. Even for him to say that, I'm sure there are people, I'm sure it's women and men who look at Drika a certain way, and we don't look at how people be in our comment section. Brittany Renner or Kevin Gates right now cannot post nothing without people in the comment section talking about Drika. So even for him to sit here and say that about LeBron, where it's like, you left Drika and I'm the nigga who I look at her on the outside looking in or listening to an interview and I'm like, damn, how you leave her? What you leaving her for? Even for me to see you watch you prance around with Brittany Renner, you prancing around with somebody else's hand-me-downs. See, like, I would PJ Washington got rid of her and got engaged and had a whole nother kid, and you sitting here like you walking around with her like she a trophy piece. So for you to sit here and say that, so as a man, you know that, okay, yeah, of course, his wife been with him for damn near what Bronny now, like 21 or 22 years old. They've been together for over, let's just say 22 years. They've been together for 22 years. There's no way in the hell you're going to expect somebody to still look at you the same way from 22 years. Y'all been together for 22. They're not going to look at you the same way as a fan or a groupie going to look at you. There's no way. But you're not about to sit here and make it like, I'm just me personally. I told y'all I always bring it back from just going on Netflix and watching the starting five just to watch how LeBron talks about he wouldn't be LeBron James if his wife wasn't as solid and they didn't have that relationship the way that they have their relationship. So you can't never come out your mouth and say something crazy like that. And I understand Kevin.
And that's
Gates
what I would, if he would have said it more so as I couldn't be LeBron. I wouldn't want to be LeBron because he's under a microscope. Like I couldn't even look the other way, you know what I'm saying, without being questioned. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Like the way she looked at him and scored him is like, damn, I couldn't even look at another butt, you know, without like you saying that part, I get it. Like you in the
but even still, but I still don't even think, just let's be honest, I don't think LeBron shouldn't have the luxury to be able to even look at another woman's butt because he's LeBron James. And I think, and we live in that world where she know for a fact if LeBron can, I don't think it's only woman that you could realistically probably say LeBron couldn't get is probably Beyonce. Like that's it. So I'm not like, if I'm Savannah, yeah, you nigga, you don't have the luxury of like how a regular married couple or a regular boyfriend and girlfriend can kind of just flirt and look at butts and just be mad. Because a woman, sometimes most women don't feel no type of way if their man is looking at other women's butts, because most of the time in that woman's brain, she know, nigga, you can't get this woman that you stand at. But because this is LeBron James, I understand why Savannah wouldn't play around with some of that stuff, because like, nigga, you LeBron. Like you are LeBron James. Like I'm not about to sit here and make it seem like you couldn't sit here and that's why it always be a thing when people even try to fake put him on blast, where it's like, oh yeah, LeBron slid in this girl DM or LeBron like this girl Twitter tweet or whatever the case may be. He can't do nothing for real because people know for a fact, nigga, you are LeBron James.
That's why when you say that part, like I'm LeBron, I can't do nothing. I'm under a microscope. I get it. You saying, well, I don't. Even though you got all the money in the world, I wouldn't want to be LeBron James because I can't just. I get that part.
Yeah,
but for that, for how you just sit here and broke it down,
yeah, that shit's stupid. Yeah, that shit's stupid. Like that shit is crazy. And I guess why we on Kevin Gates, we can kind of like tie it into, because him and Brittany Renner have started to post each other via social media. They was out on a little date or whatever the case may be, and they made like little videos or whatever the case may be. And even Kevin Gates even sit here and talked about him being in a relationship like they together. He redid that old NBA young boy video, and it was like matter of fact, I can play the jump. He redid a Gates. He redid. Never. I was sure right here pop up no more. Damn, the other jump may not even pop up. Brittany Runner.
I'm having it. You talking about my wife? You talking about this girl right here?
I always wanted to do that.
No, I'm about to cry again.
Like I said, of course, they've been out together and they've been prancing around, pictures and videos or whatever the case may be. And people are, of course, every time they post a picture, people are up under the comment section asking where's Drika at. And of course, let's be clear, Drika has still been posting her stuff, and she posted her, whatever stuff she may be promoting, whatever skincare stuff or whatever plant-based medicine or whatever she may be promoting. But she ain't addressed nothing, and she ain't done no interviews or nothing saying anything about it. But every time Brittany Renner has posted something or Kevin Gates has posted something, people have been under the comment section asking. And then, so of course, their last jump, people are sitting here trying to sit here and say that Brittany Renner only became Muslim now because of Kevin Gates. And let's be clear, I don't necessarily know how long they've been dating or how long they've even been interacting with each other, but Brittany Renner was pursuing becoming a Muslim way before anybody even knew her and Kevin Gates even actually knew each other. So I do think that's not kind of fair. And even if she did, my only thing to people is kind of like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with sitting here saying, I'm in a relationship with somebody and they may have opened my eyes up to a different belief, or even if I didn't have a belief at all. So they are sitting here introducing me into another relationship and allowing me to build a relationship with God. Whatever your religious beliefs may be, I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. And for people to try to shade her and make it seem like, oh, I knew that she wasn't doing that on her own, I think that to me was corny, because I don't get why you feel like that's a bad thing. Like, what is wrong with somebody? That's like if somebody sitting here and say, if a woman started to date a personal trainer and he introduced her and really started to push her to start working out more. What's wrong with that? Like, that to me, that part was kind of corny. And our reason why, again, I wanted to talk about the Brittany Renner, Kevin Gates thing, is that was one of the reasons why I always tell y'all when we be talking, like, you kind of need that 3 to 5 year window to kind of be like, after a real long-term relationship, you need some time to kind of allow the air to really clear out and really allow yourself to properly heal and actually, especially if y'all was on social media heavy with each other, you need that space to kind of allow your followers to forget you was even in a relationship, because that shit would irritate me, like especially if I'm Brittany Renner. I mean, of course, let's be clear, Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates are super strong-minded people when it comes to social media, because both of them have said some of the craziest things you probably heard in the last 10 years via social media. So if you can kind of and they have put up with it, shit, even for Brittany Renner, she done interviews, and her interviews then went OD viral, and she done had the internet drag her to hell for her body count, or she'd have had all types of controversy around her name. So I understand that she has the thick skin for it, but I still would be irritated if I wasn't her. And every time I'm posting a picture with my new significant other, they always in my comment section talking about the last person they dated. That will annoy the hell out of me. So like I said, again, I mean, that's just
sent you, I think he just did something. He responded to that. I guess he must have called backlash up that LeBron.
He just tried to double down on it. He basically doubled down on it. I watched the video. He just doubled down on whatever he said, because LeBron did respond to him and sit here and basically post a picture of him and Savannah smiling at him and sit here saying that the king don't respond to peasants. I mean, and it's LeBron. Like, and I think sometimes I do appreciate sometimes when LeBron let y'all know, like, I be hearing and I know what's going on social media. I'm just not responding to everything. So I heard what you said. I'm going to respond without responding, because people going to pick up. All the blogs, of course, picked it up and reposted the picture that LeBron posted and posted it with the caption. But like I said, again, I think I can't even believe Kevin Gates had the audacity to say that, especially with the way his dating situation is going right now. Even from shit, I've even almost, and that's so crazy just how some weeks stuff just go by so fast, and you talking about a lot of these conversations and topics don't even have no real staying power. Because if I just didn't even think about it, I forgot about him and the Rennie Rucci thing. Like, that shit was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now. Like, that's just be my point, where it just be like, sometimes with some of these people, it just be like, bro, y'all just be looking for ways to try to keep your name in rotation. So, I mean, I kind of get it. It was just, I guess, because while we talking about dating situations, I do want to play this clip of Wiz Khalifa, because he kind of had a good little point when he was talking about women in there.
She has, like, if she has small boobs, I like them little titties. Like, they're perfectly fine. But I get it in her head where it's like, I want some big boobs. I see fucking big boobs on TV. Yeah. I see how you react when you see big boobs. I don't got big boobs, so I want what I think that you like. But it's hard to explain to a woman that your little tits are fine. Like, they're cool.
They're cute.
They're sweet. You know what I mean?
You love them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Have you told her that though? Like, I
100%.
Okay, I love your little boobs.
Multiple, but she don't love the little boobs. She wants like some nice little perkies.
Pull out your checkbook.
But that's the thing. It's like with dudes, I'm like, now you know what we going through. I see fucking huge, ripped, 210-pound shredded dudes. I'm $170. I'm like, I don't know what you really like. You might be acting like you like $170, but you might want this fool to toss you up in the air. Y'all are just better at hiding that shit. We see some boobs and we don't know how to act.
Do y'all agree or disagree with what he was saying? Do you think that women do a better job at hiding what they actually like compared to men? Where men are just so, I mean, I think we kind of talked about that before, but men are just so lustful that you can't help when you see a nice body, and you kind of can't help the way how men react to a nice body compared to
you mean, are they like obvious? Like, are men more obvious than women when they like something?
Like a woman, I feel like if women don't never come out and say what they like, you never know what a woman's real type is or what really get her going.
I agree.
But women know, like, women can kind of almost, I mean, it's fucking millions of podcasts. You can listen to women arguing men down about what they feel like men like, because men have a hard time of hiding what they like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you don't see as many men get, I mean, we talked about it even when we talk about social media, you don't see as many men get popular for just being a good looking dude or having a nice body. He kind of got to do a lot of extra stuff to kind of even get some real traction on social media from compared to a woman. If she just look good, it's kind of like her shit gonna just go crazy. Like I just seen a what was it? A Young Miami. She was in a video. She was on a Sprinter bus or something with a bunch of her and her homegirls, and I think Saucy Santana was on the jump and was saying her titties were sitting up like 2 Easter eggs, and that video was just going viral now. Like,
because they were.
Yeah, but it's just like that. Just he a gay man, and he still can't help but be a horny nigga.
I didn't even know that was him.
You can hear it.
I couldn't hear no, because there's a bunch of noise. I just like, that's who grabbed her titty.
Yeah, but you didn't hear when they were saying when he grabbed it and what he was saying.
I couldn't hear. Like I said, I heard it growing through. I couldn't hear.
Well, even when the Shade Room reposted it, I guess somebody texted her a message and said whatever he said, and they posted it in a jump. But that's just my point. It's just like niggas just can't help it. I do agree with what he's saying. I think just and that is, I guess that is one of those things for men. It's kind of like, and maybe that's why men just always feel like they just got to chase money because men don't know what women really like.
But I feel like it's. Men gonna like what they men like titties, right? They don't. Everybody don't have.
No, I can't. I'm the only reason why I would kind of like disagree with that.
No, I'm only saying that because, like I said, when have you like yes, if they sloppy or whatever the case may be, I feel like because I mean yes, small titties, they perky titties. You know what I'm saying? Like you not.
But I feel like you can be. I feel like women don't have to have crazy big boobs for niggas to still find her attractive. So
right, but if she got pretty titties, I mean, her titties still can be pretty.
It can't be pretty if they don't got none at all. Like some girls, that's what I'm saying. No, you're missing the point. I'm not sitting here saying a woman can't be pretty without them because 90% of the women in WNBA don't got no titties. We talked about Dejanay Carrington. She don't got no titties at all. The girl is fucking beautiful. And she got her shit. She literally probably got like an A cup, but she got them little nipple rings. I feel like women know how to.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like the parent looking at them or seeing them how you what's name. Yes, that is like I said, a skinny girl could still pull a nigga with no titties at all. She still can pull a nigga.
I think that's because
I don't think that's not a turn off.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't say it wasn't a turn off. I didn't, but that's my point. It's the difference between women and men is. Men, we can sit here, we can see it, and we'll come out and say it. Women won't. You will never know what what women's type really is. They keep that shit and I feel like they do it on purpose, just so it's kind of like you kind of always leave men just clueless because niggas just don't know. And that's why so many men just be like, I gotta get the bag, oh, I gotta get these chains. It was a video of I forget this dude. He do podcasts and stuff now, but he had a video. He was, and I'm sure people was like they was dragging him to hell. And he was like he was 45 years old. He had a video. I mean, he had like an all orange like shorts suit on, and they was just dragging him because he had jewelry or whatever the case may be. And they was dragging him because he was just like he's so old and it was just like because he got all the big bulky jewelry like a young rapper. Niggas was just like. They felt like this was what's wrong with men. Like you old, why you still trying to look like you 20-something years old? Like niggas do that to Jim Jones all the time because I think men don't know what women really like. And that's why I think men be kind of like sometimes be like a little bit lost. And that's why men midlife crisis look completely different from women because women know what men like. Like as long as you got a nice face and a nice body, whatever your body type may be, you know for a fact you still gonna be able to pull dudes. Even when we comparing, like when we say here going back into the Tracy Ellis Ross and the Trick Daddy thing, is like we kind of know, like, yeah, why Trick Daddy can't sit here and date younger women who are successful because I mean, look at Trick Daddy compared to Tracy Ellis Ross. Like when she really do herself together and she do a photo shoot, like she don't look her age, she looks fire. It go viral. Everybody and their mother going crazy and losing their mind about her because she still know how to present herself. She still know how to reserve her sexy. So when she do those crazy photo shoots, everybody lose their mind. With Trick Daddy, it's kind of like, bro, you only gonna be able to get women who really ain't got nothing going for them and just gonna let you hit because they feel like you're gonna spend some money and because you Trick Daddy. So I mean, I do think that is kind of like a little tricky space that women kind of get to hold near and dear to their heart.
So the other day I made a video about how there is some women. Keyword, some women who really don't talk to no men. There are no men in her phone. She is not opening and entertaining DMs. She do not give out her number. She does not have any men in her phone that she talks to. Not on the phone, not texting, nothing, right? And so there was a lot of women entering the chat who was lying, right? Absolutely. And a lot of men kept on saying, well, how are we supposed to know? Because some of y'all say that and you be lying. That's fair. That is fair because there are a lot of women lying. As I was looking through my comment section, I was looking at the liars, right? You just had a baby 3 months ago. How could you possibly be decentering men and not having no men in your phone, right? But, that's what I'm saying. But just like men be lying and you got to make sure that their actions match up to their words is the same thing with women. I'm going to give you the most easiest way to figure out whether or not the woman's lying or not. If you in her phone, then clearly she's lying. Like, that's probably the easiest way to figure this out. If she don't talk to men and she don't give out her number to men, then how could possibly she be talking to you if she don't do it? Right? That's a giveaway right there. She made a special exception for you because you're such a great, wonderful man. If you didn't get cut off immediately by not texting her back when she told you to, or if she gave you anything that she requires, you didn't do it, and you're still able to call and text her phone, she's not one of the women I'm talking about. You'll know if you come across these women because these women are strict. These women don't play games. You have to actually do what you say, right? Or that next phone call is not going through. That next text message is not going through. You're never going to talk to her ever again. That girl that you ain't never talked to ever again after you did something, that's the one who don't be playing when it comes to not entertaining.
How many people do you, like, if you did a scale of 1 to 10, how many times do you think realistically people really just be like, my phone is super dry, and they really mean it?
On the scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 4.
Because I do feel like a lot of people do kind of like bang that line, like, oh, my phone's super dry. Nobody really don't be texting me. Oh my God, I can't believe my phone's so dry. I can leave my phone in the house. Like, people do be trying to get those lines off. And I kind of be wondering, like, is that almost like you trying to get like a bat signal to get your, like, maybe you have a roster or you got people to hit your phone, but it's not to the capacity that you like it, or the people who are hitting your phone, you feel like it's kind of like a dead end to it, like it's not moving nowhere. It's kind of like, what's the point? Like, people just hitting your phone just because they got your phone number. But I do kind of wonder sometimes when you hear, I mean, I always even think about that when people be like they celibate or any of those things. I'd be kind of like, man, are you really just banging this line, or is this really true? And you kind of try to, like, you don't know how to really even judge people. Like, I don't even know how you find out if it's true. You kind of almost got to take people's word at face value on what they say when they say those kind of things. Cause like, I don't even know how you really supposed to judge it for real. Cause I feel like
you like, especially if somebody say they celibate, you can't really judge. How can you prove that they are or they aren't?
Yeah, because I think for women and men, it's just completely different. Like, a man, like, I could sit here and come on this mic and be like, yeah, I ain't having sex, this, that, and the third. But let's be clear, I'm not sitting here saying I can't say no. Because if it's something that I really am, I'm not like, I ain't geeking to hit, of course I can say no. I can really just be like, I can really stand firm on it. But if it's something worth like getting out of the bed for at 1 o'clock in the morning, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my, I'm saving myself for marriage. But it'd be like, this shit sound cool when people say it, but then that kind of just be like, it just sound cool. And then I'd be kind of wondering to the point where, like, where do it still just, it don't even really sound cool no more. It kind of just sound like, ain't nobody believing this shit. And especially now when I be looking at how many people like be using like that notes, man, people be going crazy on them notes. Like, I swear to God, like, that'd be one of my favorite things to look at on Instagram now. It's just like notes, because it just be like so many people be just on it, don't just sneak dissing motherfuckers, really just pouring their heart out. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm still not a fan of people like, I hate when people just talk about, like, if somebody die in your family, I hate when people bring that shit to social media. Like, that's still just probably gonna be one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, but what if I'm just strolling down your story and they like, you know, the next thing you'll see like the next day, oh, F anybody who didn't sit here and give me no condolences to my grandma dying and this, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, I think people be just like, I think sometimes when you see people watch your story, you think people be invested. Sometimes I be skimming through looking to see like the next naked girl. Like, I ain't really trying to be on there. Like, I'm not invested in your family endeavors or what you got going on in your real life. Like, bro, I'm here to like trying to like get my horny on. I'm not here invested in like who birthday it is or who died. Like, and I hate when people like indirectly be trying to like wish themselves happy birthday. Bro, if you want people to give you a happy birthday, say it's your birthday. Or do the stupid countdown like everybody else. I hate when people be trying to like indirect tell people it's their birthday and then niggas miss it. And you catch it like, you know, especially like on Insta story, like you catch it and it be like 20 hours later. I'm like, oh shit, it was your birthday? I ain't even know it. Because like only one person may have wished you happy birthday.
Happy birthday, that's it.
You said what?
I still say happy birthday.
No, I will too. But my whole point of it is like, don't make it seem like people was being like, nigga, how am I supposed to know it was your birthday in the first place? Like, people be acting like people be that invested in their life. Like, bro, come out and say something. You want people to wish you happy birthday? Just come out and say something. Like, everybody don't know it's your birthday, dog. And I don't need to know when everybody in your family die. Like, bro, we getting old. I don't need to know, like, oh, let's just keep it to like, If it's your mom and if it's your mom and your dad, if it's your close, it's your immediate family, like people you grew up in the same house with, like bro.
Yeah, but some people were raised by their grandma.
Man, I don't give a. It's your grandma though. If you listen to what I'm saying. If I'm 40 years old, that means 90% of the people. Listen, my grandma was supposed to be like 80 or 90 years old, bro. The 80 or 90 person don't need a rest in peace on social media.
What?
Why not?
What?
One, they dead, they not on it. And two, they're old. They going to event like bro.
But it still don't make it hurt any less.
No, 90, I'm not crying for nobody 90 though. You make it to 90, cool. You lived a great fucking life. I'm not doing.
You're absolutely right, but you might cry because they're not there anymore. Like granted, they 90 years old. You know.
Can we be honest? If you have to cry over your grandparent that died at 90 years old, that means that you was living as a fucked up grandchild because you didn't come to the realization that it was grandma time. She was getting close to that. You wasn't spending enough time with your grandmother to know that it was getting close, dog.
Or maybe you was spending a lot of time with your grandmother.
That's why you crying.
No, then it's not no crime because guess what? When on my mother's side, when our grandmother was about to die, I remember the last days. Me and my uncle had to pick my grandmother up and carry her down these narrow ass stairs to put her into the car to a doctor's appointment because she couldn't walk no more. I ain't crying, dog, when she died because I was literally just a couple days ago dragging her or carrying her down the stairs knowing it was about over, dog. She couldn't walk down the stairs no more. Ain't no fucking tears there no more. I got common sense to know it's about that time. This ain't somebody dying at 50 from cancer or 60 years old and they didn't really get to live their full life. It was an abrupt death. We talking about 90 years old. People be on fucking social media crying about somebody that's 90, bro. They're 90, dog. How long did you think that they was going to still live?
It's not about that though.
That's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and tell somebody how to feel though.
Man, at a certain age,
nobody said, oh, they're not going to die. You expect them not to die, but it's still a bond there. It's still a love for them. You're mourning that. It's okay to cry because why would you not? Whether it's expected or unexpected, a death is a death.
I feel like at a certain age, it's just cool, dog. Like 90, when we talking about 90, I'm not talking about nobody in their 70s. We talking about after 85 and over, bro, you need to be an adult and start being fucking serious with this person.
What you mean?
Bro,
but you still though. Okay,
no,
but listen to what you said. Listen to what you're saying, right? But even when grandma passed, the legacy of what she held on to or how she kept the family, that that is not going to be the same. The food Sunday dinner is not going to be the same. She's not there no more.
Let's and this is why I like to keep it. Let's keep it very personal. That is my point. With our grandmother, she already clipped that Sunday dinner shit like 5 years before she died. What the fuck are we crying about now?
I don't think so, but okay. But that's what I'm saying.
Did she or did she not? I'm not cooking. Nigga, she killed. Man, we call mom right now. She clipped that, or call Shayla, because Shayla the one who always complaining about it. Nigga, she clipped that Sunday dinner shit at least 5 to 6 years before she even died because she did not want to. One, because she said, I'm getting old and I can't eat this shit no more because of my high blood pressure. So I'm not cooking for you niggas because I can't eat what I'm cooking. That was her exact words verbatim. So I'm not about to sit here. So you saying you already clipped that's what you just sit here and say. As if this was sports, you already clipped. If this was Steph Curry, you already clipped the 3-point shot now. Nigga, I'm not sitting here 6 years later, sit here boo-hooing crying because you already start to lead up to let me know that you're not in the same health conditions as you was leading up to the 6 years later.
But you know, the crazy thing about it, right? Like how you feel, right? But a lot of people say to you, how do you still hold on to these relationships and like you can't move on them? But you sitting here. No. I'm telling you, like the listeners that I've talked to, like, damn, who hurt your brother? Why is he like that? Like you still, like I said, when you listen to how you saying, like, all right, but somebody they reached that certain age, all right, get over it. But when people like, damn, how long? When the last time he been in a relationship? Like, damn, why is he still hurt? So that's what
it's not. But I think maybe y'all are listening incorrectly. Then I'm not hurt. It's not a reason why I'm not in a relationship. I'm just not in one because I know I have 2 ears and know that. Again, I'm gonna tell you why No, you're missing. It's not I'm hurt. Again, my age group of people, y'all allow your kids to run around Southwest. I don't want to be in a relationship with you bitches who allow your kid to run around at nighttime. I told y'all this years ago. I've been saying this. Y'all don't got 9 p.m. beds. I don't want to be in a relationship with a bitch who kid don't got a 9 p.m. bed. Well, okay, well, when the ones who don't, well, guess what?
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why they say when they like I said, I've proper people ask me like, what is wrong with your brother? Like the way you get aggressive for that. That's what they say. I'm like, but damn, you when the last time he been in a relationship? That's what I'm saying. Like this is how you just said that. That's why I'm just saying, like, when you said, like, all right, they 85, all right, they done it. All right, nigga, you been in a relationship, how long ago? All right, get over it. That's what I'm just saying. That's the same thing. That's what they saying.
So what's the difference between, like you say, you always say, oh, if y'all didn't do that, y'all have never been in love. Like if you're not gonna crash out over somebody, y'all never been in love. That's a partner you chose to love, you chose to marry or whatever. This is blood. This is grandma. This is auntie. This is somebody that treated me like a mother.
No, but listen, I don't want to sit here and say too young. I don't want to go aunt. I don't want to go mother. I'm talking about grandparents. But
even still, it's still your grandmother. You still have, or parents. You have memories with them. Like he said, you could have grew up. They could have been your mom. They could have been your dad.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
So how you not mourn that, but you mourn the loss of a husband or a wife?
Because the difference is it's a age thing. Because I'm not and maybe because I understand. We ain't all know it. I don't think I'm oblivious to know that we're all going to eventually. We all got a death date, and that's why I think when it's younger. Again, like we talked about it when I talked about my dad going to the hospital. My dad is 70-something years old now, but I'm still but watching him in that hospital, I can see him have healthy, good days now, but I can't still in the back of my mind erase what I seen in that hospital bed. So that's still even in that hospital bed, and him sitting here telling me he don't know what's wrong, he don't know why he here, and he just feel like he just defeated. I don't give a fuck if I'll go to the gym and I see him bitching 300. I'm still never going to be able to delete what I've seen in that bed when I'm sitting here holding your hand and I'm praying for you and you don't know what's going on. So when you're sitting here saying, if he was 90, I'm not going to give a fuck no more, bro. Because I still I'm never going to forget when you were 69 and you was in the bed in a hospital bed. So you're not sitting here saying, I let 30 years longer go and you get to God willing, you live another 20 years and you make it to 90-something years old. And at 90, I'm not going to cry if you die at 90. If you can give me another 20 years right now, I'm not crying at 90, dog. It's a clip. If both of my parents could live to see 90, I'm not crying at 90 years old.
No, but that's my thing. I just, like, when you say that, I think everybody experience is different. And indeed, like when you speak about even with that, that's the whole situation. You sent him in the hospital. I didn't get to see him in the hospital because I took his mother to do. I was driving her around, and even like that. That's what I'm saying. Like I think everybody experience is kind of different in how you might feel about somebody because that's the same. Like when he had that incident, he was supposed to be taking her to get her taxes done and all that. I was off that day, and I had to drive her, take her to the tax. We sitting there talking and all this, boom. And I remember like, oh, don't let her, such and such. Don't, he telling me things. Don't let her do. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like we having normal conversation. We sitting there talking. I'm like, all right, cool. And then turn around when she did pass away, I was the same person. Like I came in there when with mom and dad, they were sitting in the house the whole time. And we had to sit here and move her on the bed. So that's what I'm saying. Like everybody's experiences might be different. So you can't say, well, you shouldn't be because she made it to that certain age. That's not fair. Because like I said, everybody's experience is different.
Well, that's your experience. That's how you handle it. But you can't fault other people
for expressing.
I'm not trying to fault people, but I think bringing it to social media is fucking tacky.
Why? Y'all bring everything else to social media?
Because these people are fucking 80 and 90. They didn't have social media. So why are you bringing their death to social media? That's my point. I'm not talking about, that's why I said it's a difference between when it's younger people. That's why I said, let's take away the mom and the dad, because of course, if somebody mom or dad passes, it's going to be completely different for you. But we talking about your old grandparents or your old aunt, after they get past, we talking about 85, 90 years old. I'm not talking about nobody younger than that. I'm talking about 85 and 90 years old, bro. Like, come on, dog.
But I feel like everybody shared their experiences different. And just like even with us, we didn't share what mom went through or whatever the case may be, but a lot of other people shared that and embraced that. That's something that people embrace. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is different. I can't sit and be like, well, I don't want to. Because like I said, I had a friend, she just said she had cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like that stuff that you like, damn, like, all right, I wish you to, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't sit here and be like, no, I don't want you to sit here and talk about, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody go through things different.
I hear what you're saying, but I do think sometimes people do shit just for the theatrics of it. It's not because it's a real. I feel like people be looking for that attention, dog. Like when you say you posted somebody 90 years old, bro, you're looking for attention. We ain't talking about somebody mom. We're not talking about
So
somebody.
okay, so then you can't. So do you celebrate somebody turning 100? That's the
You
amount.
can if you want, but no, for real. Like, what the fuck? But guess what I'm saying? Can I ask you a question? Your 100-year-old grandma or grandfather. Let's just say this. That's even better. I'm glad you did that. Take the death out of it. Let's just say if it's their birthday, they don't got Instagram. What are you posting them for?
But you still to share that. Oh, she reached 100. My grandma reached 100. Like
people put their babies. Oh, I just had a baby. Look at my. They put that online all the time. But what's the problem with that?
Have some kids or something. Though you need some. No, you need some kids. That's what you need. To get you some emotion or something. I don't know what's wrong with you, dog.
So just have an honest conversation, Marcus. Do you feel like, so y'all telling me, did you feel the same way? And this is going to sound fucked up, but since we here having a conversation, so you telling me you felt the same way when dad mom passed and mom passed?
No.
So when your father's mother passed and your mother's mother passed, you felt the same. Both of these are your grandmother to your parents. You felt the same exact emotion for both of them.
No, because it's two different sides of the family. Family, like I said, everybody had one side of the family. You show more. You around them more.
But guess what? Most people would think, because listen to what you're saying. So the answer is no, he did not. And most people will feel like, damn, that's kind of wild. How you feel one for one grandmother? Because
But that's not. But I think and that's what I'm saying. The dramatic, the difference is, like I said, even when y'all, like that time when Dad's father passed, like I felt some type of way. Like Dad, he came to my games, and all. Father never came to my games. He actually came to a basketball game. Him and Adrian. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, everybody's.
But guess what? You know what? So, and this is again, like I said, this is just this is gonna sound crazy, and this is messed up, and this kind of go into parenting as well, because that goes into sometimes where, like, if your kid, if you, especially as a father, if you're disconnect with your parents different, it do trickle down to your relationship, for your kids' relationship with their grandparents. I can't even remember when our father passed away. I don't remember. I don't even got too many memories off the top of my head.
He was older.
Yeah, I don't remember though, and I know for a fact I ain't cried or even thought two things fucks.
But that's what. But I'm saying everybody. As I said, everybody.
I'm just being honest. I didn't remember, and I know for a fact I had no emotion about it at all. And let's be clear. Sometimes a lot of those things can happen where you lose emotion because, dog, I probably, at least before I graduated from high school, I'm some close friends that we probably played basketball with every single day. I probably had at least 5 friends that I grew up with in the neighborhood, play basketball with damn near every day, was dead. So when you talking about older people dying of natural causes, that shit don't get the same uproar from me because, oh, you 80, you 90 years old. I've lost friends at 15 and 16 years old. How the fuck am I crying for somebody 90 years old? That emotional fuck is real though, and that's why when you see Tracy Ellis Ross and talking about, I don't want to talk to older men because they got different types of trauma and baggage. Some of that shit be coming, and people don't be having that conversation where you may be emotionally detached from certain, especially death, may be different after a while. You kind of be like, damn, look how many people you lost before you even graduated from high school. That's kind of nuts. And to me, those things kind of affect you a lot more than saying an old person died of natural causes.
But that's why I kind of say, like, you can't fault somebody for how they feel or for them had the way they express it. And like I said, even for me, one of my supervisors, when she passed away, it hit me hard because me and her had that close connection. Everybody else might not have had that same connection with her. They asked me to speak at her funeral. Like when I spoke at her funeral, like I cried, whatever. She looked at me like as a son. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody connection might be different. You can't say, well, don't share this, don't do this.
I'm listening to saying people gonna share whatever they want. I'm just telling y'all, for me, I feel like it's tacky, and I feel like it's one of those things where people be looking for attention.
Well, you need to stay off social media because people gonna post that, and you can't have a problem or stay off social media.
I'm just gonna skip your page for a couple of days. That's just what the fuck.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think you pay attention to it too much.
Nigga, I'm looking at people's Insta story. People post
you post it, but okay, but like you post it, right? You go through it, boom, boom, boom. But like, for you to sit there like, damn, that shit irk my nerves. For it to bother you, like, dog.
Because too many people do it. They do it all, and I'm like, bro, why are you doing it? These people wasn't on social media. This person didn't have an Instagram page. Why are you? Listen, what I'm saying. It's a difference between like when younger people pass, or if it's like your kid or something, they got an Instagram page. So people might have followed them and be like, damn, like, oh, such and such passed away. And then people tag them like, oh, damn, I didn't even know that such and such passed away, because they had an Instagram page. But your grandma's 90 years old. Your grandmother didn't have an Instagram page. Your grandmother wasn't.
It's not for your grandma. It's just for the world to acknowledge, or for you to say how you feel. A memorable a moment, or whatever you want to call it. It don't have to be.
All right, so let me ask you. So would you feel more of a way if somebody posting their kids, right? But they never in the picture. Like they just posting pictures. And that's not, you don't know where they got the pictures from, but they never in the picture. You didn't even know they have kids. So you would feel some type of way about that.
You say if somebody do what now?
If they posting their kid, like say it's their birthday or whatever the case may be, and they post like, you know, like Father's Day, Mother's Day, or when they come around, like, oh, you know, that's why I'm a mother. And you like, damn, I didn't even know you have a kid. Like, how do you like when
if you only post your kid on Mother's Day so people can acknowledge you as a mother, and I didn't, I think that's tacky. If I follow you 364 days of the year and don't know that you got a kid, and only time people acknowledge or know that you even remember that you had a kid or know that you got a kid, I think that's tacky as hell.
I could be busy raising my kid.
I don't have to post it. Social media is for my social media.
No, that's tacky. I don't care what y'all talking about. Like that's just, it's just some shit that be just, it's just some tacky shit. Like, why would you just only post your kid on Mother's Day? You never acknowledge
that's what made me a mother.
Yeah. So you're not a mother 364 days?
I am, and that's why I don't post. That's why I don't be on here like that, because I am mothering. But on this day, I'm gonna take the time to honor myself with the person that made me a mother. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. If you post them any other day, then cool. But don't post your kids on Mother's Day, and you don't post your kids at all on no other day. You don't talk about them. Nobody don't know that you had kids and be like, oh shit, she do got a kid. I forgot she had a kid. That's even like Wiz Khalifa. Wiz was doing his Breakfast Club interview. He kept saying kids. I'm like, damn, when the fuck did Wiz have another kid?
That was on there. He had a daughter or something like that.
But I don't follow him. So I mean, you know, yeah, he has an 8-month-old daughter. But I don't follow Wiz, so that may be cool. But when he kept saying it, I was like, damn, I hope they. I mean, of course, it's the Breakfast Club, so they eventually talked about it. But I was kind of like, damn, when the fuck did Wiz have another kid? Why he keeps saying kids? I thought he had a kid. But then, of course, you know, the interview go on, and then they acknowledge that he had a daughter, and she was 8 months. I mean, she is 8 months years old. So it was kind of like, all right, I get it. But I mean, like I said, I do think sometimes people
posting y'all grandmamas. God damn it.
I just like, for what, bro? Like, your grandma didn't have an Instagram. Like, who you like?
That's real grinchy behavior. I can't post my kids. I can't post my sadness.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying you should post your kids. I'm not saying.
And you told me my social media was my business card for people to date me, but I'm supposed to put my kid up here.
And then you complain, I'm sick of seeing y'all little ugly kids going back to school. Like, oh, so which one is it?
No,
and we the old people in here.
Listen to what I'm saying. Post your kid, but don't not just only post them via like Mother's Day. Like, that's, to me, is cool. That's like even Easter. I feel like Easter is for kids. Like, it's cool. And this is what I'm saying. And this is, again, when we talking about, and we shout out to everybody who did post their kid on Easter and made and got their kid an Easter outfit to wear. But then let's just sit here and, again, while I'm saying when we talk about people just be having kids and the parents and shit get tricky. Back in the day, Easter, dressing up for Easter was a thing. We live in a generation now where it's like, it ain't a thing no more. You don't see as many people getting the kids together for Easter and making the kids go to church. Oh, I did. Maybe I follow too many people with older kids now. You don't see it.
You still do. Because even yesterday when I was in the store, I seen people in there trying to get outfits for the kids and stuff. So yeah, people still do it.
And
because
go ahead.
Because I even asked this question earlier, and I said, "Is Easter and Thanksgiving the only holidays where you don't make it a race thing, or you don't like everybody just celebrate it?"
What you mean?
Because, you know, like, all right, I ain't celebrating.
Easter is a race thing already. That's why some people call it Resurrection Day and don't call it Easter no more.
I was saying, I ain't know that.
You don't see people be saying Happy Resurrection Day?
No,
they do.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I've seen it, but I didn't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't, because like, you know how like 4th of July, like how they be like, oh, I ain't celebrating the white man. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't put that like.
Yeah, I be feeling like that's just the super woke ass. Some people feel like that about Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Thanksgiving, like everybody celebrates.
You just don't follow enough woke people. Niggas do not celebrate Thanksgiving.
No, because I say that
don't celebrate
because
Thanksgiving.
I know, like, I mean, like I said, for me, like I hear a lot of people say, oh yeah, you know, happy Thanksgiving, happy Easter. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like when it comes to like Christmas or any of the other holidays, it's kind of like, all right, do I really say it? You don't know if I celebrate it or not. So that's what I'm just saying.
I feel like Christmas is kind of the only one that everybody kind of just get in line with.
I thought Easter and Thanksgiving felt like.
Nah, I feel like Christmas is more of the everybody kind of get in line. Like Easter kind of be just like I mean, hit or miss, because I feel like people who don't got kids really don't even have to. You don't really even. Some people may not even acknowledge Easter. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, Easter, I don't acknowledge Easter because I feel like that's just some fake Christian shit. Like, and when I say that, I mean just people who only go to church on Easter. Like that, if your only acknowledgement of Jesus Christ is going to be on Easter, bro, keep that shit to yourself. Like, I'm cool. Like, if Sunday was his
So
own.
what the hell we posting on social media? We can't post nothing according to you.
No, you can post stuff, but just be. Listen to what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If you believe in whatever draw you to church, your first time acknowledging what your religious belief shouldn't be Easter. That's my only thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't post it, but if your first time walking in a church was this Sunday that just passed because it was Easter, bro, keep that shit. You could have stayed in the house. You playing with God right now.
Am I?
Yes.
I could go to church every Sunday or Saturday or whatever. I can live my life. I can walk the way of the Bible. I could be in the house reading the Bible. Just because I don't post it does not mean I'm not doing it.
But guess what? But this is what I'm telling you. But this is what I'm telling you. If you actually get into the word for real, because they do that on, like, for the last couple of weeks, I've been really like paying attention to just like sometimes the wording that they use, like on the Bible app. They kind of like, even some of like the Daily Jones was kind of like, don't be ashamed and don't hide your relationship from God. Like they have these like in the Bible app, sometimes like in between the messages, they'll have like, how will you interact, or what will you do today to bring somebody else close to Jesus? Like certain like that. So will you share scripture with somebody? Would you recommend a church to somebody? Like what good deed or what would you do to recommend? So they kind of even push that a lot, especially on the Bible app. Like, share the word with somebody. Like, if you into, like, what good does it do for you?
Post it. I could do it off camera. I don't have to. That's just like, oh, I saw a homeless man. Let me give him some money. Let me record.
No, those two things. Only reason I'm saying those two things is different because it's like, if you've seen a good movie, you'll talk about it, right or wrong.
I don't think, but see, that's what I'm saying. See, that's why I like I said, I get what you be looking at and what you see, but then there's some people who don't post, who don't be on social. They be on social media, but they don't post like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and like I said, I'm getting what Erica's saying is like, okay, I could be doing everything, but I just don't post it.
My relationship is with God. My relationship is not with everybody else.
Cool, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not. I would. Only reason why I'm cool with that, and I wouldn't disagree with it. Only reason why I disagree with it, if you share anything else, if you share music or you share TV shows to watch, if you hear I'm not saying all the time, because sometimes I listen to certain pastors and that shit be bush. I'm not gonna share it with my audience or tell people, but the ones that's good, and I'll be like, oh, this nigga's preaching out his body the same way if I hear a song, and I'll be like, oh, this nigga just went crazy on this song. There's no way on God's green earth I will sleep okay with myself if I hear Pastor Mike give a crazy joke and I don't share it with nobody, but I'll share a Sexy Red song. What the fuck type of person am I? And that's my only beef with people. Like, you kind of like, come on, dog. Like, if you're gonna share, then share for real. That's my only thing. Like, if I can sit here and get on any platform and I can share my Glorilla songs, my Megan Thee Stallion songs, I would feel like a piece of shit if I don't never share no Bible messages with people. I don't put y'all on the no passes, and I'm just listening to them myself. I listen
but
to.
Wouldn't you judge like you oversharing? You sharing too much. Like, you too much. You give me too much. You because like even you said before, I can't post a scripture and promote a strip club. So even if you were still working the strip club, still promoting it, nobody knows that. You just out there hand to hand with the flies. You could still be doing that behind the closed door, but you're still putting up your word. So that's what I'm saying. But if you tell me, well, I gotta overshare for you to know that I'm doing everything.
No, I'm not saying to know that you're doing it, but I feel just to me is why hide your relationship with God if you okay with posting yourself in a thong? Why you hide your relationship?
I'm posting myself in a thong and I'm listening to Sexy Red and I'm out here twerking my ass every night, and then I wake up, oh, let me post this Bible scripture. People will look at me like I'm crazy. Like,
but no, I wouldn't look at you crazy. Let me know that you're a real person, and I will respect you more than I will respect. I would listen to. I guarantee listen to him saying.
I pull cap on that one.
How not?
I feel like you still would judge her.
You would still judge. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to go out onto a limb, and I know for a fact that majority of the people in the DMV who was hip to Pastor Mike, I'm sure is because of me. And just because I know how many people wasn't talking about Pastor Mike until I just kept constantly getting people hip to him. Sharing it with different women that I'm dealing with. Oh, he fired. If you don't like no other pastor, I promise you're gonna like Pastor Mike. Even the same way with I could take I'm so happy that Jamal Bryant has completely done a 3 complete. I smile every day when I see people share Jamal Bryant shit, because I was the only person riding for this man 2 years ago when y'all was shitting on him because of some fucking bitch on a goddamn reality show. But now everybody that came around with like, oh yeah, everybody loves Jamal Bryant now. But that's just my point. But people already know my stance on 90% of the stuff. You know why? Because I don't mind sharing it. I'm just me as a person. I'm not going to share Sexy Red and Glorilla and not tell you about whatever past I like. That to me is just corny. I wouldn't do that. And well, if I can come in here and go a deep dive on Raising Kanan, oh, I heard a fire jump from Pastor Mike. Cool. Oh yeah, Jamal Bryant said this. The same way I'll play those clips of I'm not gonna play one every week because every week they don't got a fire message. But if I hear a fire message from a pastor that I like, guess what I'll do? The same way I'll play a comedian's clip on here, I'm gonna play that pastor too. Like that to me is just like that's a human, and I think more people will appreciate that. So if I sit here and tell if somebody who really don't go to church or really into rap music, I'm sure people can go to my page and will take my like, okay, because I know Mikey still listens to drill music. So I can if Mikey like this pastor and he still like the same music that I like, then I may give this pastor a chance.
So I'm gonna ask you a question, right? So if a girl
about gospel music on
so
here.
no. So I'm gonna ask you a question though. So if a girl would just sit here and say I prefer you promoting the word or whatever the case may be, your pastor takes are better than your rap takes. How would you feel some type of way?
No, because everybody music takes is different.
No, so would you lead with that? Would you listen to that? Would you take that in consideration?
What you mean?
Like if she said, I like your takes, well, your pastor takes or whoever you promote goes, like church wide, I like those opinions more. Like, would you take that? Like, would you start doing more of that? Because she said that like that's what I'm saying. Like when I look at it, like I get it. Everybody got their own taste, but then it's like some people might have a better taste in it. So that's what I'm saying. Like you might not.
You can't sit here and say whose taste is better because everybody got a different preference. Like some people like TD Jakes. I like Sarah better than TD, and some people will be like, well, I like TD Jakes. Sarah not my cup of tea. Like everybody got their own different preference on what you like. You like what you like because you like it. Like that is for you. The same way with music. Like you can't like, bro, it's endless people who don't like TD Jakes. It's endless people who don't like Joel Osteen. But you can't. That doesn't mean that I can't sit here and say that I don't like TD Jakes. Like I'm not a huge like if you.
But that's what I'm asking. But would you, like I said, if somebody was to sit here and say, "Damn, I do want you to start talking more about the gospel," or "I do want you to start talking more about," like, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you take that into consideration, or you don't feel like that's your lane?
I feel like I talk about it enough. Like what? Oh, I don't know.
Would you check? That's what I'm saying. Would you check? Like, if somebody's like, "Damn, I like your intake on the religious," like, I want to hear more of this. Would you start? Like I said, would you go that way?
No. Like what the fuck am I? What do you mean? What? How?
So you would stay the course.
I don't understand what you asking. I don't necessarily know if it's too much. I don't. What could you really say besides I've heard this pastor have a good message? Like I don't know what it ain't. I don't think that rap music, the breaking down rap music and TV shows is completely different from breaking down different pastors' words. Because I can even if I still break the same way with music. Like I can sit here and say, like, if me and you both listen to the same exact pastor. That's why if you haven't been to church, it's a little bit hard to explain this, but sometimes people feel like people go to church. Like let's say if you haven't been to church in a while and people go to church, and of course you can't do it on Easter because you're not going to get one of them type of messages. But let's just say say you go like in the middle, 2 weeks before Memorial Day. Let's say you go to church. I don't know what day
next
it is,
week,
but not next week. Let's just say May. Let's say like May 15th. You go to church on May 15th, right? And you go into a church and a pastor, and if I go every Sunday, that pastor word may not hit for me no more. How if somebody ain't been in a minute, and you may feel like, and people have everybody, if you ever had been into church and haven't been in a while, and you go on a non-holiday, most people feel like, damn, the pastor was talking to me, like he wrote this message exactly for me. But I may not feel that way because I hear this preacher preach every Sunday, and that's why so many pastors get so popular via YouTube, because for most people, their local pastor may be cool. I may go just on Sunday just because I'm going, but he don't do it for me as much as like a Pastor Mike. Pastor Mike may resonate with me 100 times more. So I think realistically, I don't think I'm not saying that it can't be a space like you couldn't do it, but I don't think it's necessarily as I don't necessarily know if it'll hit the same as if you trying to do like a breakdown on a new album or a new movie or a new TV show. Because and even go with TV, I think people, you watch the TV shows you like for the reasons you like them. The same reason why you listen to music for the reasons why you listen to them. Same way again with a pastor. I don't think a pastor is no different from a rapper. You're gonna like that pastor because of their messages. Like I like Pastor Mike because he used to, when I first started watching him, he was using power references. Most pastors would not touch a 50 Cent show. Most pastors wouldn't even be as transparent to tell you, like, oh, I watched Power last night. And I found the cool way to throw something about that Power episode I just seen last night into my message this Sunday. And that's what made him cool. And that was what made people be like, oh, damn, this fire. Like, oh, the pastor watched Power. Because, you know, guess who ain't going to never see and say he watched the episode of Power? TD Jakes. And that's why people was kind of like crucifying him and was really on his body about fucking him and Diddy having a cool friendship, because it's like, damn, you kind of like turn your nose at people who like live the lifestyle that Diddy lived. How you and Diddy become so cool. So that's my whole point. But nobody wouldn't look at that like, wouldn't look at Pastor Mike crazy if you seen Pastor Mike just have like some random rapper come to his church. Or like Russell Westbrook used to go to John Gray John all the time. Like, it just be different. So like I said, I don't think that to me would never be, nobody could never coach me into doing that, because I don't think that's something I kind of don't play with. Like, I kind of just allow, like, if I'm led that day to mention it, then I'll mention it. But I would never just sit here and get on a mic every week and try to like pander to that. Hell no. Because that shit would feel crazy to me. Because I know for a fact that's not where my heart would be at.
Like I said, I think I was just asking, like I said, when you say if you don't, because like I said, with Verga, she can go to church all the time, but she might not post it. You wouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
I don't, but listen, what I'm saying, it's a difference. I'm not, you're missing I don't think people who go to church every Sunday, you need to post it. I'm talking about if you would listen to something via YouTube, because people do it. People share stuff all the time. Like, people share. If you can share a Sexy Red song and you listen to a good gospel message or a gospel song, I feel like you should still feel, because I think some people be ashamed of it. Like, people don't share those type of things because you be ashamed of it. You don't want people to really be into your spiritual walk so people hide it. And I think that's, again, when I'm talking, when I'm on the Bible app and they kind of try to nudge people into sharing the message with other people, because that is one of the things that's the difference between Christians and Muslims. Like, Muslims will sit here and just get to a group of Muslims and they'll go to the mosque together and they'll pray together, or they'll pray anywhere during Ramadan or whatever case may be, where Christians are so like shy and really don't be wanting to post or even really get into talking about no type of religious beliefs, because they be kind of be like scared, or they don't want people to judge them. Like, I'm cool. Like, don't think about how confident and how ignorant it may sound for me to sit here and be like, nobody gonna sit and say, oh yeah, I watch porn, and right after porn I cut on TD Jakes. You're never going to hear nobody else say that but me. But that's who I am. That's the space that I'm in. I would feel crazy to sit here and say, let's have a conversation about Pinky, but I'm never going to acknowledge none of the pastors that I like. That shit to me that ain't who I am. And that to me, I'm just even speaking for me. That would be weird on my behalf to sit here and say, I'm comfortable to talk about Pinky, but I'm not comfortable to talk about Sarah Jakes, or I'm not comfortable to talk about Pastor Jamal Bryant or any of these other people. I think a lot of people just be ashamed of like your real beliefs. So you keep them to yourself, because I feel like most people are not confident enough to even acknowledge that whatever their beliefs is. Because I should never, like, if you actually are a Christian, I don't think people should be like, damn, I didn't know that you go to church. Like, nobody should never say that about you. Like, that to me is like, that shit is weird, because you would never go up to a Muslim and wouldn't know a Muslim is a Muslim. And that's the difference between Christians and Muslims. Like, Christians be trying to hide, oh, I'm a Christian. Like, you, like, nigga, I'm going to tell you, I keep a Bible in the car, I keep a Bible in the house. Like, I'm going, like, no, and every day I wake up, I'm going to sit here and post whatever scriptures on all my social media platforms. And even sometimes if the junk really hitting, I'm going to post it on my YouTube channel too. Like, that's just who I am. I'm never going to shy away from that. And I think people who do that shit is kind of weird, because you will share everything else. Like, that to me is weird. Like, if you're comfortable enough to post a Sexy Red, and I'm just using Sexy Red as an example because I feel like she is the extreme. So if you are okay with sharing the extreme of music that you listen to, why aren't you comfortable enough of sharing the word you listen to? Like, that's something that people should think about. Like, you should think about, why did you say, I heard this fire message, but I didn't share it to nobody? Like, I got a homegirl of mine, this ain't nothing with like religious stuff, but she be listening to a bunch of nerd podcasts. I'm like, bro, we talk about it, share that shit with me. Like, and I even joke with her some days. I'm like, bro, it's Saturday. Like, cut your brain. It's like 12 o'clock at night. Don't be sending me no fucking super thank piece at Saturday on Saturdays. I know that I ain't getting no pussy, but don't sit here and remind me I ain't getting no pussy by sending me some fucking NPR news clip at 12 o'clock at night on a fucking Saturday night. Like, come on, bro. Have some respect for me. Send that shit to me Sunday in the middle of the day. Don't sit here and disrespect me and let me like, and I feel like you playing with me. You know that I ain't getting no pussy. Hey, nigga, read this NPR news clip, whatever the case may be, because I know you ain't getting no cheeks. But again, like I said, everybody to each his own. I guess because we kind of like talked about that for a long time. Real quick, I do want to say, because I did acknowledge the the tariffs last week when we were talking about Shein and Temu. I ain't talking about Temu because I never ordered nothing from Temu because I'm not gonna lie to you. When I look at those Temu videos or people be promoting Temu, some of them like their discounts and it should be just seeming too good to be true. Like I'm like, you say, hey, you could order this free. I don't know if y'all ever seen it before. They be like, get this free package from Temu for $0. I'm like, you about to give me all these clothes for free? That something don't sound right. Like I'm never like that. When you advertising something and it just seemed too good to be true, I'm not putting my credit card information in it, and I ain't giving up my house address. That shit just seemed too good to be true. So I never even got down with the Temu thing. But Temu and Shein both sent out a message to their people who I guess subscribe to their I mean, if you ever bought something from them, you got to give them up your email anyway. So they sent you an email message, but letting you know that starting April 25th that they will start to up their prices because of the tariffs. And I told y'all last week, I told you better, if you're seeing something in your Shein cart, you better hurry up and hit that button. I mean, you still got a couple of days right now. If you got the bread and you see some stuff that you want to buy, you might as well go ahead and run it up right now because they are going to realistically start taxing. And I'm sure it won't make some of those orders or those purchases as to die for or even wanting to purchase them because I mean like I wouldn't pay. I'm not paying $10 for no t-shirt from Shein. $5, $3, cool. Because I'm limited in my risk. I don't care. I won't get upset if a $5 t-shirt don't feel the same way if I pay 15 or 20 for that t-shirt. Because I'm gonna feel some type of way. Let's be clear. I know that we still protesting Target, but in the back of my mind, it's gonna be like, I know what type of good t-shirt I could have got from Target for $15. So I'm not ordering nothing from Shein for $15 and then I get it and it don't feel like the quality I'm looking for $15.
All right, my question to you, right? When you order those, like, do you be looking at the shipping and all that, the fees and all that? Like, are they up more? Because that's why I feel like you're probably going to get your head. That's what you're gonna get hit at.
Yeah, I mean, but for Shein, they normally, if you spend like they'll try, and that's how they kind of get you to buy more stuff. Like, hey, if you spend over $50, the shipping is free. Because if you try to order like one piece, like the TikTok shop kind of do that too. Like if you just order one thing, and TikTok shop be blowing me. Like you could order, if it's not packaged together, like if it's not a bundle, like hey, you can get these 3 t-shirts or 5 shorts for this price. They'll try to add it where it's like, even during the holidays when I was trying to order sweatsuits, like if you didn't catch it when they were selling it as a bundle, because like when I ordered something for myself, like the little track suits, it was like a bundle jump. So I ordered it and the shipping was free at that time. With the tracksuits, but then when I try to order them same ones for dad, like because I may have like it was like the little special was already gone. They was like $6 for each junk. Like I'm like, bro, but I just literally ordered the same junk and it wasn't no $6 shipping. So now you sitting here saying what intrigued you about that order may have been like, oh, this I can get a whole. I mean, of course, if for most people, if you sitting here saying bargain shopping, an extra $6 on a $15 sweatsuit ain't bad. But to me, it was kind of just still like it just beat the purpose of like I'm clicking this because the tracksuit was $15. Now you're saying it's $25, which is still a good deal for a tracksuit. You talking about top and bottom, $25, and the quality is still good. It's a good thing. Only thing I would tell people is to be careful. And I seen this, and it was so funny that I seen a woman, and I think she probably realistically posted it because, of course, last week a lot of the conversation was the things that you can buy for cheap. And I seen her sit here and say, she can't stand the people who buy middle in the mall perfume and try to sit here and say it's the same as the stuff you get from like Bloomingdale's or Neiman's. And I wrote her back and I was like, I agree with what you're saying, but I think sometimes people have to buy both to learn the difference because you won't know the difference. Because I've done this before where it's like it was this Versace blue, and they sell it. I mean, of course, they sell it like in Macy's or they sell it in like Neiman's and Bloomingdale's, but they definitely sell it in Macy's. But in Macy's, it may be, I want to say that bottle is probably like $100. It may be like, or maybe like 85, close to 100. I can't remember off the top of my head because it's been a minute. But I remember they had it in one of the stands in the mall for $35, and I kind of was wondering. And let's be clear, this same Versace blue, because it's been out for so long, you can catch it in like Marshalls or Ross or TJ Maxx or one of them, and it'll still smell like the Macy's junk. But that one in that middle of the mall, I bought both, and I still had both bottles at the same time, and that's I kept one.
The little face with the face in the middle.
It's like the bottle is blue though, like the whole bottle is blue. Yeah.
They got the face in the middle. They got like lines going down this.
Yeah, that's the bottle right
Okay,
there. Yep, So listen to what I'm saying. So I've bought that bottle in 2 different places before. And when you get the jump from the mall, and this is the same thing, and the reason why I'm tying this into the TikTok jump, because I bought, and of course, like I said, it was the bottle from TikTok. It was like a little cologne jump. This shit was only $6. So I wasn't mad, but I was kind of like, damn, I thought I found like a sweet jump that you can get you some gym cologne, but it don't last long. Like it's spray. When it's sprayed and it come out, it smells strong, but then it just literally, you can drop the shirt for 2 minutes, come back, and it don't have that smell on it no more. I was just like, damn, that shit just kind of like a waste of bread. Like you just literally like, I'm not mad because it's $6, but I would be pissed if I would have bought it and it was more than $6. But tying that into what she was saying before you asked the question, I told her, I'm like, you got to kind of see the difference, because the middle, like, I mean, of course, it's bootleg stuff, and it's kind of like with that middle of the mall. I don't know what it is. Like they get the box correct. Like the box be correct when they first spray it, be right, but it don't sit as long.
The same.
It don't stay long.
Yeah,
it don't have the aftermath to it.
But that's what I kind of ask. Is just like, is it how you spray it on you or how you put it on you? Because like, do you think like when it comes to like other races who use cologne or body spray or whatever, like when they spray it on, like that shit, they can walk a mile away, you still can smell them. So that's why I'm just like, is it that too?
I know. I think it's just
because I'm pretty sure a lot of them probably using Axe. You know what I'm saying? Like they not using the cologne.
I think Axe is probably the only cheap thing that you can spray, and that shit gonna stay on you all day long.
Because I always be wondering, I'm like, damn, what the fuck did they be using? Because like that shit, you walk past and that shit, I still can smell it.
I mean, I honestly don't know. I mean,
because that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm sure they're not spending that kind of money on cologne.
No, of course not. But it's a difference though. But because I mean, I don't necessarily know. I seen somebody breaking down how certain colognes last long. It was the oils, because that's why oils last long. Like if you put some oil on you, that shit lasts all day long. Like if you put some oil on, you put it in good enough or put enough in it, that shit may last like a day and some change. Like I ain't gonna hold you, like especially during the summertime. I mean, of course, during the wintertime, you probably need colognes a little bit more, because if you're wearing sweatsuits and hoodies and all of that, it's harder for the oil to come through, like of course, because your arms and stuff is covered up. But during the summertime, I would just recommend whoever you go to your local oil person and go crazy with the oils, because I mean your arms, your legs, and everything is out more, of course, when the weather breaks. So the oil will last you longer than whatever. And oil is way cheaper than going to cologne. So for if you saying I was gonna spend a couple $100 on some cologne during the summertime, so you might as well spend a couple $100 on the oil and you be Gucci. But I just seeing the difference, and I wanted if Donnie wasn't out of town, I would call her and ask her, like, because she be like, people be like paying her to advertise and stuff, and I even seen her go to like some like how we used to go to like the magic show for the fashion stuff. I seen her go to like one of those like jumps when she was out of town, going to like the perfume jump. But a lot of them people advertise on TikTok, and I'm like, bro, how do you know the difference? Because it was like I would have been like, of course it was $6, but I'd be seeing people on TikTok advertising some of those bottles, and some of them jumps be like $40-$50, and I would be pissed. And if I would have bought something for $50 and it didn't last, I would have been sick. But $6, I don't care.
But when you say it don't last, like it don't. Because like I know, like I said, I don't spend the money. Like I got the little drawing I seen on Instagram. It's called Alta. Like I buy they mark up the whatever, you know, like the what's name, and I use those. But like I said, it's good. Like I said, it ain't, you know what I'm saying, it lasts on, it stay on the clothes. But it's not like, I'm pretty sure, I mean, like you said, it might not be the strongest. But even when I smell when I smell it, I'm like, damn, you still can smell it.
Nah, this show you cannot smell no more at all. Like I'm gonna bring it in here next week. We can spray it when we first start recording, and I guarantee you, by the time we change topics, you're not gonna be able to smell it no more.
Mm.
Like that, it was just like, it was one of them jumps. Was like, all right, bro, if this was more than $6, I would be pissed right now. But like I said, that's just something to think about, because of course, I mean, like I said, sometimes it's again when they talk about those tariffs and all of those other things a lot, it's easy to kind of just not understand what they talking about when they start, or even you kind of zoom out. If you think, but like, I ain't about to buy no new phone, or I ain't about to buy no car, you kind of don't care. But to me, I think the thing that hit home the closest and the easiest for most people is just the convenience of just being able to buy clothes via online. Because I think most of us, I mean, I do understand everybody life be too busy. Like people really don't have time, especially if you got kids or you working multiple jobs, or even if you work one job and that hour, your hours is just super long. Nobody want to come home and then go to the mall. Like, and that's why I think sometimes with a lot of that stuff kind of just be like, damn, it's so crazy where it's like, you don't realize how like you appreciate time or how much energy you used to have or waste when you were younger. Cause it'd be like, I can't even tell you the last time I've been into a mall. I couldn't tell you the last time I've been into a shoe store.
I can tell you one thing, that shit everywhere is fucking dead. The mall, like I feel bad for anybody that owns a store in the mall. It don't be the same. Like the foot traffic ain't the same as.
But I'll be wondering sometimes is that because of our age? And I think
I think it's more. So okay, somebody like Arundel Mills. I feel like Arundel Mills, you always gonna see traffic. You always gonna see foot traffic because that's like kind of like a travel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like.
I mean, because I think the cheap code for Arundel Mills is because the casino right there.
The casino, David Buster's. Like I feel like, but that's like somewhere like if anybody traveling, like, hey, let me stop right here to, you know.
But I mean, again, I think with Arundel Mills is two things because, like you said, it's the Dave & Buster's, it's a movie theater in there, and it's a casino in there, like, and it's other restaurants.
Because I feel
outside of that one,
but I feel like Arundel Mills probably see more traffic than Potomac Mills.
Potomac Mills don't got no casino neither.
But that's what I'm saying. But they still have the same kind of stores. But I feel like, but
it's the extra. Well, it's the extra stuff. Like it's that casino going all. It's going to always
and that's
be
why
people at that casino. And then, like you said, Dave & Buster's. So it's that you talking about you hitting different age groups and you hitting different things because it got a Dave & Buster's. It got a Buffalo Wild Wings. It got different things for people doing. I mean, of course, and it's closer to Baltimore. So Baltimore is super heavy on their sports. So people can go there to watch Orioles games, Ravens games, whatever the case may be. So it kind of like all of those things trickle down together. So I agree with you. Arundel Mills is always going to be packed compared to
but that's why
Iverson Mall or something else like that.
But when you say that, like that's what I'm saying. And when you say that, like I said, when we went out Philly or whatever, we went into one mall. It had the regular all the stores, but it was still empty.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to another joint where the Dave & Buster's was, and they had Legoland in it. And I remember that, like when I went, I'm like, oh, this is the same joint where Legoland is. And I'm talking about that shit was dead. Like nobody's in there. There's even no stores in it. Like they probably got like 5 stores open, but they got Dave & Buster's and they got Legoland. That's why I say I think it's just more like I say I don't think people are going to the malls like that because everybody's ordering online. But then you do have some mall where you just got constant foot traction, and I think that's where.
But I think, I mean, even what you saying is I think that kind of go back to the conversation we was having last week, where I think sometimes where it's like. I get initially the tariff thing when you hearing it and you hearing the way it's coming out, it sound kind of crazy, and people are looking at Trump like he's nuts. But no, I get it. It's going to affect people, but then it make you still wonder where it's like, okay, if I'm making it a little bit harder or a little bit more expensive for people to order online, will that trickle down and get people to go back to the mall?
No, I don't think so. Because I think a lot of people leave. Because like I said, I was having a conversation with my son. I think I forgot what one of the shoe stores we went. And he was like, "Damn, they ain't got no Jordans, and they ain't got no." And I was like, "Well," I said, "You got to think about it. You're in different areas. Everybody don't wear the same shoes. So some stores might carry it. If they don't even have the deals with them, you're not gonna see those shoes." He's like, "Damn, they ain't no LaMelos, no whatever." Then of course, like we went to the other like this Snipes and all that. I'm like, "We see like them," because I think we first walked, he was like, "Damn, why all them Philly jerseys?" And I was like, "Because we in Philly." So that's what you're gonna see more of Philly jerseys, and you're gonna see different. Like I said, their shoes they might wear more New Balance or whatever the case. Maybe that's probably that area. That's what it was like. Damn, we don't got no Jordans. Where's the Jordans at? You know, and that's what I'm saying. I think. The day of age of malls are not the same as it was, like I said, with us growing up. And now I feel like because of so much online shopping, nobody's going to. What am I going to the mall for? I can just order online, even whether I fit it or not. I'm gonna just order online.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I think I would just me personally. I probably. Yeah, I'm cool with not spending no money at all, but I would kind of make me think a little bit twice about. Going back to the mall, I just thought about it. I did think about it twice a couple times. Like, would I recommend going back to the mall? Because if I'm not gonna go from Shein or none of those other places and I need something, will that make you kind of go back into an H&M? Especially if you need to just pick something up real quick. Even if you got a couple of days in advance now, like I don't necessarily know. If you see me saying, would I rather try to go inside of H&M or order something off of H&M website? I'd rather just actually go into H&M. Just me personally. I do want to real quick DeMar DeRozan, because we kind of been all over the place, and this was probably like one of the newer stories that we probably should have started off a little bit. People will learn. I think again we're talking about just the whole Kendrick and Drake thing. I do think two things with this situation. I do think because so many people are like the same way people stand out for LeBron, people stand the same way for Drake. And I do think people will try to play around with DeMar DeRozan because of the whole little Drake situation. And I think you'll mess around and find out that DeMar DeRozan is from Compton, California. DeMar DeRozan is affiliated. DeMar DeRozan is 6'6", 220 pounds. I think you should probably find somebody else to play with. And I think sometimes you have to kind of, and I get it, I've seen people, and that's what, again, I mean, academics is going to be academics, and he kind of just going to have his moments where he's just going to be a cornball. But he was the first person throwing out this person going to sue this and the third. I think some people don't care. Like DeMar DeRozan been in the NBA for 16 years. DeMar DeRozan got some bread he can lose.
What can you sue?
He choked him out. He definitely put hands on him.
Oh, he had that. I see. I didn't. So when, because I saw the video, like I said, I saw him walking up like, oh, they trying to put me out. And when the phone dropped.
Oh, so you didn't see the
actual, so no, I saw the
original
other video. So the video, you can't see. Like I said, I just see somebody's legs go up, and I see a person coming up.
That was DeMar DeRozan choking him out.
Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know he choked. I didn't know he choked him out.
Oh yeah, he put hands on him for sure. He put hands on him for sure. Trust and believe. Like I said, and maybe for that dude, that's what he wanted. I mean, because some people be looking for that. Some people want to do the pranks and all that. Some people looking for a moment to go viral. Some people looking for a payday. Some people try celebrities to have celebrities crash out on them so they can get paid. And I'm sure that's what, like, for your intentions and your purpose is to sit here and say, okay, after he choked me out, I go get in the ambulance. Like, I feel like you kind of played all of this out in your mind, say you was looking for that type of interaction, and you got what you was looking for. But like I said, I think DeMar DeRozan got some bread. Like, he been in the NBA. He been in the NBA for 16 years. DeMar DeRozan got a couple supermax contracts.
Do you think
he'll be A-okay?
You think he would have a case? Because what if it was?
I don't know. Because
that's what I'm saying. Like, what if that was his security that did it? You wouldn't. That's what I'm just kind of figure out. Would he really have a case? Because you came in his space.
I honestly don't know that. I honestly don't know the answer. I feel like if you got a good enough lawyer, maybe. But DeMar DeRozan may not feel like paying for a lawyer. He may just settle out and won't care. Because, I mean, the baby didn't beat some of them charges before. Like, the baby didn't had a couple of those assault charges or charges that people thought he was going to lose a bunch of money because he put hands on people, and he ain't lose. So, I mean, I think it just depends. I think it depends on how much money are you willing to spend on a lawyer. And some people may not feel like paying for the lawyer. You may just pay to settle out of court. And sometimes when you settle out of court, you could probably put in a contract like, hey, this can't go public or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, there's different ways to kind of, so other people won't try their hand and do the same thing, but people do it all the time. I guess a
stupid game to play right there.
You know, no, I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't play that game. I guess real quick before I play anything else, so we ain't got to stay in here too much longer. We are, of course, is the first week of the NBA playoffs. A lot of the games, round one, have already went through. And a lot of teams that got blown out. The Memphis Grizzlies got beat by OKC by a 50 ball. I don't remember if the final score was a 50, but I know at one 51. Point in time, 51. So they lost by 51. Oh my God. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Lakers by 21. Who else lost by double digits? The Orlando lost to Boston by like 20 something. And it was one more game. Who else played? Was the Pacers game? They ain't lose by. That was a little bit closer.
No, still double digits.
Yeah, so they lost by double digits. What's the score to the Rockets in the?
They got blown up. They won by 10.
Who, the Rockets?
Golden State won.
Oh, Golden State beat the Rockets?
Yeah.
Okay, so Golden State won, and who else?
Because Indiana was 98-17. Yeah, they got blown up.
And then Detroit and the Knicks game was a lot closer. Because that one, I'm not gonna lie to you, Detroit kind of shit. They was up by fucking 7 and we're like 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, they won by 11.
What, the Knicks?
Yeah,
but that game, what I'm saying, that you can't. That game is one of them jobs you can't look at the final score. The Detroit Pistons, they just was beating them. They was beating them in the fourth quarter. They was, like I said, they was up by 7 with like 5 or 6 minutes to go. They just they was young. They shit the bed. Like the moment just got too bright. Like they was literally up by 7 points with like 5 or 6 minutes left to go into the game, and they were young. Like that was like one of them moments where you didn't have no superstar player, and they went to bed. Like that was it. That moment just got too bright for them. But shout out to Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris was hooping. Him and Malik Beasley, both of them niggas was kind of like, damn, why you? I mean, I'm sure Philadelphia 76ers fans, I'm sure they was pissed. Like, where the hell was this version of Tobias Harris while he was in Philly? Because he was hooping.
Shit, wouldn't think twice. You didn't have those moments from him. You had one moment, and that's it. That's it. You don't. But he don't do it on a consistent basis. You forgot that he was even there.
No, that's my point. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure that they wish he would have had those moments with them.
He didn't had those moments before. Tobias Harris didn't carried a couple of games in Philly.
None that I can remember. Like, what's an important game that he carried?
He didn't carry it a couple of games. And that's what I said. He didn't had 1 or 2, 3 games. That one, like I said, that was the first game I've even heard him in Detroit.
He was hooping. And shout out to Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley.
He been hooping.
He was hooping, and I'm not. He was one. It was one of them. And you know, so crazy. And he took offense to this because I remember when he first. Where he go? He went to Milwaukee last year. Before that, Milwaukee was when he went right after he left LA. And I think sometimes, I mean, of course, he a man, so men have ego, but he was kind of one of those, like, he didn't want to admit, bro, playing beside LeBron James ain't for everybody. Sometimes them lights can get too bright. And he felt some type of way when niggas called him out for that. But I mean, it's kind of clear as day now. Like, nigga, that stage was just too big for you. Like, you've been hooping since you left LA. So his only other excuse was you couldn't handle that pressure playing with the Lakers. So you kind of just, you shit the bed. Oh, I apologize for anybody when we started this episode. I ain't know they got to the point where Issa and them got in the bed.
I ain't know it was with a white girl.
Oh, I ain't get to this part. Damn. All right. I still ain't going. I mean, she's still an actress, but I didn't get to that part. When I was at the original part that I was looking at, I was kind of like, damn, what was the big deal about that little kiss? But now I see they butt naked in the bed together and all that. All right, maybe okay.
She was sitting there rubbing her feet and all that. That's why I'm like, damn, Mike can't say it was a white girl.
Yeah, I mean, because I forgot all about that part. But I guess real quick, just my little thing to the two Lakers fans. Yeah, I've been told y'all. I think a lot of y'all just watch highlights. I know y'all don't watch no games. And anybody, and that was clear as day. That was my biggest takeaway, and that's why I kind of just don't really like talking sports with people. If I don't know for a fact that if I can't personally see you watching games, I don't really be wanting to have back and forth with people via social media. I state my opinion, and it's cool. Like, we cool. I may go back and forth, but I really don't, because I think a lot of y'all don't. Or even if you watch games, you don't know basketball.
Minnesota had you think Minnesota has a better team?
Than what? Than the Lakers right now? I think the reason why the Lakers have beat Minnesota previously is because Anthony Davis made Naz Reid and Rudy Gobert have to play defense, and when neither one of them don't got to play defense now, Naz Reid got a lot more energy on the offense end.
So, but when you say that, this is like you just pay attention to highlights. But like even yesterday when me and Matt was talking about it, and I'm like, he's like, man, they can't match up with what's name? You got Luka and LeBron. Like, who you gonna opposite? I'm like, but no, but what about, and I'm like, Cat, they don't have Cat there no more. So it's like,
yeah, but Cat never really had no crazy. But that's my point. Cat never had no good games against Anthony Davis though.
Right, but we not. But Anthony Davis not there no more. But that's what I'm saying. But even when he was saying, I'm like, well, hold up, like, but they don't have no bigs. And I'm like, all right, what about Julius Randle? Like, who's going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think, like I said, I don't think that they're going to show up. But you looking at it, the Lakers been having a good season. They're probably the best season in a while.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people giving too much credit. Most of that season was already, before when Anthony Davis got traded, the Lakers was the 4th seed. You only went up 1 seed.
Right. So you still, right. And so you're at home. Nobody would have think you got beat like that at home. Yeah, if this was in Minnesota, then yeah, I would have took that. But I wouldn't sit there and said that the Lakers would get blown out at home.
And Luka don't play no D, dog.
Well, we knew that. That's why they got rid of it.
But listen, but that's my point. But I think Lakers, when I sit here and say niggas watch highlights, I seen it even while the game was on, a girl said, because I sit here and said the only way the Lakers is gonna win if LeBron James is the lead dog. He cannot play a backseat to Luka because Luka don't bring enough to the floor besides scoring. And somebody wrote under me, and I agree with what they said. Luka put up a lot of hollow points. Like, he scored points, but the shit don't be meaning nothing. Like, it just be points, but it don't really impact the game for real. And because it's no effort on defense. So if you score 37 and you still giving up 20 plus to your man, it kind of, those points kind of go like they non-avoid each other. And then that's just only on that one man that we keep paying attention when you checking Ant. But that don't have nothing to do when they get you in a mixed match with you and what's other the young boy named McDaniels or whatever the case may be. It is not none of those jumps, or it's not like I said again, Naz Reid don't got to play defense now. So because he's not, like, think about it. If Naz Reid and Rudy Gobert or Julius Randle and all of them niggas got to bang down low with Anthony Davis, you use a lot more energy that you don't have to use no more. So now they got extra free legs. Like, now you have free legs. You can kind of, again, that's what I'm saying when you listening to people talk and now it's just highlights, you don't pay attention to that part. Like, even if you're sitting here saying, like,
so you don't think the Lakers had a chance? Period.
I think they have a chance. I think they have a chance if LeBron James If LeBron James give you 30, you're going to feel LeBron James 30. LeBron James can't coast and try to allow Luka to be the lead dog. No, it's nowhere. The Lakers will get their ass swept if LeBron James don't take over. If LeBron James don't play like LeBron James, he cannot play the backseat to Luka because Luka don't bring enough besides scoring empty points. You don't got no real third man. Niggas kept geeking to get rid of D'Angelo Russell because he was coming up short only against the Nuggets. Because that was his kryptonite. Cool. And that was the same thing with AD. Both of them niggas together, they was having it. Well, shit, Anthony Davis' moment was the same way against Sacramento. Sabonis, when he was, I don't know what was the difference, but before this season, Sabonis had AD number. Now, this season come around, Anthony Davis owns Sabonis. Shit, that was even in that playing game. Nigga, he made some, like, I didn't even know Sabonis was on the floor. That's how crazy AD was going on him. But that hasn't been the case for Anthony Davis them last couple of, at one point in time, he was like 0-9 or 0-11 versus Sabonis. But that's my whole point is sometimes I think I know people don't watch basketball. I know for a fact y'all just watch highlights. If you got happy about that Luka and Anthony Davis trade, I know for a fact 90% of you niggas, one, y'all work too much and y'all got to be parents. I know you don't watch basketball for real and you don't watch no Lakers games. Some shits come on too late. I don't got to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. You niggas ain't telling me y'all staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning and you got to be to work at 7 to 8 and you actually, man, stop. I'm not believing that shit. Like, I'm not believing it. And that's why the fucking Lakers got beat by 21 points. I know what the fuck I be watching. I know the difference between niggas who actually watch basketball and niggas who watch highlights. Niggas who watch highlights thought that fucking trading Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis was some fucking miracle. I know for a fact it's not. The only way the Lakers is gonna make it out of the first round or make it anywhere is if LeBron James play like LeBron James. If LeBron James keep playing backseat to Luka, the Lakers ass is gonna be 4-0. We all enjoyed all the cool Shannon Sharp Lakers in 5. I don't care if it's such and such. Yeah, all that shit is hilarious, but it ain't gonna be hilarious when niggas be home. That's it. And I don't necessarily know if we I think we recorded after the WNBA trade. That was on Monday. We already recorded it. So shout out to the Mystics.
The draft.
The draft. Shout out to the Mystics. The Mystics.
We did. Or the draft. Because that's when you said you was going to the Mystics games.
I did. Oh, I said that? Oh, I couldn't remember if I said that on here or not. I couldn't remember. Maybe I did. I couldn't remember. Yeah, but shout out to the Mystics. If I didn't say it, I'm gonna say it now. Shout out to the Mystics. The Mystics got a nice young team. Like, I don't want to go to Southeast, but if they can keep the prices at a reasonable price, I wouldn't mind to go see some. I know they're gonna jack the prices up on the games that I probably really would want to go see. Like, I know the Dallas Wings games. Like, I'm trying to be up on the court, man. Fucking DJ Carrington one of them ones. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But anyway, like I said, the Mystics got a good team. If
you want to be up on the court, what for? WNBA game?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, nigga. Especially if it's not crazy. Like, if the price ain't crazy. I'm not paying nothing OD. Like, I'm not about to sit here and try to pay. I'm not paying nothing over $500 for no goddamn WNBA tickets. That's not gonna happen.
$500 for a WNBA game, period. What?
You said what?
You would pay $500 for a WNBA game?
What team you think that I would actually want to go see the games that the tickets ain't gonna be $500 or more?
Oh, I wouldn't pay $500 to see nothing. That's what I'm just saying. You paying $500 for one ticket or for two?
For one ticket.
Hey, well, power to you, brother.
Oh, listen to again. Well, maybe again. I'm sure you just probably haven't looked. But for anybody, if you're listening to my voice, if you think that you will go see the Mystics versus any other team that you know, so that means Indiana Fever, Chicago Sky, or fucking the Dallas Wings, I promise you, you're not getting a good seat less than $300. A good seat. You probably go sit in the nosebleed somewhere, but you talking about somewhere that I actually want people to know that I was there. You ain't getting there ain't nowhere in hell, nigga. Them tickets, like, I seen
right, and I'm not paying $500 for that. That's crazy.
Well,
I don't even know if I pay $500 for a damn NBA game.
It's a new day and age, my brother. I don't know what to tell you, Jack.
Oh, shit. More power to y'all there.
Like I said, if you talking about, especially you may get lucky with a Dallas Wings jump because it could be hit or miss. But I seen some shit. I even seen for them Wings and Fever game. Like, shit, nigga, them tickets was like $1,200.
Niggas trip just to be seen.
That wasn't even just to be seen. Them jumps was just like some decent seats. It depends on, like, nigga, they go listen. That's one thing in the favor for other WNBA, especially in some of them cities where there's nothing else to do. Like I said, for here, maybe a little bit different because people got other shit to do here during the summertime. So it's not like this ain't Indiana where niggas don't got nothing else to do. But it's the summertime. What else be really going on? Like, it ain't like, nigga, I'm not going to a fucking baseball game. That's never gonna happen. So I mean, it'll happen. Like I said, shout out to the Mystics. The Mystics got some nice young talent, and they got some pretty looking women. Shout out to what's the word? Shakira Austin. She's probably the best looking woman that actually play for the Mystics. But they got some, like I said, it'll be.
So when you say Is that for like on the floor? The 500?
What for the Mystics?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't even went to go actually look at the price because I knew they was moved. The good teams, they already moved them games, so I didn't even actually go look to see whoever the miscellaneous games like.
No, because I just when I looked on the Ticketmaster, like I was looking, it's like 200
for what?
For the Indiana Fever game, the one in Baltimore.
Yeah, see, that's my point. So,
but that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking I'm not paying 500 for one ticket to watch women play. I'm sorry. I don't even think I'd pay that for men to play.
It depends. Like I said, it depends on the seat. I mean, of course, you can wait later. You can wait later. You're going to see. That's right now for them trying to get people like you. Some of that game's still 3 months away. I wouldn't sit here and buy no tickets that early anyway. If I'm gonna go to a game, I ain't buying my
these
tickets.
All resale prices. Ain't no way. God damn. No, I'm looking at right now for this $1. That's crazy. Yeah.
What's the price?
No, you're absolutely right.
Nigga, I told you. Y'all keep acting like niggas don't watch. You fucking.
But that's
shit.
at
Niggas is watching
though.
them WNBA.
No,
games.
but that's at what's name though. That's at the Southeast one. So maybe that's probably why you can charge those prices.
Why? What more? Why?
Yeah.
Is it smaller?
Yeah,
of course.
Ain't no seats.
Yeah, ain't no seats. They gonna take.
No, that's why. No, that's why I'm just looking. I'm like, dog, the price. You talking about the seats right now? I was looking like, huh? That don't make sense. And you talking about fucking 800?
I told you. That's why even when Matt was trying to joke about the Unrivaled, you know how expensive them seats were, them tickets for them Unrivaled Jones? I know why the venue only hold 800 people. Nigga, them tickets was like $3,000.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But when you say that's what I'm saying, when you say that, like, but I would never thought, okay, Paige comment. Like, I wouldn't even think that, you know what I'm saying, that is the game. But that's what I'm saying. When you looking at them, oh hell no, I wouldn't pay them prices. That's tripping. Hell no. 1,400 row L. Yeah, y'all niggas tripping. Not to see women.
No, I'm not paying $1,400 to see nobody. But
that's why 4,000 on the floor. I'm behind the bench or something. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you. Only listen to what I'm saying. This is where I believe the I mean, of course, you can't tell nobody how to market their dating, but only thing I would sit here and say is to get all $4,000 prices and to have the right people buy those tickets. The WNBA women got to stop promoting their relationship so much. Like if I thought Dejanay Carrington was single, and a nigga may sit here and try to like, because that's how what women do. Like you want to be a baddie and you want to be on the court side to get an NBA nigga's attention. You want to have a good fit on, and that's because these niggas is single. So I understand why women will dress a certain way to try to sit courtside, but I'm not as a man knowing that this woman is a whole goddamn lesbian woman, and I know I don't stand a chance. And hell, I'm not spending $1,500 to be on a.
How
if she was single though,
how would you approach that? Like, how would you like?
I don't know, and that's why I've never been geeking to go to a game yet because I don't know how you even try to shoot your shot.
Because you just buying a seat. Like I don't know how would you. Like,
I mean, it worked for women. I don't know because
you're not a woman. That's what I'm saying. For a man, what do you?
And guess
what?
I'm
not spending $5,000.
Listen to
and
my
the women
point.
not spending $4,000 for them seats. They probably got the seats from somebody else.
But listen to me. You're proving my point. That this is all still new territory for women and for men. Nobody don't know. Like I told you, it was so many women upset did the girl sit here and say she not gay for real. So I mean, like I said, it's new. People have imaginations, but that's why I'm telling you, those tickets ain't gonna be cheap. So like I said, now if you probably look for a Valkyrie ticket, they don't got no superstars. You can probably go Mystics and Valkyrie gonna be like going to see the Wizards versus the Magics. So I mean, it's one of them Jones. Oh, and shout outs to because we kind of don't give a fuck. Offset said he was happy for Cardi B. I don't believe that shit, but anyway,
happy for what?
Is she in a relationship?
She is.
What you mean, nigga? We talked about it a million times on here already. Stephon Diggs.
Oh, I never know they came out official. Like that's what I'm saying.
Nigga, they spent Valentine's Day together. You the same person that sit here and say you don't spend.
One that said you would spend Valentine's on the first date. What are you talking about?
And you the same person who said people don't spend Valentine's Day with miscellaneous people. So okay, one of us gotta make our mind up, nigga. So they in a relationship. And Offset, somebody posted it was a video or picture of Stephon Diggs and Cardi B in the club together. I think Cardi B was grinding on Stephon Diggs, and niggas was like, I know Offset punching the air, and then Offset wrote on the comment section was like, nah, I'm actually happy for it. Nobody believed him, but I mean, again,
because you commented,
nobody don't because it wasn't like somebody tagged you. But that's my point. That is my point right there. Sometimes, again, that's the male ego. Because how did you even One, how did you know? You shouldn't act like you never seen that post. So for you to know that somebody wrote your name in a comment section, this ain't on Twitter. This was on an Instagram page. So for you to know that somebody wrote that Offset was punching the air, that means you looked at this, you seen the post, and then you went to the comment section to see what people was writing for you to write that back. So that means that you're not happy for her. You are very much bothered. But again, like, share, and subscribe. We're here each and every Tuesday. Okay, matter of fact, before we leave, because the NFL draft and y'all do kind of got a draft pick that people are talking about, do you have anybody in mind? Or I mean, I guess I'm sure you don't really keep up with college football like that. So do you care if the Pittsburgh Steelers draft Shedeur Sanders or not? Would you be happy if y'all drafted him?
No.
You don't want
Would I take him? If if he's on the board and we took him, then fine. But on like talent wise, looking at him, would I prefer him or somebody else?
I mean, but you know, y'all low. I mean, y'all draft pick, I believe, what, like 21, so it ain't gonna be like it ain't gonna be too much on the board.
Shit, what you mean?
At 21?
Yeah. Nigga, we got what's name at who was that we got? The last quarterback we picked him. He was the only one that got drafted. No, I'm saying it's more of a if we get the boy, I feel like the boy from Ole Miss or what's the other little black cat? I forgot his name. One of them. I'm not, like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like whoever you get, you're gonna find a way to make it work. I feel that's bad for him if he fall that far back.
I was listening to somebody and they were saying that he wasn't even going to the draft, so they feel like he may go that low or even lower.
That's yeah. Hey, Black Power. Y'all hype them up.
I mean, the crazy. I mean, I get it, but saying that we hyped him up, but what's he realistically to say? And you know, what's so crazy.
He ain't win shit.
No, but listen, I get that, but I mean, with college football, that's a completely different. You kind of can't even really the win and not win and stuff. That kind of don't mean nothing because Jalen Daniels ain't win shit.
Shit, yes they did.
Who?
They in that? What they went to they won the bowl.
Not last year.
He wasn't in it. What was it?
The year he got drafted, nigga, Michael Penix won it. Michael Penix, look how far down he went.
Michael Penix won the Heisman.
No, nigga, Jalen Daniels won the Heisman.
Right, he won a bowl. Matter
of fact, Michael Penix
won a bowl game.
Yeah, he didn't win the championship game though.
Right, but
a bowl game, never fuck do that matter.
Nigga, that's a bowl. That's still a champion. That's still a trophy. You get a
trophy. You ain't win a national championship. A bowl game,
nigga. The national they just made the national championship that a thing. The bowl games.
No, you're missing it. They just made the playoffs a thing, but they've been had a national
championship. But the bowl games was a thing. The Rose Bowl is a thing. You win the Rose Bowl, you get a trophy for that.
Yeah, of course.
Before they had the national championship, the Rose Bowl was like I said, everybody had the bowl games that you win. That's like winning your whatever. You make that to bowl games. They just made the whole playoffs or whatever the case may be. But you win a bowl game. Everybody has a bowl game. The bowls, the Rose Bowl, the Twitty, all them bowls mean something.
I get all of that, but what I'm telling you is Jalen Daniels was the best quarterback in the draft last year. He didn't win shit. He didn't win the national championship. The national championship game, it was fucking whatever school did Michael Penix went to versus who did they play? They played Michigan. They played Michigan in the championship, and Michigan won. Matter of fact, Michigan blew the doors off them. But that, like I said, that don't mean and well, the Michigan quarterback got hurt because he was what's the white boy name? He whatever the white quarterback is for Minnesota for the Vikings. He ended up with Jeffrey, whatever the fuck his name is, the dude from Minnesota. But anyway, like I said, I even regardless how far Shedeur Sanders go down, I mean, he is still realistically the most. That's what they talking about the most. So that's my only point.
But that's what they talk about with it. But like you just said, was they really talking about Jaden Daniels last year? Was that really a thing? Like what I'm saying, you saw what he did on the field, but like I said, you talking about him don't mean that it's going to show on paper. Just like even what's my man Johnny Manziel? You talked about him. He was. If you sit here and say the Heisman, I mean, what is the quarterbacks of Mount Rushmore, the quarterbacks or whatever? I'm pretty sure Johnny Manziel is up there on that Mount Rushmore. But when it comes,
quarterbacks?
College quarterbacks. But when it comes to the pros, he fucking stunk it up.
I mean, he stunk it up. I think he stunk it up, and then I think just his work ethic was just horrible, and just who he was as a person at the time was just horrible. But I mean, like I said, I mean, we're gonna see the draft. I mean, of course, we'll come back in here next week. The draft is on Thursday. Again, like I said, shout out to Shador Sanders, shout out to Travis Hunter, and then of course Cam Ward. 9 times out of 10, Cam Ward and
he's going number 1.
Yeah, Cam Ward and Travis Hunter probably will be in the top 3 draft picks. I believe it's like one person that I've heard may go in between them two that may go second, but of course, realistically, those two will be in the top 3. I don't know. They may either be number 1 and number 2, or they may be number 1 and number 3, but those two will be in the top 3. And then what's the running back from Boise? I can't remember his name, but the running back from Boise, he kind of still got a lot of conversation around his name. So again, like I said, we'll be here next week and we can talk about whoever get drafted or where they may go. But hopefully,
shit, I didn't even know he did 5 years.
Who?
Jane Daniels.
Yeah.
3 years in Arizona State and then
2 at LSU. Because that was the pandemic stuff. All the college athletes got an extra year because of the pandemic. So I said, yeah, we'll be here. Like, share, subscribe. We'll be back next week. I'll holler at y'all.